I got a few tour dates to tell you about: Wallingford, Connecticut; Portland, Maine; Bangor, Maine; Moncton, Canada; Las Vegas, Nevada. We'll be back for the USC LSU football weekend; Oklahoma City, Northern Little Rock; Springfield, Missouri; Kansas City, Missouri; Sioux Falls, South Dakota; La Crosse, Wisconsin; Green Bay, Wisconsin; Moline, Illinois. You can get tickets for those at theovon.com/TOUR. Thank you so much for your support. Thanks for tuning in. Today's episodes are regarding the conflict in Israel and Palestine. I've heard a lot about this issue, and I wanted to deepen my own understanding. I recognize that this is a sensitive topic, but the only way to truly learn is to seek knowledge. I decided to have guests from both sides of the aisle, if you will, to help me learn by sharing their views. I did this in separate episodes because I'm not a debate moderator, and I chose guests who I thought would share their views sincerely, and I think both of them did. I'm very thankful to have the opportunity to learn, which is something that they don't even have in some countries. Today's guest is a comedian who was born in Egypt and now lives here in America. He's also a political commentator, writer, and a former medical surgeon. He's been called the Jon Stewart of the Arab world and has been pretty vocal about the Israel-Palestine conflict for years. You may have seen his viral appearance on Piers Morgan. We're going to talk about that and a lot more. I'm very grateful for his time. Bassem Youssef.
Yes.
That's how you say it, Bassem?
No, Bassem.
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 Oh,
It's a softer Bassem.
Oh, Bassem.
Not Bassem. Yeah.
You're shooting a special at the Wiltern
Yes.
on
The
October
4th.
4th.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And what kind of so your audience is it predominantly, because you're Egyptian,
Yes.
and is your audience mostly like Egyptian folks, or does all Middle Eastern people come doing that? Why would you?
No, why do it? Because medicine is terrible. It's a thankless job.
Is it?
Yes, I spent 19 years of my life in medicine. 19 years of my life. And I say in my show, I mean, you do that because that's what's expected of you in the Middle East. In the Middle East, you're expected to be one of three things: a doctor, an engineer, or a disappointment. So I didn't want to disappoint my parents. So I went into medicine, and I went there for 19 years. I didn't have any kind of aspirations. It's like, what do you want to do? Well, I'm just going to do the regular stuff. I wasn't the guy who's cracking jokes in class or anything.
Really?
No, nothing.
Look,
A regular guy. Just a regular, boring guy.
Really? Just a boring guy?
Very boring.
And then, so how do you realize that you're able to be a comedian then? Because that's kind of...
I didn't.
You didn't think at all when you were a kid?
I didn't. Revolution happened in Egypt 2011, and I just happened to be like a regular fan for Jon Stewart. And so I watched Jon Stewart for years, and I had this dream of maybe I'll be a writer on a similar show in Egypt. So when the revolution happened, and I saw the kind of crazy stuff that they've been showing on television, so it's like the craziest conspiracy theories ever.
And that was a revolution in Egypt?
Yes. So the state-run media was running all kind of crazy stuff. So I started doing YouTube videos making fun of it.
Yeah.
Blew up. And in 2 weeks, I had millions of views on my YouTube channel that I just opened. I didn't even have a YouTube channel before that. And then suddenly every single platform, every single television station want me on the show. Wow. And now do a show. So I did a show out of nothing. And I hired people who were not in the business, people who were like amateurs like me. And it became the biggest show in the Middle East. And I had 40 million people watching each episode.
Oh. And so how does that end? So did you just...
Oh, I was kicked out. I had my show canceled a couple of times. I had even the satellite signal jammed a couple of times. I had lawsuits. I had shows shut down. People threatened around me. I was threatened. And then by both regimes. I went through 3 different regimes.
Oh, wow.
Military, Islamist military, and then they both hated me.
At that point, it's you.
Yeah. When you make fun of people and everybody hates, it's like, okay, I think you're doing the right thing. And I couldn't do the show anymore, so I escaped. I left Egypt 2014. I came here into a very dark era. I didn't know, like I was everything, and then I came here and I'm nothing, nobody, and it was humbling. Because I thought, hey, I have a good story. I'm a doctor. I did comedy. I should come here and Hollywood should open its door. Nothing. Nobody cares about you. It's like, yeah, you were great in Egypt. Now, we don't know what to do with you here. So,
I think it's got to be a big transfer. I think that's scary. That would have to be one of the scariest things, I think, for a comic is going to another country, because the entire template of everything is different. Like the pentameter of what's funny, like things that people know and don't know, references, all of that. And then you're in a whole new space, and Hollywood does not care, really. It's like you show up.
They don't care.
It doesn't matter.
And you have to understand, I was even a comedian who changed. I just been there for 3 years. I just left medicine, did a show out of nothing, became successful. So I only had 2-3 years under my belt coming to America as a comedian in Arabic. So I come here. So I started doing stand-up comedy, and I sucked so bad because it's my second language. And also I did, it's not just the language, it's the rhythm, the music. Each language has its pauses, its rhythm, its cadence. And I would write stuff that would be intelligent, but I wouldn't deliver it right. So I went into years of darkness and humiliation. And
that was here in the U.S.? That's when you first started stand-up?
Yes.
Wow. Where was your first set at here?
I did something in the improv, like open mic, and it was terrible. And I did a few open mics, and then but here's the thing, here's the trick. What helped me is that I was someone with a good story, so I didn't go into comedy the first like right away. I won a speaker series. I'm a guy. I came from the revolution, Egypt. So I wouldn't go to talk to universities and
like
stuff.
A talk.
And then with that talk, I would put jokes. And then I was like, oh, I have 5 minutes. Let me try it. And then I suck. It's like, no, that's not the 5 minutes.
Now I have 2 minutes.
2 minutes. So I would go back and forth, and went for years. And when COVID hit, I still went on the road because I needed to have any time I could get. So I would go and I would play for 5 people, 6 people. And it was funny that people knew me from Egypt, from my own country. Arabs and Egyptians would know me. It's like, and they would see my name. It's like, oh, we have to come and see Bassem Youssef now. In their mind is this guy with this huge show, and they come, and I'm a struggling comedian, and I would see it on their faces. They would say, oh, too bad. Bassem is a has-been. Maybe he'll be driving an Uber in 3 months. Yeah, maybe this is how he'll make his money. So it was very humiliating for me. And then 2 years ago, something happened. Started to filling spaces, places. I have kind of a few sold out shows, and it went well. And last year I was actually talking about shooting my special already. I was having interest. And then October 7th happened, and then I blew up because of Piers Morgan. And more people came to me. But here's the thing. When I was complaining about not having enough people coming to me, I wasn't ready yet.
Oh, yeah.
After October 7th, now everybody knew who I am.
Yeah.
So they came to my show.
And you were a little more prepared.
If the Piers Morgan thing happened, if the
2 years earlier,
2 years, I wouldn't be good enough. And people will come and get disappointed.
Yeah.
So I think I took my time, and I think I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, it's funny you said about like your time and how it like you think you have. I remember when I first thought I had like 5 minutes, I'd be like, I got 5 minutes, calm down. But then you realize if you have 5 minutes, you really only have like 2 minutes. It's like when you cook the fat down and kind of figure things out. Yeah, that Piers Morgan thing was huge for you.
Yes.
That was huge.
Came out of nothing.
Yeah.
It came out of nowhere.
A comedian friend of mine, Amir K, connected us, and he works with me a lot on the road. And this was absolutely, this was just so funny and insightful and ridiculous.
Yes.
Did you know it would have that big of an impact? It has 22 million views.
Yes. Yeah. That's, I went into that, and I was warned by everyone that I know that not to go on the show.
Yeah.
because at the time with October 7th, there was a certain story and a certain perception, and no one was allowed to talk outside of the perception. It was all one-sided. And my wife is half Palestinian, and her family, many of them are in Gaza.
Oh.
And they were bombed, and she lost many of her family members all through the years, but it became so natural that Gaza gets bombed that it's crazy that this is a part of their life. So we don't even talk about it. It's
Right.
like we don't I don't even hear anyone about anybody of her family until a bomb
Right.
goes on, and that's not just like the last 8 months. I'm talking about like years. So when that happened, and I saw this is one-sided, and my side of the story is not being allowed to talk, but nobody is willing to listen because everybody was hysterical. So when he went there and he said, like, how's everybody? How's your family? It's like, well, I know I tried to kill my wife, but she's using my kids as human shields. So I use the same stuff
Yeah.
that they're using because the way that they were justifying the continuous attack was ridiculous. One of them was by Ben Shapiro and even DeSantis. He said, well, Israel warns Palestinians before bombing them. It's like, oh my God, how cute.
Yeah.
Wow. So like if Putin warns Ukrainians, it's okay for Putin to bomb Ukraine because as long as you warn them, that's fine. And I found out I thought I think Israel became so effective of warning them that they actually warn them ahead of their funeral. They actually been sending flowers to the funeral. It's like we're very sorry for your upcoming loss. We're gonna be there in 10. I mean, it's like, are you guys gaslighting us? And then I was hearing, oh, there's so many babies we kill, but we cannot help it. What do you mean? If you're the most funded, most advanced, most trained, most supported military in the Middle East and you can't help killing babies, maybe you can stick to your day job. Maybe, maybe genocide is not the hobby for you. It's just, so it kind of like drew, it was, for me, the justification just drove me crazy. So I took every single element that they were taking and I just regurgitated back to them.
Right.
And he said, so what should Israel do? It's like exactly what they did. Kill more people. Why not kill more? Kill more, because the whole idea, if you talk about ceasefire, of peace stopping the killing, you have all kind of arguments not to. So, all right, let's do whatever you want, guys.
Yeah.
And then show them how ridiculous, because this is what comedy does.
Comedy, right, that is the job of comedy.
Comedy doesn't counteract. It's like, all right, let's see your idea and let's multiply by hundreds.
Yeah.
And see how that feels. Because it is funny how the most crazy question that they ask me, remember that, Theo? What's the proportionate response? What's the proportion? How many dead bodies can we get away with?
Yeah, what's an evil? What makes things fair?
What's a good number to kill?
Yeah.
It's like, I find it very interesting how the media suddenly is interested in calculus. It's like, if one Hamas rocket equals 10 Israeli strikes, how many funerals can we plan for next week? What is this? What is this?
Are there people in Gaza that are consuming your content that are able? That do you think it's bringing some relief? Because I can only imagine
if
the
they have
pain.
some internet,
Right?
Because you understand, Gaza is basically, it's sealed off.
Okay.
Even before October 7th, forever. I love it how he was just like, we left Gaza. We're not occupying Gaza anymore. Yes, but you're making an embargo of sea and water and land, and no, you cannot give 5 calories inside without going through the checkpoint. So it is fine. It's like, we're not occupying you, but we are locking you from outside. Yeah. So when they get internet,
right,
sometimes they do, and I get a lot of people supporting, and someone sent me a video that made me cry. In the middle, after a bombing, they were like sitting, kids, and they were playing my video. Somebody downloaded on they blamed my video on like an old television in the rubble, and that made me cry.
Oh. So, yeah, just so my listeners know, because a lot of us, we're curious about Israel and Palestine. You hear about it all the time, right? But some of us, we don't even know, like what's going on there.
Yeah.
You know, because also a lot of the news you get, you're like, is this news even accurate? You know, like what filters is the news going through? So, yeah, what do you feel like is happening between Israel and Palestine? What do you think is happening in Gaza? Is that the question?
Yeah, it is. It is a very complicated question. Here is the question of the century. What's happening there? Well, I don't want to talk about October 7th, not just now, because things didn't start on October 7th.
Yes.
There is a country called Palestine that's been there. And in this piece of land, many people have went in and out, had kingdoms, have empires, have states, and they were like any other place in the world, right?
Yeah.
So very recently, and I would take as recent as like 150 years, there was a promise by the Jewish people in Europe to have a national state or a home in Palestine, which was very weird because most of those Jews were in Europe, and they were persecuted by people in Europe even before Hitler. There was pogroms all over. And there was like
there were what all over?
Pogroms, like kind of like mini Holocaust, where they would like go persecute them and they would like displace them. Most Jews in Europe didn't have a good life in Europe, especially in Eastern Europe, especially in Ukraine and Russia. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have pogroms. It's called pogroms all over. They have been
Pogrom,
Pogroms.
Yeah, pogrom right here, an organized massacre of a particular ethnic group, in particular that of Jewish people in Russia or Eastern Europe, what you just said.
So they have been treated quite nasty in Europe for so many reasons. Many of them can actually track it back to the whole sin of Jews killing Jesus. And since then, the Catholic Church in Europe and many Christians in Europe have really dealt with Jewish people in a horrible way.
Yeah, well, and you should have killed somebody else. I think because they're going to hold that against you. Some people are. You should have killed whoever else was there.
Yes, exactly.
Or not Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
I don't even know who did or where it was. Was it like one of those like murder mystery dinners or something like that?
No, because like it was the new religion, and then there was the whole idea about like Jews pushing the Roman ruler to crucify Jesus. But that doesn't matter because you shouldn't kill anybody for the sins of their parents. I know. But anyways,
they picked the wrong guy.
Yeah, I mean, they picked the Son of God.
Yeah. Now I also, but if you're gonna aim, you gotta aim high.
Can you imagine if like they're going with Jesus and then somebody's like, "Hey, he's been made."
Guys, he's a made man.
He's a made man. He is the made man.
Let's kill the other. Let's get this other guy.
So for years and years, Jesus is not going well for them. And then after First World War I, there was a promise by the British government to the Jews to establish a home in Palestine.
Why did they pick Palestine?
Exactly. Why?
Was there other options that they could have chose?
There was Argentina, Madagascar, and Uganda. And
Ooh.
as a matter of fact, the British government gave the Jewish people about 8,000 acres in Uganda in order to start a home, but it was difficult for the Jewish Council at the time, or the Zionist Council at the time, to bring people to go to Uganda or to Argentina. It's like, no, the only way that we can do it is to send them to Palestine because it's the Holy Land, it's the Promised Land. So
did they choose Palestine or the British people, or because this was after World War I? It was like Britain and America.
Yeah, in 1917, there's something called the Balfour Declaration, which is he was one of the British government who said we can give you the state of Palestine as your homeland.
Okay.
But before 1917, there were many, Balfour Declaration.
The Balfour Declaration was a public statement issued by the British government in 1917 during the First World War announcing its support of the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine, then an Ottoman region with a small minority of Jewish population.
See, I like your fact checking everything, and it's coming great.
Well, this is good because I always wonder some little things, and I know little things, but I don't know enough.
But before 1917, there was other trials, so with other options for the countries I told you. And you know what's the kicker? That's funny. Many Orthodox Jewish rabbis objected for Palestine to be the homeland because in their Jewish faith, we cannot have a land for Israel until the Messiah, the real Messiah, because they don't believe in Jesus, their Messiah would come. So they were a huge opposition for having a land of Israel in Palestine.
In Palestine because it was because
it was not religious. It was not the time yet. They should wait until the Messiah, to come, and then that will create the land of Israel.
Oh, I see. So wherever the Messiah showed up,
Yeah.
that would be the land of Israel.
But the secular Zionists at the time, they said like, okay, how about like we build the land and that will force him to come. So kind of like build it and they will come. How about that? So you understand?
yeah,
like
like Field of Dreams kind of.
So because here's the thing, because many of the people who talk about like Israel as being like a biblical promise, even they were not having a consensus of where should we have. So whoever tells you, oh, it's consensus, it's divine. No, they even had problems deciding. So anyways, and at that time, especially 1930s after Hitler came to power, there were like droves and droves and droves of Jewish Germans and Jewish Polish people and Jewish Russian. They were like they went onto refugee boats and they came to Palestine. And you know why? Because they were not granted visas by the United States. They were not granted visas by other European countries.
Wow, so a lot of Jewish, like German Jews, Polish Jews, they weren't granted visas by
the West.
By the West, but they were by Palestine.
And Palestinians didn't have anything because it was a mandate by the British. They were occupying that land, but they were Palestinian people. So this became the myth of a land with no people to the people with no land. And if you actually find that, you will actually find that thing. This was one of the myths: a land with no people to the people with no land. So they will tell people, hey, there was no people living there, so it is ours. It is just a desert, but it was never a desert. There were like more than 1.2 million Palestinians living in that area, piece of land.
Before the Balfour Declaration.
Before the Balfour Declaration. Then the Jewish people coming in, and then many of those Jewish European residents started to form militias and armed gangs. Like the Haganah, the Irgun, the Stein. And
now, were these Jewish people that had just been like rescued from from the Nazi Germany?
From Nazi Germany, yes.
Okay.
The 1930s all the way to the Second World War.
So they started to move to Palestine, which
Yes.
is now Palestine and Israel. What was it called at that point?
It was all called Palestine.
Even after Israel was given the land?
It was after giving the promise.
The promise.
Because if you read it, it was giving a promise to make the land in the land of Palestine.
I see.
So even many of those Israelis had Palestinian passports. So the land was called Palestine, and there were Palestinian people living there, 1.2 million at least. Fast forward, I'm not going to go into so many details. Now, fast forward 1947, 48, there was like many wars happening, many attacks between the Palestinians and the Jews, because the Palestinians said like, you're coming from Europe and you're taking our land. It's like, no, this is our biblical land now it's ours. And those Jews were like supported pretty much by the British and the American. And you think that's like, oh, we don't want them back, so take all the weapons and stay there. So and then there were a UN declaration, a partition. It's called a partition, 1947, and they gave the Jews, who were less than 30%, more than half of the land.
Okay,
and they gave the the Palestinians, who were much more, like 49%.
And who was helping dictate that? Who was helping, not dictate it, but who was helping like facilitate it?
Well, after Second World War, after 1945, the British and the Americans were like kind of the world superpower.
Right.
So they were, at the time, I think
they were running the chessboard.
I think it was Truman. It was Truman in power who basically pushed. And there's like a video, black and white video for Truman describing, it's like, we were trying to please everybody, but it was difficult because we were putting them people into other people's land, and it's there in black and white.
Right.
So that why I'm giving this, because these ideas, see. Mm-hmm. Former President Henry Truman talks about generic power in the Middle East. It is just like, if you watch them, especially the one in front of the map.
Yeah, the one in front of the map.
The two one in front of the map, you know.
Roy Anderson was one of them. Yeah. We had several other people in the country, even among the Jews, the Zionists particularly, who were against anything that was to be done if they couldn't have the whole of Palestine and everything handed to them on a silver plate so they wouldn't have to do anything. It couldn't be done. We had to take it in small doses. You can't move 5 or 6 million people out of a country and fill it up with 5 or 6 million more and expect both sets of them to be pleased. We had all sorts of
So you see, I'm really talking about this because if you want to talk about October 7th, you need to talk about the basis, because they will always get like a point of time. The basis of this was a land of Palestinian people. People from Europe came in, and they started to import other Jews from the other parts of Arab countries, and they said, this is our land now for whatever biblical reason, because doesn't make any sense. This is like me coming into your podcast studio. So like, hey, my fortune cookie told me that this is mine now, and I'm allowed to kill you. I don't care about what your Bible or Torah or Quran tells you. If you have a holy scripture, good for you, but that doesn't dictate political decision that can affect the lives of other people in the region. So this is exactly what happened. And what drives me crazy is that we hear the whole idea about like the chosen people or the chosen people or the chosen people. Okay, fine. You think you're chosen people, good for you. Everybody think they're chosen. Christians think they're chosen. Muslims think they're chosen. But what drives me crazy is the Christian Zionists, the pro-Israel Christian Zionists who say that they are chosen, that the Jews are chosen. And I'm sorry to say, isn't Jesus your guy? Are you in an open relationship?
He was.
Are you in an open relationship? Like, how come you believe in a religion, in a God, in a doctrine, but you believe that other people from another religion are chosen over you? Don't you feel unchosen?
Right.
I mean, this is like a religious polygamy, right? Like, are you cheating on Jesus? Is this some sort of a religious FOMO? It doesn't make any sense. And I'm sick and tired of this whole idea about chosen people. What does it mean to be chosen? Do you have a bottle service?
Yeah.
Do you have like a VIP lounge access? Are you like in a waterfront condos and we were like back in that purgatory in our shitty like
it's great
timeshare
advertising, right?
I know.
It's really great advertising if you just say you're the chosen people. How did that term come about, I wonder?
It was in their Bible, in their Torah, but it's fine because everybody thinks they're chosen.
Everybody wants to think
that
they're
is
chosen.
the driving force of faith,
Right?
That I'm the only one in heaven and everybody's gonna go to hell.
Yeah.
But I don't understand if they're saying that they're chosen. Why the Christian Zionists believe that?
So, what is a Zionist?
A Zionist, okay, there's a Zionist. They would want you to believe that a Zionist simply believe that having a national statehood for Jewish people. But that's more than that. Zionist is...
Are Zionists Jewish or are they...
No, not necessarily, because you can be Zionist and still Christian, or a Zionist or an atheist. Because many of the pros, that's why I don't say Jews, but I say pro-Zionist or pro-Israel, because many of the people in Congress are Christians, and they just like believe in Zionism. And Zionism here, as we believe it from an Arab perspective, it is a colonial settling idea of ideology that is based on cleansing the whole group of people out of their land, and you coming into. If you want to have like a national state, that's fine, but you understand they are building it on the state of other people. You're coming in and you're doing it. And just to give you a very, very small snippet of the magnitude of what happened, 1948, 15th of May, the day that Israel declared independence. On that day, overnight, 750,000 Palestinians, 750,000 were displaced overnight. Overnight, displaced from their village, displaced from their homes, displaced from their cities. They were killing, raping, they were burning, all kind of things. And you have documentaries where Israeli soldiers, they braggingly talk about like the atrocities that they did and the rape and the women that they raped and all of that happened.
And was that...
Yeah, so this is a perfect example.
Okay,
you see, this is 1946 Palestine. Mm-hmm. This is all Palestine with a little like Jewish spots here and there. And this is the UN partition. Suddenly, the UN gave all of that white space to Israel. So the Palestinians said, like, wait a minute, that doesn't work.
But how were they lobbying? Like the UN, is the UN the group that was doing it?
But you have to understand, like, UN has no power.
Okay, got it.
Who has the power? America and England. You understand that UN now, or security, America runs the world.
Right.
So America is the superpower, especially after Second World War. They are the strongest country.
Strongest they've ever been.
They just like bomb, like to drop 2 nuclear weapons, bombs.
Yeah.
So
they had women playing baseball at that
and you
time.
have even Henry Truman's like, we tried, but like we're trying to do it, but it's difficult.
But it's hard.
This is, you see how it went from here to here in less than 50 years. Mm-hmm. How now the Palestinian state, quote unquote state,
started to get
have become
small.
just like islands and islands and islands. And so you had 1.2 million. Now you see this little green thing? You have more than 5 million Palestinians living there, crushed into these little things. Gaza,
together.
which is the little strip on the side, it has 2.2 million people. And those 2.2 million people were not born in Gaza. More than 3/4 of them came from outside, but they were pushing them. So we understand this is the state now. So the basis of all of this is occupation.
I see.
That's why when they tell you, does Israel has the right to defend itself? And people say an occupying force has no right to defend itself against the people that they occupy.
Say that again to me, Bassem.
So if you are an occupying force, you have no right to defend yourself, because you cannot. It's like, does the Nazi Germany has a right to defend itself against the French resistance? You can't. You went into their country,
right,
with might and with force and with military. You occupy them. You get them. And this is why, and I want to tell you, well, how come if you did October 7th, you should expect that, well, before October 7th, it's been going on and on. Every single day, a Palestinian will wake up in the morning and an Israeli soldier or Israeli settler can go into their house, burn their house, take their house, kill them, take them as hostages, put them in prison, say that they are terrorists. And a lot of people talk about the Israeli hostages. You understand, but before October 7th, there are 5,000 Palestinian hostages in prisons. 1 of every 5 Palestinian has been put in jail. You understand? So put that in perspective. America has 330 million people.
Yeah.
So imagine,
some people are missing. Now, how many people are missing?
300. So imagine out of those, about 65 million Americans is in jail right now. This is the reality of Palestinians. So at a certain point, if I'm talking to people who are listening to us now, you have a farm, you have a land, you have your cows, your herd, your family. Imagine for 75 years, your house has no privacy. Your family has no sanctity.
Yeah, you can't go to sleep knowing that you're going to wake up and your house will be yours in the morning.
You go in. People take them, being pushed out. They take their land. At a certain point, you have to break.
Yeah.
You have to snap.
So you're saying that what happened on October 7th is just a buildup of a long series of things. That's just a pinpoint.
And it's not new. I know a lot of people say, like, I'll give an example. 2014, exactly 10 years ago, in Gaza, 2,200 Palestinians were killed, dead. 500 children killed. Oh. There was no October 7th. You understand? There was no October 7th.
Right.
But they go in because and I gave this example to Chris Cuomo once. It's like, Israel is like, Palestine, Gaza and West Bank is like a small fishbowl. And you have the power to go into this fishbowl and you just like kick the shit out of those fish anytime you want. At a certain point, one fish will be crazy enough, suicidal enough to jump from the fishbowl and bite with your pinky. That's October 7th.
Yeah.
So you're going, I'm going to destroy. It's already destroyed.
Yeah, you're creating piranhas.
You understand that in just 8 months, Israel have bombed Gaza more than America has bombed Iraq for 8 years.
Wow.
In 8 months. You don't do that. You don't do that. And of course they tell you, it's collateral damage, which is crazy, right? It's like, those people that died, it's collateral damage. We really wanted to take that terrorist, but the school got in the way. I mean, the geography is very hostile. Every time we kill Hamas, they just like schools and babies come out of nowhere. It's like
I shouldn't be laughing at this.
I know. I mean, it's dark because sometimes I feel that Israel has some sort of a program called No Civilian Left Behind. It's like, it doesn't matter if you're a little kid playing soccer or a Hamas terrorist, you get a piece of the action. You understand?
Yeah, it's like favored nations. Kind of.
Because I, as an Arab, I have no power. I'm not powerful as the United States. I'm not powerful as Israel. So all I have to do is just like laugh at this,
right?
Because that doesn't work. So back to 1948, they displaced 750,000 people, and they continued to occupy the land every single day.
So you said that in 1948, what was that movement called? And that was just like in one day it kind of happened?
Yeah. That is the establishment of the State of Israel, 1948, 15th of May, 1948.
Okay, and so when Israel established itself, and is Israel able to establish itself by itself, or did they have to have like support from Britain and America? Or
Israel didn't establish itself over one day. I
Right.
mean, they've been doing. They were like having like pushing people into it from other countries, and actually they had a lot of support from England and from America, and I find it very interesting how that Israelis made Americans think that terrorism is something that has been invented by Arabs or Muslim. Because if you talk to anybody, terrorism, oh, Arabs, Muslim, you know that the first terrorist attack ever in the Middle East was carried out by Israel. 1946 in July, Israel bombed King David Hotel, killing 91 British soldiers. 91. That is the first. And it was led by a Stern gang, which is Itzhak Shamir, who was later became the Prime Minister of Israel. So they have been killing people, they have been terrorizing people all through, and then they call Palestinians terrorists.
And when that one day comes the establishment of Israel as a country, is it like a certain, at that day, is there just like a mass where everybody has to move out of this space and this is ours
They
and this
basically
is yours?
move them into, if you get back the map, they move them into the West Bank and in Gaza.
Okay.
And then in that map that we've been, you see the third one? Yeah.
Yeah.
So now all of the Palestinians are into this. 1967, we go to war with Israel. Egypt goes to war, get its ass kicked because we had Nasser messing up big time. And
Wait, in 1967, Egypt went to war?
Yeah, and then Israel
With who? With Palestine?
With Israel.
With Israel.
And then after that, Israel could actually completely control the West Bank and in Gaza.
I see.
So now this is under. So what you could seeing all of these green marks is an occupation. And let me say it again: it's an occupation. It's a military force that is occupying people. And it is an occupation because of a land that has been disintegrated from this to this.
So you're saying that it wasn't the occupation, it was by force, it was never by like agreement.
Yeah, how can you agree to?
Well, is there a lease? Like, what does the lease say?
The what?
The lease.
The lease. There's no lease when you occupy. What did the lease say in France
like
when Nazi came in? When Nazi came in and took over your land, you have nothing to say. You have people coming in with their.
Most Jewish people I know are landlords. So it's like I can't imagine they would do this without a lease.
Well, if you have an army next to you, why would you need a lease? Because
I see what you're saying.
Because till today, like you have go into the internet and find just like Israeli settlers terrorizing Palestinian farmers. Just random thing. You have like 100 videos. Happens every single day. So, and this is why I'm talking, because everybody is focused on this little strip, on the Gaza Strip.
Yeah.
But people don't know what is happening in those green scattered. This is happening every single day. Every single day, people. By the way, the hostages are not 5,000 people anymore. After October 7th, it's now 12,000 people. 12,000 Palestinians in prisons. Wow. In prisons. So when you talk about hostage, and I just want to get people back October 7th, when Hamas did this, and I'm not defending Hamas. I'm not into any kind of support of any group. But they said, we will release the hostage if you release our hostages. Because you have been going into our houses and taking people. Half of the 5,000 people that I told you about, half of them are women and children. Half of them. So, and then and I'll just give you an example because I know what will people tell you. Oh, but these are terrorists. I'll give you an example of a terrorist. Suad Zuraiqat, she is a Palestinian mother.
So you have to say it slower.
Suad Zuraiqat.
Suad Zuraiqat.
She's a Palestinian mother. Her husband was killed. And then she wrote on Facebook, "May God unite us in heaven." The Israeli authority considered that as an incitement for terrorism, and they took her and they put her in detention for 8 months.
Wow.
That's the kind of people that they will take you for terrorism. All right? And I'm not saying that there's violence, but put yourself in their place. Your house is being taken, your farms are being burned, your cattle is being killed, your kids are being taken in front of you, your woman, your husband, your wife may be even raped and taken away and sexually molested.
Yeah.
How long can you keep going? Because but we want peace. This is not a peace. This is subjugation.
So you're saying that over time, it's like a slow devouring of the Palestinian people is kind of what's happened.
Yeah. It is devouring. It's as you said, they devour the land. Mm-hmm. They devour their lives. They are dehumanization. And when you fight back, you're called a terrorist. Now let's go back to October 7th because this is very important.
Okay.
October 7th, Hamas which is a militant group that is living in Gaza, that has won the election in 2006, but they were never allowed to take power because Israel started bombing them.
Okay, so Hamas was actually an elected group.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And when
But
they
America
ran for
and Israel-
election, what were they? Were they like?
They were running as
like
a
ru-
group. I mean, Hamas is a. They don't like the Palestinian Authority that was already there.
They didn't like them.
They didn't like it. So
Okay.
they and Israel, Netanyahu was so happy with that, and they started to give money to Hamas in order to bolster them and make them stronger. And he said in the Likud party, in his party, he said the only way to prevent a Palestinian state is to make the Palestinian factions fighting the whole time. He said that. So he
see.
created a monster.
So he saw that. So you're saying that Netanyahu, who is the president of Israel,
Yeah.
or the prime
Prime
minister,
Minister, yeah.
he saw that there's this alternative group, Hamas,
Yes.
who is causing conflict with the people who are in charge in Palestine.
yes.
And so I'm going to fund Hamas.
Yes, and Hamas was, I wouldn't say that they were moderate. They would say like, we want to eradicate Israel, whatever. And then they kind of revised their charter, but they weren't fans of each other. But
And did Israel definitely fund them?
you have Netanyahu on tape actually confessing, facilitating their support many times, and you can look it up if you want. Like, it's like what I'm trying to say is they won the election to 2006, and Israel didn't like it, and then they started bombing, and then Israel.
Who won? Hamas?
Hamas won by 51%.
Okay.
In Gaza. But then they were like infighting, and it didn't work. And then Israel kind of like created even a bigger embargo. And then for the past like 20 years, they've just like every time Hamas like retaliates, Israel retaliates, and they retaliate and they retaliate. But who has the power? Who has the military might? It's Israel. At the end of the day, it's militants.
Oh yeah, Israel is a superpower.
Yeah. So you cannot just like cry, we're gonna perish because of a militant group. If we're giving you that money. That doesn't work this way. But here's what I want to talk about, which is the most important thing about October 7th, which I find there is like a big failure of the American media. When October 7th happened, everybody was talking about raping women, decapitating children, putting women in oven. Even Antony Blinken, the Secretary of State, he went into Congress and he described this scene about Hamas militants going into a house, raping the woman, blinding the father, cutting the limb of a child, cutting a finger of another child, and then cutting the chest, the breast of a woman, and playing football with it and raping it. And I said, wait a minute. How is this happening during war? Where are the Israeli Apache fighters? Where are the response? Because I understand how big is Israel. Israel is like as small as New Jersey. And in that area of New Jersey, there is you see it. It's almost
Wow,
there.
it's the same.
Yeah, almost there. Yes, a little bit. And you understand. Israel has airfields and military camps in every 5 seconds. It's like Starbucks in New York.
Yeah.
The response should be less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It took them 8 hours.
Yeah, I need a Venti missile.
Now, that testimony that I just gave you by Antony Blinken came out to be wrong.
Who's Antony Blinken?
Antony Blinken is the Secretary of State.
For Israel?
No, for America.
For America, okay.
So he went and gave that graphic detail in order to bring money, to get money to be sent to Israel. These testimonies came out to be untrue, false, fabricated, because they were promoted by rescue groups in Israel. They're called Zaka and Hezbollah United. Zaka, Z-A-K-A. Zaka is a group that has been known to be lying. They fabricated babies in oven, babies in laundry lines.
Yeah, they keep putting the babies everywhere. No matter what side you're on, it's like, the babies are here.
And yeah,
there's
that's the
baby
website.
with
And
a
if you search for them, you will find that their lies has been debunked many times by the Israeli media themselves. Israeli media artists, Channel 12, they said that these people have lied to us and they have collected so much money because of the graphic details. And you understand, these are lies that has been repeated by Biden, Antony Blinken, the State Department, in order to justify the absolute maximum killing of Israel to Palestine. So this was made on a lie.
So it's propaganda, yeah.
It's propaganda because I'm not going to tell you they killed 1,000,000 people. They raped women. They decapitated babies. That have a much more
Right, 'cause you
stronger
don't- yeah.
effect, because what a baby could do to you.
Baby could do nothing.
And then
Climb up your leg a little.
you decapitate him. You must be a monster. So now these are monster death cult worshippers that we can kill and we can bomb everybody. You see that?
So it's a perspective. You're like framing it.
And-
So you're saying, but who's doing that? The Israeli media?
Yeah, the Israeli media. Because all of the, and not just the Israeli, the American media have propagated these stories, and they have never taken back or refuted a single story.
Oh, American media is
even
not good.
and and what would be, what made me like go crazy? The Israeli made us like, guys, this didn't happen. So this is like the strongest bro code I've ever seen in my life. It's like you're lying for your bro, and your bro's like, dude, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. So America is lying hard for Israel. While Israel itself, the Israeli media say like, guys, that didn't happen. All of these lies didn't happen. The New York Times article screams without words was debunked to be lies. There was so many people, lies. No decapitated babies were found. Only one baby was killed. Her name is Mila Cohen. She's 10 months old, and she was died during an exchange. No decapitated babies. No rape women. Sheryl Sandberg and New York Times have spread all of these lies, and they were debunked many, many times. And still the American media are running with the lies.
But a lot of American media is...
If you say that, that would be anti-Semitic. So I'm not going to go there. Right?
Oh, is that anti-Semitic?
They're telling me everything that I say now is anti-Semitic.
know that.
But I'm saying that even the Jewish people in Israel telling you these are lies.
Well, my Jewish friends who, they say that the media is mostly run by Jewish folks. I don't think that's...
It is.
They told me that.
It is. All of the corporates, all of the CEOs, but that's a different. But I don't want to go into their intention. I'm just giving you a case that it
But
didn't
we can't
have.
say that, though?
Well, according to a bill that was passed by the Congress 2 months ago, there's now an anti-Semitic bill that any criticism to Israel will be counted as anti-Semitic. Any criticism to Jewish people who might have a dual loyalty to Israel and America, if you attack them, that will be called anti-Semitic. If you talk about AIPAC controlling the elections and giving money, that's anti-Semitic. And it's like, wait a minute, that's against the First Amendment of the United States. Because I have grown up seeing people shitting on everything, on the American president, on religion, on Jesus Christ,
gays,
on
whites, blacks,
Jesus, whites, Muslims.
Jesus,
but
Santa.
But suddenly when you talk about Israel, which is a foreign country that we give aid, you can't speak. You can't talk about you're labeled anti-Semitic. Why?
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, some of it's like, well, we had Roseanne Barr on. She's Jewish. She said something. She made a joke, and our episode got taken down. But it was obviously like a joke, like. So some of it's just confusing because here's the thing. I don't understand. Like, just say if you can't say. If we're not allowed to say something, at least tell us what it is.
No, we're not. They always keep you in this kind of fear of saying something wrong. And they have all of you're anti-Semitic, It's like, guys, like, you have to stop this anti-Semitic because...
Well, it becomes this boy that cried wolf kind of thing where it's like you accuse everybody of
anti-Semitic.
It's like, dude, I have so many Jewish friends. You think I'd be... I don't like Netanyahu. I don't like some of the choices that I feel like that country makes, but I don't... I don't have anything against my Jewish friends, though.
That's why I'm very careful when I talk. I never say Jewish people. I say pro-Zionist, Zionist, Israel, pro-Israel.
Oh, shit,
I never
said
talk.
Jewish people a few minutes ago.
No. I don't say about Israel because I know that a lot of Jewish people don't like what Israel is doing. I know a lot of Jewish people don't like how they control the Congress. I don't like how a lot of Jewish people that don't like how AIPAC, which is a foreign lobby and yet is allowed to operate under American local law, that they can openly brag about buying Congress seats. If you go into AIPAC a Twitter account or X account, they would brag about like how 98% of our candidates...
Do not accept all cookies if you go over there.
Yeah. Like go to their not network, AIPAC. Just AIPAC.
It's AIPA.
AI. Yes.
And AIPAC...
not tracker. Yeah, AIPAC. Yeah, that's one. Yes.
And what is AIPAC?
American Israel Public Affairs Committee.
Yeah, public affairs. Yeah, public affairs. So go down and see what they talk about the elections. When they talk about the elections, they always talk about like they end it with Yeah, another great. Being pro-Israel is good policy and good politics. They end that with every 100% of AIPAC endorsed Democrats won their primary rate. 150. If how is like a foreign country, like a foreign, a lobby that works for a foreign country brags about buying your elections like that?
It is.
You see, being pro-Israel is good policy. And they end every single tweet is like that. They are basically looking to you in the eyes and say, like, we're buying your elections, and you can't do anything about it. So I can accept that from NRA, because the NRA is a domestic group, right? At least it represents the interest of American gun owners. Oh, this is a very
I just saw this guy
Mr.
recently.
Massey, who said like each one in Capitol Hill has an AIPAC handler. It's like, I need to talk to my guy.
Everybody but me has an AIPAC person.
What does that mean, an AIPAC person?
It's like your babysitter, your AIPAC babysitter, who is always talking to you for AIPAC.
It's just kind of like having an agent or whatever.
Yeah, but like a handler. Go ahead, continue. And I don't understand why every American politician have to go there and bend the knees.
You go have lunch with them, and they've got your cell number, and you have conversations with them.
Well, I think part of
I'll
this.
talk to my AIPAC person, and it's literally what we call them, my AIPAC guy. I'll talk to my AIPAC guy and see if I can get him to, dial those ads back. Group of Americans who lobby on behalf of Israel. They're for anything.
But I think also it's like you have to look at it as like we live in a country that is a capitalism, right?
Absolutely.
And they are like, Israel just does they're the best business people, They're like, it's almost like monopoly, and they won.
Okay.
That's what I feel like sometimes, like
yeah, they won, and good for them. They're very good, but like, how does an American feels?
Right, but you can't hold it against them because they are good at this. You can't hold it against them because they won, right?
So you cannot hold it against Israel, but you hold it against Russia if they try, or China if they try. So why do we accept it from Israel, but not from
Except
Russia?
what?
Except them controlling the elections. You understand? So you have an AIPAC, which is a lobby, basic lobbying for another country. This is in the news, and you can look it up. They paid $100 million in order to buy seats for Congress people and Senate. And because of the people they were able to put there, they were able to approve $26 billion to Israel. So understand, as an American, your politicians are being bought for $100 million, and because of that, your country will send 26 billion to a different country. Yeah. 26 billion that could have been spent in my own country, in my own community. This is the best return of investment ever. You pay 100 million and I take back 26 billion from you. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And this is why when I talk about what's happening is I'm not even, you see, like, you've missed that. The what you just had, AIPAC targets progressive with $100 million in its coffers.
Yeah.
So basically, anybody who talks against you in Congress, you pay them out, and then you take more money. Don't we as Americans deserve the $26 billion to be put
100%.
in our communities?
Oh, I think it's like
this is we give them money, but they control us.
Yeah.
This is like
it's fucking they're good at the business, dude.
This is like a sugar daddy who's being slapped around like a bitch from his sugar baby. This is like there's like basically picking up a whore in the strip mall in the strip in Las Vegas, and then suddenly she's in charge of your life. Yeah. This is like having a dominatrix and so like I'm gonna kick your balls and you're gonna like it, and you're gonna pay me $26 billion for it. It's like that doesn't work because I come from the Middle East and I'm used to dictatorship. I am used for us having no voice. I'm used to a certain class of people controlling the country. But even then, we knew that these people were not in control because they had to answer for China or Russia or America or France, right?
Yeah.
Because we're a dictatorship. This is how dictatorship works. A democracy-loving country like America or Britain go control a certain country, and it's easier for them to deal with a dictator. So we knew that they were not calling the shots. It was called from Washington. I'm fine with that because I'm a third world country. We're from the Middle East. We have to follow the masters of this planet. Now, I came to America and I became an American. I thought I was joining. I'm joining the winning team.
Yeah.
I will have a say in my country, and then suddenly my country, the most powerful country in the world, the superpower in the world, has its policies being dictated from Tel Aviv. How does it work? You see, and it's fine. And I ask Americans, guys, are you used to this? Is this kind of humiliation? You're supposed to be like the from a country for the people, by the people, and then suddenly your elections and being dictated by a different country. How does it work?
But to me, the thing is just like making it. Is it true or not? It's like just tell me what's happening.
I just told you.
Right.
So whatever I just told you that like a foreign lobby from a foreign country is controlling your politics right in front of you, and then you have and by the way, I understand how lobby works, but remember when Democrats was giving shit to Republicans because they're having so much money from NRA, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, you're taking money from the gun lobby. How dare you? And then the Republicans were attacked. You're taking money from tech. Israel is the only country that gives both sides and nobody questions. So basically, it's not caring about the education will not get you elected. Caring about healthcare will not get you elected. Caring about the well-being of your American constituents will not get you elected. It is caring about what's good for Israel. So yes, guys, our neighborhood is shit. We have no sewage, no education, but God bless Israel. It doesn't. You're basically having a lot of people elected for your Congress. Yeah. To look for a different country, look out for a different country.
To me, it does seem very bizarre. Yeah, I think a lot of that stuff, like when it hits my heart over the past, like especially 8 months, it makes me feel like there has to be a way better way to figure things out.
It's all about like fear mongering. They will tell you, but Israel is alone. It is surrounded by enemies that want to wipe us.
Is that true or not? Is Israel surrounded by enemies or not?
Bring the map of the Middle East.
Because one of the reasons I'm sure America and Israel have work together is because they need each other, right?
Okay, so Egypt is surrounded by Egypt. Egypt is the biggest military force in the Middle East. That's my country.
Okay.
And they having like a 45 years lasting peace treaty. There has never been a single missile or bullet shot from Israel, from Palestine, from Egypt to Israel, all over that.
So Egypt and Israel have a good...
Yeah, Jordan is the other country, peace. UAE, peace. Do you have the big threat for Israel is the little militant group in the Gaza Strip, which is Hamas, and Hezbollah, which is south of Lebanon. If you have all of that military might,
Hezbollah
and it's up there, like you see the gray area, like in Lebanon.
Is that where he lives at?
So basically, you have like two militant groups who doesn't like you. Right, supported by Iran, which is far away from you, and you have all of these Arab countries around you, basically friends with you. Yeah. So all of they want to kill us all. We're gonna perish. Oh fuck you! All of this. You see, Saudi Arabia, they have like almost normalized relationship. UAE, one of the countries.
So you don't believe that? You believe that they have? It's pretty stable over there.
It is a way to push in war and make you, because if you're not threatened, how can you sell the war?
Yeah.
And if you talk about October 7th, see what they want to be. You believe that before October 7th there were peace. Actually, before October 7th, 2 weeks before October 7th, Israel bombed Gaza 3 times. Before October 7th, Israel already killed 75 children in the West Bank in the same year. All of these numbers were happening. All of this ongoing. There was no peace before October 7th. And you go in and you go in with these lies that has never been refuted by the American media, although it was found to be lies and lies and lies. And you do that because you want to tell people we're dealing with terrorists. All of the Arab countries hate us and we have to kill us. And then they will bring in the Holocaust. I'm very sorry for the Holocaust, guys, but we had nothing to do with your Holocaust. We were just like minding our fucking business.
I was dead or whatever. I wasn't dead. I wasn't alive.
We were in the Middle East. We were just there. And the Holocaust happened to you in Europe. It didn't happen to you because of us. And then you import people from a different continent because you didn't want them. You didn't give them visa. You didn't take them as refugees. And then
American Britain, you mean?
Yeah. And then you put them on our land, and then you take our land, and then you tell everybody, oh, there was no one there.
So has America showed up, or Britain showed up and tried to help facilitate communications to make things better there?
There were many tries for peace treaties. But Obama said it best. In his book, he said, the problem with Israel and Palestine is that one of them is very strong and one side is very weak.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that compels me to give you land. So they will tell you, oh, we gave 5 chances to the Palestinians. And they said, no, that is not true. when I have the whole land and suddenly you're gonna give me 49%, that is not a deal. That's like, if you don't like it, we're gonna take it from you. If you give me like a shitty deal and I don't accept it because that is my land, you just gonna say like, oh, they didn't accept it.
Right. So, but have there been deals offered one way or the other, like peace? Like
Yeah. Like there's something called the Oslo Accords. It's happened in 1995.
the Oslo Accords?
The Oslo Accords. And you have Netanyahu bragging on tape saying that I have personally sabotaged the Oslo Accords, so it means nothing.
Okay, the Oslo Accords are a pair of interim agreements between Israel and Palestine Liberation Organization, PLO, signed in Washington, D.C. in 1993, signed in Egypt in 1995. They marked the start of the Oslo process, a peace process aimed at achieving a peace treaty based on resolutions of the United Nations Security Council. Among the notable outcomes, Oslo Accords were the creation of the Palestinian National Authority, which was tasked with the responsibility of conducting limited Palestinian governance over parts of the West Bank and Gaza Strip. So this was helping Palestine create a government?
Yes, but then it was all over the way. It's now clear the Oslo Peace Accords were wrecked by Netanyahu, and that was written by Avi Shleim, who's an Israeli author.
Right. Because there's people in Israel that don't agree with Netanyahu, right?
Yes, I know, but honestly, I'm sick and tired of saying, "Oh, Netanyahu is bad," but the rest of Israel, no. 98% of Israeli community said that we're not doing enough in Gaza. Only 2% says it's too much. 70% of Israelis said that we should not send humanitarian aid to Gaza. A lot of people, and I don't blame, I mean, I blame them, but like when you tell your people that those are like evils and they're like vampires and they're like killers, of course you're going to hate them. Of course you don't want them to live.
Yeah.
But you cannot expect to treat people like animals, and when they behave like animals, retaliate like animals, you go on and complain.
Yeah.
Right?
How do you, is there a way, because man, it's just, there's so much damage done there.
Yeah.
How do you find, how is there some sort of a solution? Like what direction do you see?
The solution is fixing the occupation. There is an occupation. That is the
And
thing.
why doesn't America and Britain step in and say, look, we helped create this in the beginning. We want to be here to help us establish safety for these people now.
Okay, America. What is America made of? Government. What is the government is made of? Elected officials. These people are elected through what? Through elections. Who's controlling the elections and paying for certain people to be there? AIPAC.
But do we know? But doesn't every country have lobbyists that try to like influence our elections?
Not a foreign lobby like this. Yeah, there's lobbies everywhere. But when you have a foreign lobby that works for an external country, that is not normal, Theo.
But is that considered just like a you know how we have like little base or little what are the places called if you're in London? The embassy. Like we have embassies in different places.
Yes.
Isn't that just like them having like a human embassy or something like a?
No.
You know what I'm talking about? Kind of.
I understand, but like that doesn't work with lobbies with parliaments, and like this is like imagine a lobby that is openly funded by China, and that lobby going there and buying seats for people who are pro-China.
It seemed like unfair.
It should not be accepted in a democratic country.
Why do we allow that to happen? It would seem like, well, but then you know what? That's where it comes down to capitalism, because it's the same shit that we allow where, just like where that drug company came in and hired former people from the FDA to come and work for their drug company.
That's wrong. That's illegal.
Right.
And also the government. I mean, capitalism wants you to believe that there's nothing you can do. It's only the free market. Even the free market has some sort of a government control. If a company goes out and become a monopoly, you have antitrust laws, and the government can curb that company.
Yeah.
But the problem is the government that should curb the influence of a foreign lobby is being paid by the same foreign lobby. So who would come up and put like a questioning for Israel lobby? The people they just paid get into Congress. I paid you.
Yeah.
I own your ass. You're not going to go into Congress and then ask why are we following. So
Israel's a gangster. Dog.
Exactly. This is what really made me disenfranchised. I became an American citizen in 2019, and I was so right in time for the 2020 elections. I was so happy. I'm going to be elected. It took me now 4 years. I'm not going to vote in the coming elections. What's the point? Like, what about America, man? What America? It's like, so now why would I even care to vote for anybody while both of them are competing to be Israel's favorite bitch?
Yeah.
It's basically like this. It's like, oh, I'm the best one for Israel. How about being the best one for America? How about doing what's good for America? Is it good for America to pay $26 billion? If I'm seeing this, how do I feel as an American?
Well, I think it's, for one, I think a lot of people don't know what to think. A lot of people aren't super clear on maybe what's going on, you know?
Because they're not allowed to, because they are being, all they need to know is like to see the headlines of the news. And the headlines of the news is always something bad about Palestinians or something bad about, nothing is bad. They don't spend enough time because they want their ESPNs and they need their Netflix. They don't want to involve in That's why a lot of Americans are still believing in the raping and the decapitated babies, because you can't stay tuned into the news for long. So for them, they do the shock,
right,
the lies, and then when people say, wait a minute, that didn't happen. It's like, it's too late now, because people are they're tuned out.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do not even believe the news at all anymore, though. I think the news has super lost a ton of credibility over the years.
So what happens? You create a kind of apathy. So people don't care, and business go as usual. The Congress getting bought, people getting bribed, $26 billion getting sent to Israel. People continue having bombing, and then every now and then, why is this happening? Because you checked out a long time ago.
Yeah.
And then you ask, what can we do? Nothing, because they made you check out a long time ago. So you have all of these people looking at what the government's doing, looking at what the world is doing. It's like, that ain't right, but there's nothing I can do about it. And this is exactly how you run the world. In my country, in the Middle East, I do that because you cannot speak up because you're going to be put in jail. But here, you can speak up, but nothing will happen. Nothing will change.
Here, I think sometimes you get afraid to even ask questions about stuff, and it's like, well, this doesn't even make any sense. Like, just at least let things make sense to me. For me, not be able to ask questions and shit is just fucking. That's the thing that's really, really weird.
Yes. Because it's all about like the attacking. So if you to go and you repeat what I just told you, it's like, Bassem Youssef, he's a liar. He's an anti-Semite. He hates Jews. Mm-hmm. Okay, what did he lie about? They will never give you details. What did he lie about? I'll give you an example. When on the second Piers Morgan interview, I went up to him and I gave him a story. I told him that Israel used to give contraceptive pills to the Ethiopian Jews, Ethiopian Jewish women who were immigrated from Ethiopia, and for more than 15 years, Israel would give them contraceptive shots without them knowing, so they would sterilize them. They would not allow them to breed because they are black.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Dude, you know what I noticed, dude? I was in Atlanta at the Coca-Cola factory or whatever, and you can taste all the sodas from around the world.
Look,
Ethiopian women in Israel giving contraceptive without consent, huh?
Yeah. So
Israel's lead.
So Benjamin Netanyahu was in the government and he came out and he personally apologized, right? So this is cut and dry. You cannot. And you know what happened to the Israelis on the X? Oh, he's a liar. That never happens. It's here. So I'm just preparing you that every time you're going to tell them something, they will tell you, oh, it's a lie. It's a lie. Nobody said that. Nobody said that.
Well, a lot of that's just like, people will position themselves constantly. It's like people are, especially if people are up to no good, nobody wants to get caught.
Yes.
A lot of times.
It's like you saying something and somebody, you're a racist. It's like, wait, what did I just said that was racist? Oh, no, you're racist. You're making me uncomfortable. You see that the way that they attack you?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, attack what I said.
Yeah. If I'm racist, dude, I do it at home, behind closed doors.
But this is, you're anti-Semitic, you're racist, you're a homophobe. The way that they use, like the same way, it's like, oh, you're Islamophobe. I don't like this word, Islamophobe.
I don't know if anybody cares about that shit anymore, though.
Nobody cares.
Well, people have thrown around some of those terms so many times. It's like the boy that cried wolf kind of in a way. It's like, you can't make it feel like I can't ask something or talk about something. Yeah, it just sometimes some of that stuff is strange. And it's hard. I mean, some of this stuff is even hard to talk about because it's like I worry that even just by having like some of this conversation, it's like it's kind of scary because I don't know what I could get in trouble for.
But this is scary, man, because like I'm new to this country, so like I'm kind of like following your lead, guys, and I'm saying like, wait, isn't this country created on the cornerstone of freedom of expression? Why is there some things that we are not allowed to speak about or afraid. This is the promise of the West. Come here and speak and say whatever you want, no matter how offensive it is. It doesn't matter because it is words. But then suddenly you come here and you find all of these red lines. Yeah. And I was made fun of, like when I came. Oh, you came from the Middle East. You have all of these red lines. You cannot speak about that. We can speak about Jesus. We can speak about the American president. You can speak. And now I come here and I see the red line. You have one red line.
Really?
And you have one red line. Everybody here, not you. Then that red line, everybody can see. You guys cannot be able to talk about, which is Israel. This is your red line. Your red line is not even in your country.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
That's a crazy statement.
It's a crazy.
Dude, I'll tell you what I heard, dude. I heard that Jesus did like a lot of impersonations and stuff.
What did he impersonate? His dad?
Just his friends and stuff. Yeah. But I heard that somewhere. I don't know where I read that, but he would do like impersonations, I guess, or whatever.
What he would be like the Archangel Michael. And it's like, hey, so Archangel Michael is like, hey, Jesus, hey, Jesus. But he's
so
like,
an archangel walks into a cloud.
I know, but okay, I'll tell you something about like things that people find offensive. For example, we were basically profiled as Muslims that we hate the
Slims, we call them.
Yeah, Slims.
Yeah.
I
made that up a couple years ago. It's like
Slim.
I don't want to say it's a racial slur, but if it is, you're welcome.
Slims? It's like the Slims, the cigarettes?
Kind of like this. Whenever we
is
say
it because
Muslims,
like we smoke hookahs?
We say Slims. Yeah. I think I really like it. Some people might not like it, and that's okay. And
one thing that kind of like drives me crazy sometimes, like, we like Israel, but we don't like Muslims. Like, why? And then politics like, because Judeo-Christian values. Have you heard about that? Judeo-Christian values. Like, guys, what do you talk about Judeo-Christian values? You understand that people in Israel hate Christians. You understand that? You go
that's
right now.
That's not true, you think?
You go right now in the video and you write Israelis spitting on Christians in Bethlehem, or spitting on Israel on Christians in Israel. You see, spitting, hitting attacks on Israel and surging in Israel. Occupied Jerusalem, ultra-Jewish, spitting on Christians.
But this could be specific stuff.
No, this is part. Okay, so
you know what I'm saying. This might not be an everyday thing because I have a lot of friends that are Jewish, and
there's like so many videos. It's just like the videos keep scrolling as we say. That's not that very. You see how many videos right now we're talking. The videos keep scrolling. So that's not that everything, but we happen to have 100 videos to say that that's true.
It says there's only 2,000 videos.
Okay. Okay, and you have actually one of their ministers, Ben Gavir, who is the basic national security, as I said, it is actually part of our religion. There's no hate about that, and many of their rabbis will say that Jesus right now, Jesus is the son of a whore. The Virgin Mary is a whore. She made up the whole thing about the Son of God in order to cover for her adultery. And Jesus right now is being burned with feces and semen for eternity. This is what they say. So basically, I don't know if you follow this trend. No, yeah, you can find it.
And this is a trend on TikTok?
No, not a trend. These videos are already there. So basically, when Christians go there, the Orthodox Jews will go Haktua. They go Haktua. They spit on that thing.
Damn, right. Wow.
So, and I'm not saying that this represents all Jews.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, if you want nitpick about this stuff, because I grew up as a Muslim, and all of those videos nitpicking of like, oh, look at this extreme Muslim who said that. Oh, this must be all Muslim are terrorists. And we have a lot of those videos on us, and nobody's talking about it. So I understand like how this is personal for me.
Yeah.
And I'm fine talking about those horrible people in the Muslim community, but talk about everybody.
Right.
Don't limit our speech. And by the way, and I hate the word Islamophobe. Anybody is allowed to talk about Islam or the Quran or whatever. I will never call you an Islamophobe. But I'm an equal opportunity offender. If you talk about my religion, let's talk about everybody's religion.
Oh, yeah.
If you're going to talk about my politics, let's talk about everybody's politics.
Yeah.
I'm not here to attack Jewish people. I'm not here to attack Israel. I am just asking for my right as an American to be able to speak about everything without having fear of being canceled or having my career canceled. I had opportunities. My opportunities in Hollywood dried up completely after I talked up.
Is that true?
Yes.
Do you think it's tougher for Arabic and Islamic entertainers in Hollywood?
Oh, it is tougher, but there's also people who are not Muslims, who are not Arabs, who were had cancelled because of their opinions. There have been blacklists of people in tech companies that have been removed from their companies because of a post of Facebook, and this is happening in America. And of course, you remember what happened in these colleges where like American students were being beaten by American police for the sake of a foreign country. You understand, like the American university movement, which one of the most amazing movements, that they went out against Vietnam, they went out against South Africa, and now they went out against Israel, and they're being hit and penalized in their own campuses for just speaking up.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they should be able to do that at campuses, but then what happens is investors or donators to the campuses who believe what they believe, they choose to take their money away. You know,
And,
I think
and those donors are pro what?
they're pro money.
So if you write, please, Jewish billionaires threaten Columbia universities to withdraw their
never
loan.
gonna fucking work again.
Dude, I came here having receipts.
I know, but I'm going to get in
Pro-Israel
trouble,
Jewish
dude.
billionaires look, here it is. Billionaires stop Columbia cash over anti-Israel protest. Columbia billionaires doors are giving. So you see, what
But-
does it?
but
so
still,
so
that
your
makes-
donors, the donors have more loyalty to a foreign country and telling you, if you speak against that foreign country, I'm not giving you my money.
But it makes sense though that you that makes sense if you
Okay.
think that you say you're a like I'm a New Orleans Saints fan. If somebody puts up a Falcons flag, an Atlanta Falcons flag, and I'm a New Orleans Saints fan, and it's my bar or something, or I'm the one that helps take care of the place where they're putting the flag up, I'm going to be upset. I'm going to say, well, I'm not going to help take care of this place anymore if you support
But
this.
the Falcon and Minnesota, these are two people in the league, in an American league. But you are basically talking about a different. I'm not even attacking
Right.
your team.
And I made a bad choice of
I'm
comparing
saying that I don't want my college to take part from. I understand why they went. They said, like, we need to divest from any investment with the Israeli army. Is that fair or not? That's fair. Like, I don't want my universities, the universities that I pay tuition to be involved with the military
In
or
supporting
the
war.
Yeah. Israel. That's fair. And then you have Bunor. No, we need to be involved in other people's shit, and you need not to speak about that. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense to me, man.
Well, why don't why don't different groups start to build their own strongholds of like university and like media so that everybody can have their own channels?
Most Arabs work in vaping. I don't know that there's much money in the Arab community.
Hey, smoke signals.
we just said that like Jewish people are very good in business. We can't compete with that. We just have hookahs and vapes. We can't compete with them. So, but like, you see, if that is the case, don't call it a democracy anymore. If the whole idea about like who pays the more money, it's an oligarchy.
Yeah,
Don't
I
call
agree.
yourself democratic. Just say, hey, it's a capitalist country. Whoever has more money, but that's dangerous because tomorrow China might have more money here and control it. So it has to be a fair game for everybody. But it's not fair because now they say TikTok. We need to ban TikTok because it's against Israel because it's pro-China. So you're not even making the game fair. If Israel can buy its way through it, anybody should buy the way through it.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying, well, then if that's the case, then China should be able to do it too.
And Saudi Arabia is able to do it, and Iran
But I
is
think
able to do it.
Israel's an ally. I guess like
Why is Israel an ally?
I don't know why.
And which ally have you given $26 billion?
I don't know, dude.
You see, but here's the thing: we're repeating that. Oh, Israel is our greatest ally. Why?
I don't know, but you have to have. Well, here's why. I believe this is what I've always been kind of like, I guess, heard is that you have to have an ally in the Middle East because there's so much oil and power and money over there.
America doesn't have allies in the. What about Saudi Arabia, the biggest oil producing company in the world? Iraq, Egypt, Israel, UAE, all of Kuwait. All of these are allies for the United States.
I don't know if Saudi Arabia is an ally. I don't know
really?
about that.
Saudi Arabia is the most beneficial for your economy.
Really?
They are the biggest buyer
Except
of your
for
weapons.
those 2 buildings in New York City, dude. Outside of that, though, you know what I'm saying?
Well, so why didn't you go after them?
because I guess somebody owed somebody some money or something.
No, let's talk about 9/11 now because it's a bigger issue. We don't. We're going to go really down the rabbit hole. But here's the thing: you have all of those people, their allies. What has Israel done to you being an ally? It has ruined your reputation in front of everybody. Hates America because of Israel.
I don't know if that's true. You think so?
Yeah. Everybody hates America because of Israel. I'm telling you. It's and that's why all they hate America because what Israel is doing in Palestine, and how America is supporting Israel forever. And if you find America supporting the killing of my own people, you can't help but people hate you, right? At a certain point, I don't think that Israel is a good ally for us. They are costing us a lot of money. They are harboring a lot of terrorists. The Jewish Defense League, there are 3 people from the Jewish Defense League in 1994 who killed an American citizen and they escaped to Israel, and Israel is not delivering you. Is that a work of an ally? Israel hit the Liberty, USS Liberty in 1967. It's an American vessel. Does that an American? No. As there's a book called By Way of Deception by Viktor Ostrofinsky, who is an ex-Mossad officer who said that Israel knew about the 1982 Lebanon bombing, where 52 Americans were killed, and Mossad held the information. So because they want to do it in spite. Is that the work of an ally? Israel has it harbors the biggest number of pedophiles in Israel. More than 50 people, at least from 2014, by the Jewish Watch community. This is actually a Jewish group who have actually said that. So you have people who are molesting American children in America, and they're escaping to Israel using the dual nationality thing, and Israel is not giving you back. Wow. Is that the work of an ally?
If somebody's a molester, you got to send them back.
It's on CBS News if you want to look at.
Oh.
Like CBS News, you can. You
don't like Israel, I think.
I don't like Israel. No, I do not like it. I think their ways are evil, and you see how Jewish American pedophiles hide from justice in Israel. That's CBS. I'm not making this up.
A lot of them too would hide by the would hide. So
is this a work of an ally? Is an ally giving you $100 million to bribe your politicians, buy your elections, and then make you pay $26 billion? That's not a work of an ally. If someone takes $70 million of tax exempt money for their veterans, that's not a work of an ally.
But how many issues did America create for itself just with its own practices of like doing this, like doing those sorts of things to other countries and stuff? I wonder. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder if there's a part of, if that's true. I don't know. I mean,
America has known to finance and carry out coups in all kind of different countries. In Latin America, they're known to overthrowing a government if they don't like. For example, it happened in Chile. It happened in Argentina. It happens so many places. It happened in Iraq. In 1954, there was like an elected official that they thrown out because of oil agreements. America is known to manipulate the whole world. That's what superpowers do.
Right. So if
the Romans did it, the Greeks came. I accept that because you're the police of the planet. Yes, it happened. It comes with a cost. It's terrible.
But couldn't that evolve and then Israel could just become that?
What do you mean?
Like if we were the leader at one time, couldn't Israel be the leader at one time?
Why?
Couldn't China be the leader at one time?
Well, China I can accept because it's a superpower. But Israel is a client state. It's a small state. This is like basically you working in a corporate and the CEO coming every day and shitting on your office. It's like, but he's the CEO, he's the owner. But then he brings his little poodle and then he shits on your desk. That's too much. That's Israel. Right? I can accept it because you are the superpower of the world, but don't bring your brat dog to do it on my desk. That's too much. Yeah. Because the only way that I can do anything for that dog is that the owner is the CEO and I don't want to be fired. So that's basically, Israel is the bulldog that's harassing everybody around it in the region. And they hate us. Where are we going to perish? Fuck it, you're not gonna perish. You have nuclear weapons. You have
they're fine.
They're fine.
It definitely gets kind of
they're fine. And then how is it self-defense? Because I'm sure that you see in these videos, all of these IDF soldiers wearing women lingerie, taking like the women's the kids' toys, destroying empty hospitals, destroying empty schools just for the fun of it. That doesn't look like an army that is defending itself.
Yeah. Well, to me, it's felt like the feeling of it is that Like usually when you hear, I mean, I've said this before, usually when you hear like free a place, that's the place that needs help, you know? It's like you don't hear like free Michigan or free America or free China, you know, or sometimes you hear free China.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you hear free Palestine, if you hear that, then that's usually, if something becomes that big of a fervor that's the campaign slogan, that place usually needs some sort of help.
Yeah.
How does someplace that's stronger, like Israel, that has so much, how do they help? How do we get to
why would they help? They just want the land.
But they
Remember the map that we saw, how they disintegrate? This has been ongoing from 1940s.
But they obviously have enough of the land.
No, they want the whole land. They want all of the West Bank. They want all of Gaza, and they have said many times on television the only way this would happen if people in Gaza go into Egypt and people in the West Bank are driven into Jordan.
Is this a legitimate map? Did you draw this map?
It's from the internet, but they have been telling you openly, we're gonna displace those.
But at a
people
certain
outside.
point, they have to recognize, hey, we haven't. This is
No, they don't care. They haven't. Why would
Well,
they?
that's the part to me that's not cool,
Show
dude.
me in this map anywhere where Israel has scaled back. What they have done, they have moved forward to disintegrate the land more, push the people more, abuse the people more, and because they have the power and because they have America behind them, they are not compelled to do anything different.
Well, they feel like they're in the right.
Yes, they feel in the right because
Why don't
it's given. The Bible gave it to me because God gave it to me. So if I believe I'm the chosen people, I can do whatever I want.
Oh yeah.
And I have to tell you, like a lot of people ask me, Bassem, are you religious? I said, like, if these are God chosen people, I have doubts.
I'm gonna lose my job for another 2 more years for laughing at all. But do you think though that why doesn't America help Palestine? Why don't we?
Why? Because they help. I just told you. What is America? America is a government. This government is made of officials. These officials are elected. They need money for the elections. Who pays for election campaigns? Who is the biggest?
But even still, you could still help someone because they need help.
No, they don't care. Who is the biggest recipient of donors from Israel? $9 million over the years. Joe Biden.
Joe Biden, yeah.
Yeah. So why would he help? Why would I help Palestine while I'm getting my money from you? I mean, you can give me all kind of like fancy political talk, but it's really about being reelected. So the idea, you are thinking as a human being, what is the right thing to do? And you're right. But the right thing to do is not the right thing in politics. The right thing in politics is to survive and have as much money as possible to stay in power as long as possible. No morals, no right and wrong, nothing. Just power.
Well, one thing that didn't help by having the term "free Palestine," that's going to attract all the. But if you label something "free" something right next to Israel, dude, no wonder they keep coming. They should have said a very expensive Palestine.
It's a very expensive Palestine, but it is expensive. It's costing us a lot of money.
They should have said under contract Palestine.
Work in progress, Palestine.
Now, is that a joke? Am I going to go to jail? I don't know.
Why would you go into? You shouldn't.
I understand that, but why do I feel like
exactly? Why do you feel that, Theo? You are an outspoken person. You speak about anything. You go on stage and you have no boundaries. When people in America start to have boundaries about a certain issue, we need to ask questions. Why?
Oh, I get it.
Why? And also, it's just like it's crazy. And it's just like it's maybe it's my disappointment because I bet everything on this country. I really love living here, being here, and the only thing that I was promised, which is freedom, it seems not to work. And I'm someone who's been canceled a few times from my own country. So I come here, it's like, hey, America, freedom. It's like, oh, freedom about everything except that one thing. Come on, do it. What kind of freedom is that? Maybe I should have I don't know, went to Tel Aviv instead.
Well, I think it behooves everybody if you can joke about everything. I think that makes things a lot more chill. Yeah. How do you handle not agreeing with Israel but still supporting like your Jewish friends and stuff that are in America?
I don't think that's a difficult choice because the Jewish people here's the thing, they want you to make you think that all Jewish people are with Israel. That is not true. A lot of Jewish people do not agree with that. So they
I have a lot of Jewish friends that are on
you have
kind of both sides of this thing.
You have a Jewish bloc that every single week that goes out in Europe and in America. And remember when we were talking about those university encampments? Many of them, there was like a Jewish bloc that was part, and many of them were even arrested with their Arab and American brothers, but they don't want to talk to you about that. You can find many pictures for Orthodox Jews burning the Israeli flag. Orthodox Jews in New York.
OJs, yeah.
Yeah, OJs. They do not represent us, but they don't want you to see that. They want you to see one thing.
How do you get?
Hear this. All of those Jewish people, they don't like what is.
Show that, dude. We're going to.
Why not?
Jail,
but wait. Okay, how many pictures of burned American flag have you seen?
I don't look at those either.
No. But
anyway.
If you have a picture now burning the American flag or the Iranian flag,
you can't even go to jail for it anymore.
No, you but like is Israeli flag? Why? I'm not inviting people to hate on Israel. I'm not inviting people to hate on Jewish people.
Agreed.
I just want to say you need to have the freedom to speak your mind, even if it doesn't please certain people, because this is democracy. Democracy is noisy, and you will listen to things that you don't like. But you should not feel afraid of speaking up your mind.
Yeah. I think the part where I even started to think about it was it just started to seem like, obviously what happened on October 7th was horrible, but then it just started to seem like such a overstatement of
it was like, we have to kill Hamas, but it's just.
And then they just won't exist. And so, I don't know. There's something inside of me, even if I don't know anything about it, there's something inside of me that just says, this just feels messed up.
I like the fact that they say, like, we're doing this for Palestinians. We need them. We will get rid of Hamas for them, and the Palestinians will be grateful. And then I see the destructions. I see that, there's a lot of Palestinians who don't like Hamas. But you wanna convince me that you want to destroy that place, and then you think those people that would be left would be okay with you?
Do you think the Palestinian people knew that Hamas was going to do this October 7th?
I don't think they knew, and of course it's devastating for them. And but it and I wish the October 7th never happened. But again, we come back. It's like, how long can you take it? How long can you take the abuse, the land theft, the killing? At a certain point, you're going to be desperate, and you're going to be desperate against a very much more stronger enemy.
Yeah.
But when America revolted for tea, they revolted against a much stronger enemy. And I find it very interesting how everything in the American culture, you watch Star Wars, you side with the rebels. You watch the Hunger Games, you side with the rebels. You go to Israel, you side with the oppressor. You don't side with the rebels. You don't side with the people with no weapons. You don't side with the people with the machine guns or the knives. You side the people with the military arsenal.
Yeah.
Because they were deemed terrorists, less humans, dehumanizing. See how they talk about Palestinians? They are death cults. They are terrorists.
And what are Palestinians like?
Like normal people. Normal people, but they're living in a horrible condition. I married one of them.
Gosh.
So I can report that she has no fangs or nails other than the nails that she does in the nail salon. So she's like a normal human being. And we have normal kids, and they don't turn into werewolves at night. They are normal people. They're normal people who have been in this land, and they were taken away from them. And this was a problem that was imported from a different continent, done by other perpetrators. They were rejected by other white people, and they were just like put on us. And it is terrible, and it should not happen.
So do Palestinians also have issues with Britain and the U.S. then, probably?
Of course. Yeah. But I don't think they have any time to have issues with anybody. They have time to survive. They're living in tents right now in Gaza, and the people who live in West Bank are in under threat to be killed or kicked out at any moment. And I just want people to look at them as humans. Everybody who went to Gaza, everybody who went to the West Bank, saw what happened to those people, and then will speak up. They're being shut down.
Are you able to look at Israel as humans too?
Yes. But I asked them, I look at everybody as humans, and I will not do the same mistake that they have been doing to us, dehumanizing us, calling us terrorists. But they are acting like terrorists.
Why don't we give part of our country to Palestine?
Why don't you give part of your country to Jewish people?
Why don't we give part of our country to one of the groups? At least that would help.
I think maybe, but it's not.
Or an island. What about that? What about what if you did a merger? You did Palestine.
Palestine. That's a good one. Yes.
Do you think that's possible? Would Palestine accept something like that, where it's like let's give this place.
I'm not Palestinian, so I cannot speak on their behalf, but I think Palestinians want to stay in their land. And I think many of those, this is what drives me crazy because it doesn't make any sense. Any Jewish person all around the world, if you're like a Polish Jewish, like an American Jewish, just because you're Jewish, you can get the Israeli passport right now. And once you get the passport, you can come from Brooklyn, land into Israel, take a piece of land that was owned by a Palestinian right on the spot, or a home that is owned by a Palestinian, saying that this is your promised land.
Like, what do you mean you can walk into the house?
Yeah, you can just walk in the house, and you can have videos of people taking their stuff and barging into a Palestinian home in the West Bank. It happens all the time. It doesn't make any sense. A Brooklyn Jew, just because he was born Jew, can just like go to Israel, take the passport, and take a piece of land that is belonged to someone else. Even now, as we speak, does that make any sense?
But most people wouldn't do that.
Many people do that. On every single given day, you have planes with thousands of Jewish people from all over the world, coming from Eastern Europe, coming from Africa, coming from Latin America, coming in America, and settling in the land, settling in Arab land.
Does the Palestinian people, do they have a police department?
They have like... They have something called the Palestinian Authority, which is an oxymoron. And they are called the Palestinian Authority, but show me an authority that has absolutely no say about the foreign people coming in and taking land from your people.
Yeah.
Dude,
my friend got a job at the airport, and he was a little guy, right? And they gave him a billy club, and it weighed him down, dude. He was so little. He's like... He probably weighed 60 pounds, whatever. And I guess
I think he's more effective more than the Palestinian Authority. He has more power than theirs.
The club, dude, when you'd see him run, it was so... He almost had to run sideways because the way the club would like shuffle and like block his legs.
I wish it was that funny.
What's the solution? You have to have some...
The solution is to end the occupation. And the solution is that Israel should stop killing Palestinians, taking their land. It's as simple as that. Details, what land, how much, well, that's not my thing to say because I'm a comedian, not a politician, I'm not a Palestinian. There are Palestinian politicians that can talk on their behalf. But I can tell you whatever is happening now is wrong. And it's not my problem or my issue to come up with a solution because I didn't cause that crisis. It's someone else caused it, and it's not for me to fix it for them. But what I can say, what's happening is wrong.
Are any American or British leaders, and some of this stuff I don't know a ton, I'm trying my best to learn. Is some American or British leaders trying to help negotiate that? Have we tried over the years to help?
Yeah, but it's always been skewed towards Israel. What Israel
is that
wants.
true though?
Yeah. And
because both sides have rejected peace agreements, right?
Yes, but one of them rejected it because basically you're giving them a very shitty deal, and the other side rejected it because they want more. And now they're telling you, it's like, hey, you know what? Forget about the second state. Forget about two-state solution. Even the Israelis say that, it's all ours now. Forget it.
What about like Ladder and Bloom or something? Who is doing the or Remark or something? Who's negotiating it all?
I don't know. There's no negotiation now. Like Israel hasn't gone to the negotiation table for the past 20 years.
Like, is Gaza on Zillow? No.
I think if there's Zillow's.
I'm just joking, dude. Is that offensive?
Oh my God, no. And I learned to laugh about everything. It's like I think Zillow's like. I just said Zillow.
Here's the thing: if it's not on Zillow, I don't think you can take it.
However, it's not in Zillow. It's not. Oh wow!
But I think one thing about a lot of my Jewish friends I notice is they do a good job of working together.
Jewish people are great business people. And I don't want to kind of be the guy who's like, hey, I have black friends, but like, I honestly like my agents, my managers, and they all come from companies that are overwhelmingly Jewish people, and I have no problem dealing with that. My utmost friend and the guy that I look up to is Jon Stewart. And he's the reason why I'm known to America. When I came on his show, he came to my show. I love him to death. He's my big brother. And he's Jewish. That's why I don't fall into this like Jewish thing. No, there are just like bad people that happen to be Jewish, and there's bad people that happen to be Muslims. There are bad people that happen to be Christians, and there are bad people that happen to be atheists. I don't look through the lens of religion, but I can see people who would use religion in order to advance their policy. The same way that ISIS and Qaeda used Islam in order to promote themselves as the only speakers of Islam, we as Muslims rejected it. And the way that Israel is speaking on behalf of all Jewish people, a lot of Jewish people are rejecting that, because it's not anti-Semitism to attack Israel. It's not anti-Semitism to criticize Zionism. It's just like freedom of expression. And that is why I don't hold that. But they want to reduce you. You're a Jew hater. Dude, relax. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't like when people say that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a way to shut down the conversation, to scare you, to intimidate you, to make people have a negative reaction to you without even you speaking.
Dude, if I was a Jew, if I hated Jewish people, I would know.
You would know. You would know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'd be the first to
You
know.
go to New York and not eat bagels. You'll know.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I would have an
You
inkling.
boycott bagels in New York.
Yeah. Now, don't do that, dude. Have you had debates with friends like on this topic a lot?
Yeah, I mean,
Different-
many times, and some of them listen, some of them are set in their ways, like anything. Like I that's true for Americans, for Egyptians. I have debates about the Egyptian revolution with Egyptian friends who would never listen to my point of view. So yes, people, it's a very emotionally charged topic. So you will have people coming in very emotional, and they will not want to hear.
Yeah. Have you heard a good solution idea from a friend?
No, a solution is end the occupation and treat everybody living on that land with equally as don't treat them as subhumans. That's
But at this point, say they ended the occupation, right?
yeah,
The people, the kids are never going to forget. It's never going to.
yeah. You have created a catastrophe. You have created something that will last for decades. Many of those people do not like America right now. They don't like Jewish people now. They don't like. No, you just realize. But
Well, yeah, because it's American young men and women, and they're probably at some point going to have to go and put their blood in a field somewhere.
Yes, and I, as an American, I don't want America being involved in wars in the Middle East. I don't want America to be funding wars in the Middle East. I don't want our taxpayers' money going to fund killing babies.
Some babies are assholes. I'll say that.
Some of them. Yeah, I give you that.
Not a lot of me. Every now and then you're like, whoa, dude.
But like you don't want your.
But I'm
money.
joking too, babies.
Yeah, but you don't want your money to be part of that.
Well, our
destruction.
country's fucking falling apart. Everybody is addicted or dealing with addiction, or families are dealing with loss from addiction. You killed people's spirits with the fucking bullshit plan for the vaccine. You know,
don't make it worse and go and pay more money for destruction. If it's already been fucked, like deal with these fuckery. Don't make it worse.
Yeah.
And don't go and fuck yourself even more.
I wish you guys could settle it on the field. Is there any sports that Israel and Palestine play against each other?
Circumcision.
Oh, really?
That's the only thing in common.
And who's winning?
I don't know. Like I think we get, because there are more Muslims. I think we're cutting more dicks than they.
Hey, there you go. Huh? This year.
Yeah,
Look on the NASDAQ.
Yeah.
And let's see. When you see like the pain and the like physical destruction and the human destruction that's happening over there, and just like the videos of people being like maimed and brutalized on both sides over there, as a surgeon, that must make you feel some type of way too.
Yeah,
huh?
and there's a lot of surgeons and doctors who've been to Gaza and they come back with horrible stories.
Really?
Because they're all over. They tell you, because every single hospital in Gaza is bombed. 36 hospitals, all of them destroyed. You have like maternity wards and incubators being killed. They have basically a place that has no basic needs, and you're bombing the shit out of them every day. And you say, oh, we couldn't get Hamas. It's like Israel. I think the IDF would be the worst in playing Jenga.
Yeah.
You know, like okay, this is a terrorist. The whole region went down.
Well, you do think that if the army is that acute, that they would be able to be more articulate.
You mean like killing people less discriminately?
Just like getting exactly whoever Hamas is.
They can, but they don't care because we have seen them on video killing babies. We cannot just tell me it's by mistake when you have babies with sniper bullets in their head.
Yeah.
Right? Twice. You can say that's my mistake. You can say, oh, we're trying our best, and then you blow up an empty hospital or an empty school just for spite.
Yeah.
You can't say, "Oh, we're not doing that by mistake," and you keep and you cannot have a war when 80% of the people are displaced, 100% of the people are 100% of the place is destroyed, and 50% of the infrastructure is like completely wiped out. It's 80%. You can't. This is not war. This is annihilation. And
Do you think it's going to stop or no?
It's been going on for 8 months, and I don't know how much they're gonna continue. And
I think there was what's the latest?
No, nothing. They just bombed there's a video of a refugee hospital.
All Palestinians to leave Gaza's largest city. The latest. Israel orders all Palestinians to leave.
Yeah.
Gaza's
Also, there's a.
Where
video,
do they go if they're ordered to leave?
They just in the rural areas around. They want to push them into Sinai, but the Sinai they can't. But they're closed, and
Sinai's closed.
The borders with Sinai. Also, you can see there's a video of a refugee hospital, a refugee school in Gaza. That the moment that they were playing football, and Israel just dropped a bomb, and they were playing football.
Well, let me read this. Israel launched the war in Gaza after Hamas' October 7th attack, in which militants stormed into Israel, killed some 1,200 people, mostly civilians, and abducted about 250. Since then, Israeli ground offensives and bombardments have killed more than 38,000 people in Gaza. According to the territory's health ministry, it does not distinguish between combatants and civilians in its count. Wow.
But yeah, that's the video. They were playing football. This is like a refugee camp. Mm-hmm. And then the moment...
What is a refugee camp?
A refugee school. They're like inside guys, they're all... See?
Oh.
That's every single day. Every single day. That's every single day. In schools and in hospitals, every single day. That just happened 2 days ago.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, I don't know. I just remember when I was a kid, my mom would say sometimes, like, I don't know why we're sending Israel all this money. You know? But she never liked Netanyahu.
Yeah, but whether Netanyahu or Modi, we
said he looks like a bad guy.
We send money to Israel even before Netanyahu. The question is, there's just like a lot of questions, and we need to be able to ask these questions without having fear of being cancelled or destroyed or having our career taken away from us.
Well, we fucking threw that out the window this episode.
I don't think you did anything wrong, Theo. Theo, you did well, man.
Even listening, though, sometimes.
No, even listening now, you're afraid of listening. What happened to our American freedoms? It disintegrated to being afraid of listening.
Oh, as a human being, I'm okay. I think just my life, I get worried about being able to still do my job.
You did nothing wrong, Theo. You got a guy who spoke his mind, which is what Americans are.
I agree.
You just gave me a platform to speak our mind, and you're bringing someone else who will say the opposite of what I'm going to say. It's going to be up to people to decide.
How do you support your Jewish friends, like just in the U.S. and stuff or whatever, who disagree with the kind of some of the situation there? Is that kind of tough sometimes?
It is tough for them. I have a lot of Jewish friends who are in disagreement with their parents, who are pretty much Zionist, and they don't agree with that.
And a Zionist, what is it again? Just give me one.
According to Jewish people or Zionist people, it is just simply the having a national state of Israel in the Middle East. That's basic. But it's for us. It's more than that. For us, it's more than this. It's not just the establishment. This is what they tell you. Just the establishment. But for us, they have done that by displacing people, colonizing their land, and taking away their homes, taking away their land. For us, Zionism is not good.
Okay. For who?
For Arabs and Muslims, because they took a land from Palestinians under the pretense of this thing, and then they tell you it's decolonization.
If Israel moved out of the territory there, do you think that another group would move right into it?
No, I don't. There's 7 or 8 million Jews in Israel. That's a lot of people to move out.
Right, but I'm just saying, say if that was vacated, would Syrians or Egyptians or somebody else cruise right in there?
Because there are already Palestinians there.
And how many Palestinians live in Israel?
There are 3.5 million who live in the West Bank. 2.3 million live in Gaza. So a total of 8. Inside Israel, in the territory, there are 2 million of Palestinians live in Israel, and there are 7 million Palestinians who live outside, refugees.
And where is one of the largest spaces of Palestinians outside of
Jordan?
What about in America?
No, maybe there are like half.
Maybe
a million,
Michigan.
No. Michigan, there's a lot of Muslims, but many of them are Lebanese, many of them are Iraqis, some of them are Palestinians. I think they are about like 400,000 in America, a total of 7 million outside of Palestine. 7 million. Some of them are refugees. Some of them are citizens of other countries now.
How much longer do you think
I
Palestine?
see 175. Yeah,
175,000 Palestinian Americans.
in America. Yeah,
Wow.
that's like 0.05. They're very small.
Some of them are on Wilshire every other Saturday.
Yeah,
I'm talking about?
Yeah. Three of them. Some of them have the best restaurants here.
Well, I'm super glad we got to talk about it. Sorry if some stuff I was kind of like trying to like, I think some stuff I don't know if it's like, I don't know what to say, I guess. And sometimes I just listen because I don't know how to like, some conversations I just, you just don't know what to say or do.
Yeah, and I understand because for Americans have so much to worry about. They have to worry about their own daily life. And their own, like, paying their bills. And then it's like, why do we have to care about this remote place in the Middle East that we will never see? And now why is
it's a great question.
This is like an everyday. This is an everyday. Why do we have? And I feel for them. But the reason why Americans should care about that, because that is affecting our government, our democracy, our way of life. Because if you're an American, you think this is remote from you. No, it doesn't, because it affects the way that you speak about politics. You hear many times, you say, I don't know if I'm going to go to jail. Well, if you talk about something that's happening that foreign, you shouldn't be worried about going to jail. You should be worried about talking about the government giving that much money for destruction. So it affects you. Whether you like it or not, it affects you.
Yeah, I think one of the bigger problems that we have is that we facilitate so much war and weaponry in the world to try and leverage things. But then maybe that needs to happen for us to have the safety we have. And maybe we're, it's hard to know all of that stuff, how one thing affects the other,
But you see, I find that this is actually the end result of every conversation. We don't know. Maybe this is what will happen just in order. But that's like a way to stay complacent.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Because what is happening is not right. All of this money, all of these billions of dollars coming out from our pockets, etc., that is not right. And I'm talking about money, politics, and freedom. These are the three things that are the cornerstones of American life.
That's a good point.
Our politics, our freedom, and our money. If we don't know where our money is going and why is our politics is being taken over by a foreign lobby, that is wrong.
Yeah.
And you need to start from there.
Yeah, it just breaks my heart. I mean, you see what happened is over there, and it's heartbreaking. And it's like, well, I just wanted to learn a little bit more about it, and I wanted to get some perspective from somebody that was at least able to speak about it, and who was willing to speak up about it. And you've spoken vibrantly about it, and
I understand how difficult it is, because maybe some of your listeners, your audience, don't really care about that stuff. So, and maybe for them this is too heavy, but for the people who are interested, what you did is to bring a problem that affects us whether we like it or not. And I'm happy that you're bringing a rabbi to speak on a totally opposite level. And I'm happy that when people have more questions, you bring more people to speak to you. I'm happy to come back again and to talk to the people. And because at the end of the day, you listen not just for entertainment, but for education.
Yeah.
And there's so many things in that world that I don't know. So I listen to shows that will tell me. So I'm not here to attack anybody. I'm not here to say bad things about anybody. I'm here to just invite people to be more curious and to understand how things work and to form their own opinion and not just give up to, this is the way it is, we can't change anything. Because if you said that, nothing will change. And then you will come up tomorrow and you will complain about why things are not changing. It just needs to start from asking questions.
Yeah.
Asking questions, open your mind, and I will be more than happy to come back again and talk about. I'm sure that you can have so many questions, so many rebuttals. Like ask him this, ask him that, and I'm happy to come and if you would get me on the show again. And I'm happy to speak. You see how we talked? It was nothing. There's nothing threatening of what we did today.
Yeah.
There's nothing anti-Semitic. There's nothing Islamophobic. We didn't go and attack people from different faiths. We just talk about politics, and I might be wrong, but prove me wrong.
Oh yeah. Bassem, thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, inshallah. What do people say?
Inshallah is like if God wills.
If God wills.
If God wills.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. But
Shalala or shallah?
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
I was just say inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yeah. That's it. Amazing.
Inshallah.
Yes.
People can find you.
BassemYoussef.xyz or Bassem at Instagram. I'm starting my Montreal. I'm coming 20th of July. Then I'm going a whole American tour in Florida, Chicago, Minneapolis, San Francisco, Chicago, Minneapolis. I said that. Yeah. Tampa, Orlando, Toronto. So I'll see you guys.
Marvelous. Yeah. If you haven't seen this guy, watch also his interview with Piers Morgan. It's insightful and interesting and funny. You know, and it's okay to say that, we have to laugh in times of pain. That's why God put it into us.
Thank you.
And just thank you so much for your time, brother.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for the space. Thank you for accommodating me. I appreciate you. Love all of your listeners, guys. Love you all.
Now I'm just floating on the breeze, and I feel I'm falling like these leaves. I must be cornerstone. Oh, but when I reach that ground, I'll share this peace of mind I found. I can feel it in my bones, but it's gonna take.
Today's episode is brought to you by Gray Block Pizza. Gray Block. Get that hitter, baby. Today's guests are two comedians who have just broken back into performing live stand-up comedy. That's right. This weekend, they were in Oklahoma City and Salt Lake City, and I'm just really curious as to what their experience was like. We have comedian Brad Williams and comedian Jeff Dye. Because you're definitely, I remember the first time I ever met you, Brad. It was like I was at USC. I don't know what I was doing, not learning. I was there just as like an outsider. And and you came up on a motorbike.
Yeah.
Like a small motorbike, dude.
Yeah.
And I'd never seen anything like this. Like, you know,
remember that bike.
where I was growing up, they had one man who was kind of a smaller man that did mechanic work, you know?
Makes sense.
And he...
Get in there. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember they would
And
sometimes
strong.
open the hood, put him under there, and then close the hood. And he'd fix it while people were driving.
No.
He would be in there. Like, and he would hide. He would do a lot of hiding. I'm going to hide, you know, which I think, you know, I don't know.
That's an advantage.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I remember. And then you pulled up at a pretty good clip of speed. And I was like, oh my God, I'm in another... I had like just gotten into Los Angeles. I'm like, I'm in another world.
Well, you know that Scare Tactics show that you mentioned, like they basically every prank involved a little person.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, she's afraid of teddy bears. What if we put Brad in this teddy bear? And we'll make him run around and make him act like a teddy bear at first, but then he'll run around.
Yeah.
Like that's good. And then the next one's like some lab where it's a giant rat, and they're like, put Brad in a giant rat costume.
Rat monster.
It's
I remember
like
that
everything
prank.
is based around a little person, but the guy not got no glory.
Yeah, and I totally remember that because that Razor scooter released these electric scooters back in the day, but like they had one that looked really cheesy, and then they had one that looked like a West Coast chopper.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all these other kids around USC get to class on a bike. I'm riding my West Coast chopper Razor scooter. So I would roll
It was
up
insane.
to class.
I'd never seen anything like it. I didn't know
at
the
school.
laws.
Yeah, at school, because I was going there. I went to USC.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
gosh.
like, and I think, I booked you for like a comedy show on campus or something.
Dude, you must have been a legend. You were like, how many doors went to UFC?
USC? At UFC?
Well, I don't know where.
Yeah. Everyone thought that like that's how I got in. It's that, oh, well, your dad works at USC, so that's how you got in. It's like, no, I got in. It's because they needed someone for the pamphlet.
Do you?
Also, I have a regular brain and I'm a regular person. They think there must be something.
Yeah. No, he got in because he cast a spell on the president. Yeah.
Dude, I've always wondered, like, do you, like, you know, is it okay to talk about being, if somebody is a small person or smaller or a little bit different?
Sure.
But what I'm thinking is, like, sometimes I'll see, like, you know, they have LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
But they don't factor in, like, but little people don't get factored into that.
Well, that's the LPA community. Little People of America.
Okay.
That's not even a joke. It's LPA, which was started by Billy Barty, the actor. And then, actually, when they started, they were called Midgets of America.
Pull up a picture
And
of
I
him.
changed it.
And then they changed it. So that's why, yeah, there it is. So when they started it, it was called Midgets
this
of
guy
America.
killed it, man. This guy was in
wow.
everything. You remember that guy?
Yeah.
So wait, so this guy started the LPA.
Yep. And so there's a lot of dwarves that have boned each other because of this man.
Nice,
Because
man.
he started LPA.
Oh, because then it's a place to meet other people that are smaller.
Services, dude.
Thank
We
you.
gotta
Thank you for what you did. There's been a lot
Without
of
this guy, we
families.
wouldn't have all those shitty shows on TLC.
Which were some of my favorite
By the way,
shows
man.
too.
How do I not
I
have a
hate
show
those shows on TLC.
Really?
Yeah, they're like, we're a family of little people. You're like, I don't give a shit. And they literally like, we're just like everyone else. You're like, then why am I watching it? If you're just like everyone else, then why is this? Why? What?
But that one
Admit
family-
you're little, man.
Yeah, little people, big
Oh
world.
yeah,
I hate 'em.
I
Dude,
loved them.
Why?
No, not me.
Bro,
man.
the sister was fine, bro.
Why is the dad?
I mean, when she
gotta
was
be
older.
sitting in the tall dude's lap. It looks like the dad
that's
is
disrespectful.
in that photo. It looks like the dad is sitting in the tall dude's
I hate
lap.
these shows. I hate these kind of shows.
Yeah, well, what fascinated about me about this show, I remember specifically, was they ran a pumpkin ranch.
Yeah.
And the fact,
Outside
in
of
my
Portland.
mind, yeah, it blew my mind that you had small people growing the largest vegetable. I
Yeah.
remember. I used to do jokes about it. I was like,
Pumpkins are big squash. They're just lugging it around like ants.
bro, that's like, think of it like,
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, there you go.
it would make way more sense if they're like, they have a strawberry patch.
Yeah,
like
let me
cherries.
hustle.
Yeah,
Cherries.
cherries makes sense.
let me hustle these
Kumquats.
kumquats. That's where I was gonna go.
Yeah, there's like we got pumpkins.
Baby tomatoes.
We're
or
just
whatever.
overachievers.
I love it.
Do you sometimes, do you ever look at like a gay person or
Mm-hmm.
a diverse person, a black person, maybe a Vietnamese,
Oh,
maybe,
this is gonna be a fun question for me to answer. Let's go.
and does it ever, but you know what I'm talking
I
about?
know, but I just love you're searching for
Words to feel okay.
black, Filipino. People like.
You know, but do you know what I'm talking about? Unique friends, I'll call them.
Tread lightly. Hey, man. We're only white guys.
But here's-
We don't got a thing.
But is there camaraderie there? Like if you see, like if you're walking down the street, like in like a white neighborhood, and there's a black guy and he's walking down the street, is there camaraderie if you guys see each other, kind of?
Oh, between like me and a black guy?
Yeah.
No, but I will say this: there's not that instant. There isn't that instant camaraderie. But I used to do a bit about this, and it's real. Like I would loved how black people would react to seeing dwarves.
Oh, really?
Like it was never
Totally
just
different?
Yeah, it was never just like there's a person. Like it was never that. It was like, oh shit, little man, like
That's my guy.
like
they
but
dab you up. That's
always
my
like
guy.
always like insanely friendly, but yet kind of insulting. You know, it's
Right.
like, oh, what up, big man? It's like, why would you say big man to me? That is like, what? Do you see a guy in a wheelchair and just be like, yo, legs, what's going on? Like,
But also, it does feel kind of good because you're like, this black guy's being really nice to me, but also,
Yeah.
I should get mad at him for doing this.
yeah. And then like there was one time it was
Yo, legs. What up, big man?
it was back when I was at USC.
That hurts me,
and
man, that they do that.
I always found it funny. I was at USC, and then I was on the street where all the fraternities are. It's called the Row. It's where all of fraternity sorority rows are. And I was with a few of my friends, and like a group of black guys came up to me and my buddies and just started like aggressively, positively complimenting me, but then calling
On
me
life.
the N-word. But and then one of my friends got jealous. He's like, "What? I'm not a," and they all looked at him like, "No." like hell no.
So you don't.
We're cool with the little one.
Yeah. I got to pass.
So you don't. So you get. So there's times where you get an N-word pass.
I like not to say it, but I get called it.
Right.
And
You get to
now-
be one.
Yeah.
You're really in.
But yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So there's not like. Now, if I walk down the street and I see another person who has some kind of disability, either they're in a chair or another dwarf, then we give each other like a nod, like "What's up?"
Okay.
You know the struggle.
I love
But
that.
but that kind of stops there. It doesn't go into like, because I always wondered like if you see a black guy and they're in like
Yeah.
a play, like, because a lot of black people feel like outliers kind of
Right.
in the U.S. and so I was wondering like,
But they don't do that with each other either. It's not like black people nod at like Puerto Ricans or Vietnamese or like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
I don't think that they do that. That doesn't cross borders. Like lesbians aren't like, what's up, black guy? Like
This has been 3 white guys discuss race.
But I don't think they do that.
But
with
we're
each
just
other.
wondering. I don't know. You're the closest thing we have to a black guy right now. You know what I'm saying? Not enough. You know.
I have the ass for it.
Yeah.
It's
Wait. So when you're in
large.
Texas with the guys that you went to like high school with and stuff, and you guys are it's just you guys back home. Do you guys give each other N-word passes?
Oh, that's a good point. I mean, people use it a lot more. I don't think anybody's giving passes though.
You guys just give it to each other.
I think people definitely maybe stole a packet
we're
of
in here.
passes.
Yeah.
Yo, look what I got! These passes we can use while we're at home tonight. Just us.
I think somebody definitely stole a packet of passes from the principal's office.
Where'd you get that? Oh man, they're everywhere in Texas.
Man, I just remember Ralphie May would always just say it and not care. Like he would say it
because he was at a weight. I feel like he was like a kind of a weight, you know, like he had a.
I never understood how he got away with it.
If you get to a certain level of something where it's like you feel like maybe like you're an outcast or something,
He'd
then
always go, I'm from Chattanooga. So I can say, it's like, I've been to Chattanooga. It's like the most segregated place in the world.
dude, he used to say
It is
Chattanooga.
white here, black there.
He did.
Really?
Yeah, he'd say I'm the number one Chatta
Oh, really?
and finish it off,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, that's wild.
And Chattanooga's definitely a little racist anyway.
Oh,
but
yeah, it's so segregated. And if he's a big fat white guy, he was probably on the white side.
I
right?
mean, just by name. I didn't mean just by name, dude.
Yeah.
You know,
Horrible
like if your high school's like the Noogers, like that's
yeah.
insane.
Look this up. There's
gotta stop,
There's
man.
I don't know if it's a high school or a college, in Oklahoma where like their mascot is like the fighting midgets.
Really?
Yeah, and like everyone. There's some high school.
There was one in Illinois, actually. I know a kid that I think went to a school and the midget was a mascot, a fighting midget's mascot.
Fighting midgets mascot, Dickinson High
South
School.
Dakota, of
Oh,
course.
South Dakota, North Dakota. There it is. Dickinson High
changed
School
it,
in North Dakota.
Now
They
the
changed it.
Mustangs.
They changed it from the midgets to the Mustangs. I don't know if I like that.
The little people of America have more clout than all of Native Americans. Because like Redskins, they're just like, we're not changing it, man.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, on opening day, we're going to bring out some Native Americans. We'll pay them some money, put them in Chiefs jerseys or whatever, Redskins jerseys.
Yeah.
And say, no, we're cool with it before
Yeah.
they even consider changing it.
Right. We'll have Chief Wahoo from the
Cleveland Indians, yeah.
and who's just a white guy who's like riding a horse out there.
I
That's
love Chief
fine.
Wahoo, though. I'm a big fan of Chief Wahoo.
Really? You know the guy?
No, I don't know the guy, but I'm saying like the Indians, you know why they're called the Indians? I'm going to nerd out. I love baseball.
Because it's from Indiana?
Nope. It's a good guess, though.
Cleveland.
No, they were called the Cleveland Spiders, and then they had like the first ever Native American on the baseball team.
Oh, wow.
And then they got like a second Native American. And they were the only team that had like 2 Native Americans. And so one of the guys on the Cleveland Spiders at the time goes, "Man, we should start calling ourselves the Cleveland Indians." He's like basically razzing his teammates.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Yeah, it'd make us look super progressive, like, and it'd be good." So they literally started calling them the Cleveland Indians. They changed the team name, and the original Chief Wahoo was actually. He looked a little less racist. He kind of looked like one of these Simpsons guys. He was like a yellow-faced Chief Wahoo. And that's the thing is Judd Apatow has that great joke they did on the Tonight Show. He's like, any drawing of a Jewish person is inherently anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
Because like if I handed you a paper and said draw a Jewish person, and then you hand it back to me, it's going to look pretty offensive, right?
Right,
Because
like
you're
you can't-
trying to draw the attributes of the person.
Exactly.
Same thing happened with this. They said draw an Indian, and the guy's like, yeah,
they're
a cartoonist.
Here,
and drew
scroll
it.
down. You can see that you
Yeah,
see
the original Chief
Wahoo.
Wahoo. He was kind of yellow, and then they had to like redo it because Native Americans and people were very upset. But look at the new one. The new one, they just gave him veneers, made him red.
They made him, yeah.
Chief Wahoo, and also Chief Wahoo is supposed to mean like celebrating Indians, like Wahoo, we're celebrating. So it's all well intentioned, I say. Like all the Indian stuff is pretty well intentioned.
It's just amazing to me that they changed the name to the Cleveland Indians after they had 2 Indian players. Like, can you imagine if...
But that's kind of nice, though, when you think about
Yeah,
it.
they thought they were doing like a funny, cool thing.
Yeah, but like, just imagine if all teams did that. Like when Jackie Robinson
it, though.
first went on the Dodgers,
That's
they're like,
great.
well, we're not the Dodgers anymore. We're the... and then you say some term.
Jackies.
Dude, there used to be the Atlanta Crackers, and that was a Negro Leagues team.
Really?
The Atlanta Crackers.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, they were called the Atlanta Black Crackers.
Oh, the Black Crackers?
Because they were kind of saying like we're like a team of white boys. I don't know if that's how that worked, but they were the.
There you go. The Atlanta Crackers played first in the Southern Association game, baseball, 1902.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's
Origin of the
why they were called that, but
Crackers
I
are
think the
early
origins of the
Atlantic.
team name is unknown. But there was if you go to the Negro League Museum,
Which
they
is a great
it's
museum.
awesome.
I've
It's
been
right by
there.
the Jazz Museum. And I didn't even have time for the Jazz Museum because they thought
Yeah.
I was patronizing them. I
Wait,
stayed
where
at
in Cleveland?
No, the Negro League Museum is in Kansas City.
Yeah, it is awesome.
It's awesome, yeah.
I've
And I
been
stayed
there.
over there so much because I just love baseball so much. And they were like, they thought I was mocking them. They're like, nobody likes it this much. Like, this guy's been in there for like 6 hours. I like watched everything. I read everything. And that's how I know all this crap. But yeah, they were called the Atlanta Crackers, and I think that they were doing that as like an FU to the White League. Like, all right, we'll be the Crackers.
Well, because when I saw that high school was called the Fighting Midgets, I'm like, I want a T-shirt.
Yeah, it's
you know what I
cool.
mean? Like, I don't want you to shut down. I
If
want
the
a shirt.
intentions are good, I think
Yeah.
that's how I measure it. Not
That-
everyone measures it that way, but that's how I
Right.
measure it.
That, and it's like you're naming your school the Fighting Midgets. That means you think that the midget is intimidating.
It's powerful, yeah.
You know what I mean? That means it's like, oh, you're a tiger? Fuck you. We're the midgets. And when in real life, we would be a snack. But they're
Right.
like, no.
But
Our
also,
fighting midgets
think
will beat
about
the
it, it's
tigers.
like, what's worse, being ignored and acting like you're not a thing,
Yes.
or being
exactly.
acknowledged and dealing with whatever kind of uncomfortability of that difference is? Does that make sense?
No, totally. And because the worst thing you could do to anyone who is quote unquote different is ignore that person
Right.
and ignore
way
the
worse.
difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if I see a guy, it happened this weekend. Okay. This. So I did shows in Oklahoma City this weekend, and right in the front row, a female dwarf sat right in the front row. She's right, and it's just it was like, okay, I have to mention
Right.
this. I can't not talk about the fact that there's a dwarf right there in the front row. And I asked her what she did for a living, and no bullshit, she goes, I'm a psychologist. And I go, and I start laughing, and everyone's like, why are you laughing? I go, because she's a shrink.
Oh, that's perfect.
And I'm like, come on, like
You've got to
That's perfect. Did she love it?
She loved it, and that moment would have never happened
Sure.
if I would have just ignored, like, oh, I don't see another little person
Right.
in my audience.
What's up, Big Tiffany? And she's like,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly.
no one's ever called me that.
What's up, big girl?
But
no,
I
no,
think that's like how I want to live my life. Is like I'm friends with lots of different people in walks of life. I don't just blanketly think I'm a good person and not knowing it. You know how many people are like, we got to fight for these trans rights. I'm like, name 5 of your trans friends, and they're
Yeah.
Uh,
like, well, I've never like met a trans. You're like, yeah, exactly. Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
annoying.
gets tricky like that, dude. It's that shit's hectic, man. It's hectic to like, yeah. I think but naturally you feel a certain way. Like naturally you kind of know how to behave.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like, and then you can tell if somebody else is upset.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
then you go, okay, that was bad.
Yeah,
I need
that
to
was
not-
too much,
I
and
need
then
to
you
not do that.
apologize.
But I like that
something
you're
you learn.
asking him like questions. I mean, you guys probably been friends for a long time, but you'll ask him questions like, "Hey, is it okay if I just ask you?" And that's I think way more respectful than having someone and just completely like my buddy Nico. His son has like kind of a birth defect in his hand, so he's kind of
What, he's like Spock?
yeah, kind of like a Ninja Turtle. You know, he's got like 3 and
Like Ryan Niemiller, kind of.
And when
Like,
I
what do you
first
mean,
met
like,
him, I just asked.
What happened?
Yeah, and he was happy to talk about it, and we didn't. It didn't have to be this like weird, like, "Hey, what happened to your son?" You know? It's-
Yeah.
I think that's how you should address those things.
Yeah,
Let's talk
that's
about
how I
it.
do it.
Let's
Usually,
learn.
like if I'll see somebody that's missing a limb or something, I'll just ask him, "Hey, what happened? You know, how did you lose your leg? What happened to your leg? You
He's
know?"
like, "Man, I'm just trying to get a Starbucks." She's like, "Just tell me what happened." To your leg."
Yeah, tell me what happened to that leg.
on, I need
He's
to
like, let
know.
me sign it, and they're like, "It's not a cast; it's a piece of titanium." And they're like, "Well,
Have
just
a good summer.
He's like,
Theo Vaughn.
yeah, get away from me with that marks a lot."
Never change.
I want to talk. I'm sitting here with Brad Williams and Jeff Dye, both comedians.
Allegedly.
Road
yeah.
dogs. We're the road dogs. I mean, I feel like.
And you guys, I feel like, are both of the first guys who have gone and performed
Yeah.
live comedy since this whole thing.
Yeah.
yeah,
We
I
were.
headlined Wise Guys this weekend.
Yeah, and I was.
And you're there next weekend, right?
Yeah, and I was at
And
Brick.
not virtually. We flew there.
We flew there. We did the whole thing, and
So crazy to
I
me,
was
man.
at Bricktown
Really?
Comedy in
Yeah.
Oklahoma City. So yeah.
Explain to me. Yeah, I was at Wise Guys in Salt Lake City.
It just.
Explain to me why it's crazy.
Well, I guess. I mean, my first. I guess like. I don't have any fear of like people coming to the event. I didn't have any my thoughts anyway. I didn't have any thoughts about that. I had thoughts about like as a comedian being on stage, since there's going to be less people in the audience.
Yeah.
Would I feel like bummed out? Would I feel like
I
this
thought about
isn't the
that.
same? Like would
Yeah,
I feel
I thought
like?
about that.
And then I started thinking from a business standpoint, like, okay, well, is this business even going to make enough money? Like, are these waitresses going to make enough money tonight? Like,
I'll tell you who didn't make enough money. the comedian.
Yeah. Well, that's
Because
another
now
thing.
they've got a reason to go, hey, man, we have a limited audience.
Yeah.
So, it's only, we have to cap them out at 100. I can't, work a bonus deal or anything like that. So that
you
was
just
it.
gotta have-
But the waitress made great money.
They did?
Yeah.
Yes, because everyone's so... Audiences, and you guys will both know this, and maybe anyone that listens that isn't a comedian, you might not know, but audiences are famously, and more so than ever now that podcasts have blown up, people didn't used to know comedians. They just went to the improv and they'd maybe
Right.
hope to
Who's
see
there?
one famous person, and
Yeah,
then all
yeah.
the other comedians, they'd be like, this is great. I would say in the last 8 years, I've witnessed with the success of you and Segura and basically everyone that's on this wall,
Right.
is now people, if they haven't seen you before, they're like, who's this guy? I've never heard of him. And then the vibe shifts to this weird, make me laugh, bitch. That's the vibe. Where I'm unfunny till proven funny. And then it kind of is like, oh, he is funny. And I have never even heard of him because I listen to all the podcasts. I'm shocked that someone is funny that I don't know. Right? Whereas that totally changed.
Yeah.
This weekend, dude, people were so generous. One dude tipped our server $200.
Wow.
All these people were gushing to me oh my God, thank you. So they were just so happy. I was crushing on throwaway lines. So it was very generous.
Yeah.
Did you feel what were some of you guys' fears going into it before we even talk about what the weekends were like? Did you have any just thoughts?
Yeah, I wasn't worried about the shows, and in terms of you look out in the audience and it sounds different because it's at a third capacity or half capacity or whatever it is. My philosophy is okay, or I could stay home and there's no show. There's no one getting laughs. There's there's nothing, So, and yeah, you're not gonna just flip a switch and we all come back and it's exactly the way it was.
Right.
And we gotta
acclimate,
gradually get into it, and kind of test the waters a little bit, and then if it's good, then we'll move up to the next level. I was more worried about the travel than anything. That, and it was for me the worst part for me wasn't the shows. I love the shows. The audiences, much like you said, were great. They were so starved for content. They wanted to go out. They wanted to have fun. But traveling, that was weird because you had to wear the mask the whole time, which when you go to the grocery store, it's okay, it's an hour. But when I'm flying to Oklahoma City, that's 6 hours of
you don't realize how many
wearing a mask.
snacks you try to sneak in there. How many times drinks.
Yeah, that's 6 hours of wearing a mask, and then
back my ears are hurting.
Yeah, and they're not serving food on the plane, so you got if it's a long flight, you're okay, I gotta snack up before I get on.
And were the seats spaced out on your flights more? Was there something like that?
Southwest was. American Airlines did not give a.
You're too famous to fly Southwest, Brad. First of all. This guy's flying Southwest. You're killing it, man.
I've been on there.
Famous for Southwest.
It was $98.
Hey, you got to.
So I flew from LAX to Salt Lake City,
Yeah.
and then Salt Lake City to Seattle to LAX because they canceled all these legs of flights.
Right,
so I had to take,
right.
A longer trip home. There was nobody in the airports, nobody on my flight. That was kind of eerie, but that's pretty safe. I mean, if I see no people, I'm not afraid.
Yeah.
Also, I will say, and I know this is gonna annoy all the liberal New York comedians that I'm gonna say this, but I dealt with it pretty selfishly.
Mm-hmm.
I was I'm not afraid. I want to go tell jokes. I'm wearing the mask out of respect for others. If you want to come hug me, I don't give a shit. I'm so.
Well, and also
I
for
don't
you,
care.
For you personally, you're in that group that, according to the science, it's you should be fine.
Right.
You don't have an immune problem. You're a healthy guy. You got a big dick. You.
Thank you.
Well,
I will say
fine.
the people that come to my shows,
Yeah.
obviously seem to not care either.
Right.
And I don't. So if they get me sick or I get them sick, fuck them.
Yeah, if they come out,
They
that's the thing.
came out.
Yeah.
And so it's I'm not hurting Graham. She's at home.
Right.
And I know that that's a selfish take, and I'm admitting that I'm selfish because I just want to get back to comedy so bad.
Yeah.
And I'm so tired of being at my house with my dog. I tried to do one of those virtual shows, had a great time, but it wasn't the same.
Yeah, I did.
And
a few of
so
those too.
I
It
need
was
to.
weird.
I needed it. I needed to I need my hotel rooms. I need to flirt with girls. I need to tell jokes.
Yeah.
I needed some sort of semblance of what I'm used to.
Whenever you got to the club, did you feel did they seem really, really excited to be back in business?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were stoked, and the wait staff was stoked because they had a job.
Yeah.
And that's
People were happy, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's. I mean, I'll respect anyone's wishes if they want to stay home, if they want to go out, whatever. But I understand when you say, oh, all the restaurants are closed. There's some people there that just they can't hunker down for 3-4 months and then be fine. Their rent is due. They got to buy food. They got to do all these things. So I respect that if you're no, I have to go work. So
And also we weren't at a
that.
beach.
Yeah.
like laying on each other and sweating and kissing and stuff. I was at a comedy club and that literally like everybody that came in had to get their temperature taken.
Yep.
Okay.
They had
Yep,
their
mine
hands
too.
sanitized.
Really?
They had to wear masks to come in. They had to wear their mask on the way out. When they get sat at their table, the tables are 6 feet apart. Right? There's no party larger than 4.
Mm-hmm.
Each comic had their own separate microphone that
Yep.
were sanitized in between the
Wow.
show. So I mean, there's a safe
And
way
did
to
you-
do this.
Did you bring your mic from? You didn't
I
bring.
jokingly brought a mic from home to do like gag that I used to do this gag where
This is gonna be This is gonna be bad. Sorry.
yeah, it was
I'm joking,
it
go
was
on.
bad. Well, actually, I'll tell you, it was
tell me,
it's
it might
funny
be good.
once. If you see me at the store and then you see me do it again in the improv, you're like, I just saw this idiot.
Yeah.
Do this. So the joke is like I would come out. I did this way before the quarantine. I would come out and I would like look like I was like disgusted with like the microphone, and I would like take it out and then put it on the table, and then I'd pull out like gold microphone out of my back pocket, and pop it in, and just act like, and then everyone like laughed because they were like so confused by me doing the first part.
Right.
And then I'd be like, yeah, you know they don't clean those things, and it just makes me look like this elitist kind of
Oh,
guy.
I like that.
The problem with that bit is it's hilarious if I'm following like that, you know, Drew, that stuttering guy, or if I'm following, you know, Theo or something. But if I'm following like Miss Pat and I just come out and I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I just like now the crowd's like, what the hell was that, man?
yeah.
Is this dude like a racist? Like, so that's why I had to
Yeah.
stop. I stopped doing it. I basically
Bobby Lee does it. You're like, you know those people.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
You know those
God.
people that aren't welcome at the VFW. You know what I'm talking about?
And I'm so dumb that I didn't put that together. I was just like, why did nobody laugh this time? Like, dude, you look like an asshole. And so I stopped doing it. But then I was
Because
like,
Jamar Neighbors went on before you, and now you look like a piece of shit.
I'm so dumb I didn't even connect it. So I brought that same mic and did the same gag each show for this.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, because there was 4 mics for all, and I said, take one of those mics down, and I'm gonna pretend like they didn't leave me a mic, and I'm just gonna have to like do the gag that I brought my own.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like you said, like there's precautions that you could take, so it's definitely like it's not. Yes, the safest thing would be to just stay in your homes and throw a blanket over
Sure.
you and never leave your house. Yeah, that's the safest thing, but there are ways to do these shows that it's like, okay, yeah. take temperature, stay spread apart, and no one was sat at a table with someone they didn't know. So like,
Wow.
so it's like, yeah, if you came in the same car together, you sat at the same
And
table
I have
together.
coronavirus, and I feel fine, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what the big hubbub is, you know.
Dude, coronavirus models would be cool if they had like a group of men or women that
We should
have
do
it but that are
Just
fine.
pretend.
Yeah.
We'll put like some sores on us that just like act like.
I don't know who would be. What comedians would be? I've always Jeff's only. He used to be like kind of you.
What?
Maybe D'Elia gets factored in, I think, by his confidence.
Oh, for like
Handsome,
good-looking
male,
models, dude.
male
Oh,
comedians.
there's tons, man. Kevin Hart, John Mulaney,
Lachlan Peterson.
Lachlan Peterson.
Lachlan.
No one's better
I would've thrown
looking.
Mulaney in
Patterson,
there.
isn't it?
What's that?
Lachlan Patterson.
Patterson. Sorry, I fucked up his name. Lachlan Patterson. No one's better looking than Lachlan Patterson.
There is that generic, like not generic, but there's there's that old ideology, like, oh, he's too good looking to be a comedian or something.
Yeah.
But if you look at like how many, like, there's tons of good looking comedians.
Yeah.
Are there?
Yeah.
Really?
Richard Pryor, I guess, was kind of handsome.
You're a good looking
Eddie
guy,
Murphy.
Theo. Like, you're
I'm
like an
okay.
attractive guy.
Well, but then it's like,
I'm an 8.
Jerry Seinfeld's not ugly. Johnny Carson was handsome.
yeah, because you also have to factor in.
Letterman's ugly, right? But he's
we're looking at it from the scope of Los Angeles, like, oh well, I'm in LA6 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then you go out to South Dakota to perform for the Fighting Midgets, and you're like, oh, I'm a 9.
Exactly.
This is awesome.
yeah. Chris
Yeah.
is a good looking. Chris D'Elia is a good looking. There's like think about
Look at
There's
Lachlan.
Lachlan. Jesus,
Look at
now Lachlan is
Lachlan.
handsome.
That is a
Oh,
handsome
God.
dude.
What's the guy?
Sometimes I don't even know what he's talking about, dude. He could be a comedian. He could be working for Postmates.
Jack
he could
Knight's
be
a good-looking guy, but nobody would ever go, you're too good-looking to do comedy, because that's a black guy. So they're just gonna go, that's his thing's a black guy. You can't say that he's too handsome.
Yeah.
You spelled Jack wrong. Jack, he spells J.
But they
KK.
found it, though.
Oh, okay,
Did he
Google's like,
change
we
it?
know what you mean, white guy.
I know, but that's the thing is like why is it when Kevin Hart's handsome, they're not like he's too good-looking for comedy? Like, well, he's
Right.
short and he's a black guy. Let him. It's like what? He's got
Well, there's a black
abs,
pass. You get a black pass for a lot of
super
stuff.
handsome.
You know?
Yeah, so yeah, there's some good looking.
You had to
dudes
grow a
out there.
mullet for God's sakes. Everyone was going, that guy's too good-looking.
Oh, dude, I felt I felt so uncomfortable without long hair.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah?
dude. Once I grew my hair long, I couldn't even imagine it being short again. I just
love
felt, I don't know, I just felt so exposed before. Dude, if you never grow, because here's
Yeah.
what happened. I saw pictures of myself. I said, man, I never had long hair. I'm never going to have it in my whole life, I guess.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
then I grew it out and I was like, oh, wow, dude, I love this. This is what I was supposed to have.
You look
And
like
some
Mitch
asshole
Williams.
kept taking me to get my hair cut, my mother. Miss Bobby, dude. This lady named Miss Bobby. You
gotta
and I thought
cancel
she was a man forever because of her name, but she wasn't. It was just, she was like 90 and they used to call Bobbie. And she used to cut my hair for fucking $4, dude.
Miss Bobby.
Miss Bobby.
Shout out to that dude.
And I
Miss
think
Bobby.
she had scissors. That was her, basically her.
That's how she got the job.
Her
Yeah. It's like,
qualifications,
yeah. You just show up.
You cut one, you figure it
Look
out.
like shit. No mirrors in the whole place where you cut it.
No.
No mirrors.
No,
bro.
she doesn't want
She's
you to
bad.
critique it. Yeah. Now,
So what else at the place? So I didn't even think about the mics. So the microphones on stage.
Yeah.
Because I'm just trying to think like, yeah, to me, did it feel like you guys were pioneers? Like, did you guys feel like, holy shit, like...
I didn't think I was until I got back. I posted. You didn't post yours.
I post on Instagram.
I posted all mine on
yeah.
all the stuff. Just say, hey, I'm out. Comedy's back. Let's do this. Come to the shows. Let's have a good time. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I must have gotten, and I'm not exaggerating, probably 40 people, 40 comics, either text or called the next day.
Looking for work? Looking to
No,
get the...
saying, what was that like? Or,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
I heard.
Yeah, that happened to me,
Everybody.
too. Yeah.
I've never, Annie Letterman's never called my phone in my life.
Yeah.
We'll do snotty text back and forth. Like
Sure.
I'm like stoned at a hotel, and Annie Letterman's
Yeah,
calling.
she's great to sext with, even though neither one of y'all's going to hook up with each other. Annie, I'm no joke. Annie's great for that. Annie
I didn't know that.
She just loves like fun
Yeah,
conversations,
it's
so you
good.
can like...
That's great.
You can
You're
send
like,
her
can I
horrible
just
things.
practice sexting
Oh,
with you?
yeah.
I was
know?
bad on the phone with her because I was just going like, whoa. Like I was like kind of like I didn't expect anyone to call. Like, I don't know. I shouldn't even have answered. is what
Yeah, I got a few comics calling me too, and it's like you guys know that it's just like it's comedy, right?
It's the same.
Like it was
It was the same.
it was the same. Yeah, there's a few less people. I was more bummed that like in between shows or during the daytime, I couldn't walk around and like do things in the city.
I did do
I was
that.
bummed about that.
I did that, but it was just the same as kind of California, like where I walked to like a coffee shop. I was able to have coffee there. I like sat in like this park. There was a bar that had like an open patio you could sit on.
Oh, there you go.
So that was kind of nice. And I was giddy. I wouldn't shut up. I was sitting with two friends.
Yeah.
And I just like was motor mouth because I was so excited to be back like in the
Doing
sunshine on a
stuff.
patio with like a cold
With
beer and
people.
like food. And I was like being able to just do.
Yeah.
Because I've been in my house, man. It's boring.
Yeah.
And you were in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and that was rough because that club, it's a great club. It's in the middle of this downtown area called Bricktown, and like I got sad walking around during the day because it's like there's a minor league baseball park right there
yeah.
where
The Redbirds? What is it?
Oklahoma City Dodgers play,
Cool.
and then the Thunder Stadium is right there too, and there's a big movie theater, there's a river walk, there's all this stuff. I'm like, wow, if this was all open, this would have been, I could have gone to a baseball game during the day, come a day early, see the Thunder play, see a movie. Like it would have been a whole great weekend. So that club's going to be fantastic once everything starts opening up again. It's going to be great. But
Who
that
owns the club?
the same
Adam Norwest?
Yeah.
That's that club.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the same people that do Tacoma.
It looked like they packed them kind of in on yours. I saw a picture of the show. Because I couldn't
I'm-
find any of the stuff. I was looking for yours.
Yeah.
Like when he told me you did, I was like, Brett didn't go on the road. Because I knew we talked about you going to Wise Guys.
Yeah, going.
And
you're
so I
headed
was
there
like, well,
this
who was
week.
he there?
Yeah.
And so I was looking for it, and I only could find like a dude tagged you in a photo from like the back green room area.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
where the seats were.
Yeah,
Were you
no.
nervous about putting it on social media?
I put it on Instagram because that's people that follow you, that like they like you, they love you. I didn't put it on Twitter because I was nervous that someone would start retweeting it. And then
I was
someone
hoping someone would start with
calling me an asshole
just
for
begging
going out
you,
and
go ahead,
earning my
fucking-
goddamn living.
Go ahead, Nikki
Yeah.
Glazer, talking about being you're such a hero for staying home with your parents. Go ahead, come at me. Oh, how heroic. You millionaire, you haven't had sex for 2 months. Get a life.
Well,
You could do Nikki, you do grosser things all the time, bragging about anal sex.
That's a
You're
good-
worried about a virus nobody's
That's a good
ever seen.
point, yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, wear a face mask on your beehole, dude, if you want to really take care of
But no, like
of
there's
others.
some sort of weird like heroic, like, oh, we're such heroes.
There is. Well, I noticed too that there's this thing where I think a lot of people want you to stay home because it gives them, and I'm not saying this about Nikki, but just it gives them a sense of control and a sense of like, okay, I don't have to do anything. Nobody can do anything.
right.
There's the photo.
It keeps them in a safe space.
Yeah, that's the one I was referring to.
Yeah.
They look
that's
pretty
you-
close to each other.
Wow, that's nice, man.
Yeah.
Well, they only look close to each other compared to where I played, I guess.
Well, that, and it's like, okay, I mean, I'll tell you that from the stage, this is a weird angle because yes,
Yeah.
it looks very close to each other, but it's like those photos of the beach where they're like so and so's on the beach, you know, all the all the people, and then if you really zoom in, you're like, oh no, people are separate.
Yeah.
Like they're not like throwing a towel like on top of each other.
Or like in the
doing
NFL,
shit.
they always air the game from the side, so it looks like those linemen are right next to each other. But if there was like a bird's eye view, or if it was north to south,
Yeah,
you'd
there's
see that there's
2
gaps.
feet.
for
Yeah,
the
yeah,
thing.
there's gaps.
It's kinda-
So
Yeah, or like whenever you catch a fish, remember if you caught a fish and you put it in the back of a fake truck, remember, and took that picture? And you're like, look at this big fish, and it was just a little fish.
That's
yeah,
my favorite
but
example.
dude, it was great, and they all
My grandfather
had
used to do that.
they all had a great time, and it was just so like I got so many messages afterward. From
everyone's wanting to know.
Yeah, and
All
just
my
people just-
scared friends going,
Yeah, and it's
you're
like,
doing that?
Yeah, it's almost like you guys are almost like the Neil Armstrong and whoever and Buzz Aldrin, I feel like, of comedy. I'm not even joking, man.
Yeah.
It was like, I was like, oh my God, because I've been taking a break from having guests on the podcast, just been really tired. And so,
Yeah.
But I was like, oh my God, I said, I just have to know about this.
Well, and I think
That's Brad.
yeah, there we go.
Oh, nice. That's a good shot.
I'm up there. Because I didn't do a meet and greet afterward, so I had a moment where I was like, all right, everyone. Take out your phones, and I'm gonna do some poses on the stage, so you can like have a
that's
photo
funny.
and post on your social media.
great.
Because I didn't want to do a meet and greet, so I started like grabbing the mic stand and like doing stuff that I would never do actually during my act. And I thought, social distancing, I'll just wave a mic stand around my face.
And
you must be strong, man. Those mic stands are heavy.
they are pretty heavy.
Little
And
compact biceps.
I also want to go in and was Brad Williams comic at Brad Williams comic was amazing, funny as hell for someone so little.
What does that mean?
That's the comment. Funny as hell for someone so little. What do you think? A tiny person telling jokes isn't going to be good?
I thought his
Like,
jokes.
damn, man.
I thought
How'd
the
they-
laughs would be 1/3 of.
How'd they fit all the funny in that little guy? you
Yeah,
know?
man. I mean, he's tiny. I didn't think a tiny guy would be funny. God
I
bless
will
you,
admit my
Oklahoma.
meet and greet got irresponsible.
Did it?
Because
Yeah.
you know I'm talking a big game on stage, acting like I don't care. I'm doing all these jokes about how like I was like I didn't get my coronavirus from some millennial sneezing on me in Uber. When I heard about it, I ordered bats. I ate a bat. That's what I did. I want it from the source. I got it
Yeah.
the right way. So I'm doing all
Right.
these like, and that's riling them up a little, you know. And so it's riling them up in the worst way. Where they're like, yeah, fuck these masks. What do we, you know?
Yeah,
and like
right,
that's
right,
the
right.
worst. That's irresponsible. But I was just doing comedy. And then afterwards at the meet and greet, they're like, hey, can we get a photo with you? And I was like, yeah, you want a mask or no mask? And they're like, dude, we don't care about that. And they're like all touching. Like it did get a little.
Yeah.
Oh, so then
irresponsible.
but do you
Start
get
having some
nervous at that
whiskey.
point a little?
No, I don't care.
Then the guys was like starting to lick your face and stuff. That,
Well, it's the
that,
same-
that was a little
It's
inappropriate.
the same thing I thought as earlier. It's like they're obviously, you know, if they get sick, they get sick.
Yeah.
That's on them.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like it's definitely become, I think, a lot of people that are. It's like, you know, am I risking getting sick, or am I just? Do I think that this thing has kind of run its course? Do I feel like we've done everything that we can, is like by flattening the curve? It's always kind of 2 weeks. You know, every time they say like, oh, 2 weeks
Yeah.
to this, 2 weeks to that.
I think you just got to make your decision.
Yeah.
It's like, I would never judge anyone for wearing gloves out in public and doing the mask and like keeping it. I think that's great. I think
Yeah.
that's awesome. If you don't want to do that, you know, like what's that one guy? God? He gave us like free will.
Yeah.
And we love that about him. We love that he lets us do whatever.
Well, like-
whatever the consequences are.
Right, yeah, that's the way that I feel a lot of times. I'm still going to be smart and wise. I've always had, I feel like, decent instincts, so I'm going to trust my instincts.
Yeah, and like my parents are both like 75, and my dad's immune compromised. He should not be
Right.
going out
And if you're going to go hang out with him, you shouldn't be.
Exactly.
Right.
I should go get tested,
Exactly.
or I should
But-
if grandma's living with you at your house, then you have a different responsibility.
Yeah.
So we're not saying like everyone just go out, but if you're young, healthy, 30-year-old, 20-year-old, and you're like, I want to go just have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, and there was
responsible.
very few times someone was in like my bubble.
Right.
To be
Yeah.
honest, like if I look over the entire weekend, there was very few times that anyone
Yeah.
was even that close to me.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, there
fun.
really is actually. Whenever you go to a comedy club, there really aren't a lot of times, except for when you're in the green room with other comics. There's not a lot of times, and if you don't do meet and greet, then there's not a lot of times where you interact like too
Yeah.
close with other
Right.
people. Really, you come out on stage.
Yep.
I mean, you're almost really the safest person in the room in a lot of ways.
As the comedian.
That was my thought. And I even when I was doing my show, I even tried to be at the back of the stage because I thought, if I talk
Spit.
and like I
Yeah.
spit out, and because I've done that before where I've been on stage and I've said something and I watched the spittle
Oh, yeah.
like
Oh, yeah, I've
fly
said
out of
that
my
a bunch.
face, and it's like, oh, that's going right in
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad.
that guy's getting
I
that.
had one guy walk on the Friday early show because we had all the microphones out there three of them, I guess, because I told him to strike one of them, and then I used the thing. And so the other two microphones are just behind me with the things in. And I'm saying, like, right, guys, are we really that scared? Even the people that are the most scared, who claim that they're the most scared of this, they're all at home going, "Oh, did you watch Tiger King?" and sending each other like big black eyed dick memes. Like, nobody's really that afraid. If this is the end of the world, like, no one seems to really be that scared. And so the people are like, cheering. Whatever. And so I go, right, we're not afraid. And I just started palming the other mics, of the other comics, like mics, like with my bare hand.
Well, that's also because you're in Utah.
And that basketball player, Rudy
Gay.
No, not Rudy Gay.
Gobert.
Rudy Gobert did it.
Rudy
and so
Gay,
I thought it would be funny, like, to do like a thing like that. Also, they sanitize those mics in between, and I'm the last guy, so that we're gonna sanitize those anyways. So I thought it was funny. Everyone's like having a laugh, and this dude was fucking furious. He like stood up. He like went to the front. He's like, "What is he doing in there? I mean, this is the whole thing, is that we were doing this like responsibly, and he's doing all that." And I was like, "Oh,
wow."
Yes,
So that guy's kind of in the middle then. That guy's like,
yeah. Well, and
he also watched the whole show with his mask on. He had like the entire show. Most people took their mask off for the show, and then they'd put their mask back on. He had this whole thing.
how brave is that guy though? Think about that. Like, if in your head that's where you are fear wise,
Right, why
and then
do
you
it?
go to a place, and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna rough it out.
I'll make myself do this.
yeah,
It's my wife's birthday. Yeah.
And like I said, if you want to stay home, I'm not going to make fun of anyone for wanting to stay home. Like, stay home, it's fine. But then if someone wants to go out and be responsible, and it's like, if you're walking up to people and strangers and spitting on them or licking their faces, okay, you're kind of a dick. But if everyone's kind of like playing their part and doing their thing, okay, we can start coming back to what we had before.
Well, some people are making it sound like just by leaving your home at any time to do anything, you're a part of the problem. Like, you must be some Republican crazy person who thinks this virus isn't real. It's like, no, there's ways to go about your life and try to earn some money and try to have your job or try to maintain groceries. There's ways that you can go do your life.
Yeah. Oh no,
safely,
right, and responsibly. Like,
not
that's the biggest
good,
thing.
Not as what it was, but.
Yeah, it's like, are people being responsible? Yeah.
Yeah, I had someone yell at me in my neighborhood for taking my dog for a walk because I didn't have my mask on. It's like, no one walks towards us. No one does anything. I'm taking my dog for a walk like that, and I have an 80-pound pit bull. I need to be able to breathe and have some oxygen to hold this fucker back. Like, this dude is
I'd
huge.
pay to watch you walk it.
Dude, one time
I should sell tickets to just me walking my dog.
Yeah.
And just go, it's a midget walking a pit bull.
Yeah, it's just so cool.
on an OnlyFans, I'd watch that.
I'd watch that. I would. I want an image of that, like, just of like Brad just mind his business and he's got like.
I probably got some photos on my Instagram about it.
Dude, you could have an insane OnlyFans, I feel like, if you really wanted to.
Dude, if I wanted to like
if you want to really push that.
So this is something that my wife and I did do, because we have a 4-month-old child, and my wife sold her breast milk to some
Hell yeah.
to some bodybuilders.
Is that legal?
Maybe.
Yeah,
that's my dog.
In California, it is.
No, you can. But like, did she make good money, or was it like the same as like a gallon of homogenized milk? How much money?
I don't think you ask how much money. I think at this point you just accept that they needed the money and that they did it.
You charge a little more.
If someone says, "Hey man, I'm a big fan of Theo Vaughn. How much for your used underwear?" You're like, "Get out of here, gross." You're gross, man. And then they're like, "How about $500,000?" You're like, "Yeah, I get you a couple pairs." And that's how I'm thinking about like breast milk. It's like, here I am being all judgy.
Yeah.
But then when I hear the amount, I'm gonna go, all right, yeah.
It was more than a gallon of milk. Let's just say that.
And so people, they
price wise, you weren't sending more than a gallon of her breast milk.
no,
that would take a while.
No, the price is.
Yeah, the price was.
Jesus, your wife, yeah. She was so dehydrated. Now, how do you, when they get that, what do you put it in, like a little bag or something?
There's a bag because my wife would also donate breast milk to some hospitals to where like
Mad Max.
Yeah, sure.
They do that?
Remember those women? They had to like give their breast milk.
They were like the lactation people.
Pulling that milk out the lady right there.
Yes.
I've never had it. Actually, I had a little. I think a girl put some in my mouth once. Just off her finger. But this was at a restaurant, dude. This is like after the restaurant had closed and a family was still in there. This is after the restaurant had closed, the family was still in there.
Oh, okay. What did you like? Did you like get it from the source, or did you like squirt across the room, or how did it happen?
From the source, man.
I want to know where Theo
This is in Tucson.
grew up.
This is in Tucson, dude. A lady was in there.
A mechanic where they'll put a little person in the engine to work on it. Miss Bobby's got no mirrors. And she's cutting hair. You got
The
a
worst
lady
haircut.
at a restaurant, a family dining establishment, gave you breast milk from the source.
She just put a little on her finger, but what are these men doing with that, Brad, when they get it?
They were bodybuilders, and so breast milk allegedly has like a higher protein.
Oh,
so
nice.
like some bodybuilders really like to have breast milk. So I've got some friends that are in that community, and once they found out, they're like, dude, can we get
No
some?
way.
And I'm like, sure, but pay for it.
Yeah, I'm not
Like,
just going to give you my baby's milk.
You think I'm squeezing my wife out over here for nothing?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look at this. Here it says right here, mothers are making thousands of dollars selling their pumped breast milk online to bodybuilders.
Mm-hmm.
Some bodybuilders claim breast milk helps build muscle mass more than any other food. I could see that.
You know what's interesting about making money that you feel weird about?
Breast milk is actually much lower in protein than cow's milk, and bodybuilders, specifically large men, need much more protein. Oh, so they're wrong?
Nick, see if you can find us a chart actually that shows like the protein in breast milk compared to other milk.
Yeah, but it was a nice little side hustle.
Oh, definitely.
So I got a golden doodle, right? I just got him. He's like,
I've seen pictures
he's
of him
like
on your Instagram.
6
He's
months
beautiful.
old now. Yeah, great dog. And every time there's been times where people go, "You gonna get him neutered?" And I say, "Yeah, I'm not yet. He's only 6 months. His nuts haven't even dropped."
Mm-hmm.
And then one lady, she goes, "Oh, you're not gonna neuter him, are you?" And I was like, "Oh, one of these people, right?" And so I was like, "Well, I mean, I don't know. Probably. I haven't thought about it." She's like, "Well, it's good money." And I was like, "What?" And she goes, "Oh, well, like what you can do is there's like a stud fee, where basically like if you want your dog to have sex." Someone will take your dog for a few hours, bring him back. Your dog just gets to have sex, and then they come back and hand you a check for a pretty good amount.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
What?
that happens. Yeah.
That's great.
Watching
my
dogs
dog needs
fuck.
sex anyways. I'm not gonna watch, but like they want to take him off my hands for a little while. He can go do that. They say, "Give me $1,000," and then my dog comes back all happy and tired. I think that's a pretty good deal.
And you got a fat G. Yeah.
It's not like a golden doodle girl is gonna show up on our doorstep like, "Yo, my father lives here."
Right.
Like, "Yo, we need some child support." Like it seems like a totally
Just scratching at the bottom of the door.
totally harmless thing.
Oh,
Now here it says right here, in 1 cup of breast milk,
yeah.
you have
2.5 grams.
2.5 grams of.
That's not much protein.
That's not. Yeah, because cow's milk has 12 grams. Is that?
How does that compare, Nick?
Is that in the same
Do you see
cup?
the other?
Right there. 8 grams in cow's milk whole, 8 grams in 1%, 8 grams in skim.
Yeah, so it's less.
So it has the same amount as like almond milk virtually,
All right. Well, there you go.
which is not even milk. It's just nut water.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go, bodybuilder.
Yeah, dude. Almond milk is just nut water, huh?
Nobody's getting milked. Why
Why
are they
don't
calling it milk?
They should call it nut water. They really should, because they soak the almonds in
Yeah.
water.
Nut juice or nut milk. Or
Yeah.
I mean nut water.
I mean, they should have like a rogue
God,
almond milk company, and that's what they would do to like separate themselves. Like,
there's some
yeah,
bad milk out there.
you guys are calling yourselves almond milk.
And
Nut
where
water.
do you drop that off in person? Do you leave that at the door? How do they get that?
for the
breast milk.
bodybuilders? Yeah, we dropped it off in person.
Wow.
Venmo.
I love that, dude.
I like
You got
anything
your
you can
wife
make.
in the back of the
she's
car.
making it.
Yeah.
She's in there pumping
Someone
it
could
out.
buy my urine. I'd be like, sure, I'll get you as much as you want.
You're just keeping her hydrated. You keep buying her Gatorades every other 7-Eleven. You
Yeah,
see?
it's like hair, man. Hair's free, man.
Yeah, it was crazy because there's never a good time to go through a pandemic, but like we got the baby at home, so it's like, and thankfully my wife, the baby breastfeeds, so it's like that's a renewable food source. So it's like I didn't have to go out and buy baby food or anything like that. We just had food for the baby. It was great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Support for this past weekend comes from Manscaped. Who is number 1 in men's below-the-belt grooming? I will let you know it is Manscaped. They offer precision-engineered tools for your family jewels, baby. That low box. You know what I'm talking about. Crotch. It's time to take care of your junk. Manscaped does something that other places don't do. They have a mower. It is called the Lawnmower 2.0. It's waterproof and it's skin-safe technology. So you can't frickin' grip your own sack. You can't get it stuck up into your pubis or anything like that. You can take care of your body, make it look classy. Give your dick that fade it always wanted. It's time to take care of your body, and the Perfect Package 2.0 not only includes that lawnmower, it also includes anti-chafing boxer briefs that keep you feeling comfortable in the lowdown. For on-the-go freshness, you'll love the Crop Reviver Ball Toner Spray. Woo! You'll be able to take them balls anywhere. Oh, it's go time for your bag. Support This Past Weekend podcast. I know you hear a lot of ads, but we need the love. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code Theo at manscaped.com. That's right, get 20% off and free shipping with the code Theo at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code THEO. What else was there like from the shows? I'm trying to think like after the show, like did the energy feel the same like in the room during the show?
Yeah, but more. I thought more just because everyone was just so excited to be out. Like, and there were lines that I would say that I would thought like, all right, this is kind of a throwaway line or just something casual, and then it would get a reaction where I'm like, oh
Yeah,
shit.
it felt like a full room for
Yeah,
sure.
Really?
Like, yeah, like
That's awesome.
I wrote a real basic joke about how like when the virus happened, every company had to put out their coronavirus commercial.
Oh yeah,
where they're just like, you know, every commercial right now starts off like,
we're gonna get through this.
yeah, like we get that in trying times, and all I said was like, we don't need every company's response to coronavirus, and there was a cheer in the room, and I'm like, oh,
yeah, it's true though.
okay,
People feel that way.
yeah, it's like I get it. AT&T insurance, let me know what you're doing to lower my rates or whatever. But there's literally a commercial from Oreo fucking cookie.
Yeah, I was getting emails from like Wells Fargo, like, don't worry.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about you.
you're a bank. You'll be fine.
You're
Don't
always
worry.
behind glass.
We're fine, yeah. Don't worry, our ATMs are clean, and it's like
It's so weird.
Yeah, so like stuff
Earth
like
Bar is
that.
sending me fucking-
Yeah. It's like Coca-Cola is like, here's what we're doing. It's like,
Yeah.
no, you're making sugar water. That's what you're doing. It's fine.
No, I will say the thing I was most nervous about, and again, this is selfish. I just thought I might be rusty. Because this is the longest I've ever gone without doing stand-up for 15 years. So I was
3
like,
months or whatever it was.
I was afraid I'd be rusty. But them being so generous, and then also I realized I wasn't that rusty. Like I felt rusty on that virtual show.
Did it feel weird? Did
Yeah.
it feel weird going back into because like if I were to get back on stage, I'm like I have some new stuff I would kind of do, but otherwise it's like
you got to change all the bits. And I'll
Really?
tell you, just in the verbiage. So I usually get up there and I go, just got back from Mexico, so I can go to all my Mexico stuff.
Right.
I can't say it. I can't. Or like if I want to make a joke about something that happened between me and a girl, I'll usually lie and be like, oh, I took this girl on a date like the other day or like last week or something.
Yeah.
But now,
Can't say that.
yeah.
that.
So I had to be like, oh, I remember. God, I think it was last year I took this girl out on a date.
Yeah. And
But even that little adjustment was hard to do. Like, and it
Right.
feels so dishonest and like so. But like,
Yeah.
they know I haven't been doing anything.
right. Yeah, there's a bit I do about how like I'm it's something that my neighbor said to me because I'm never home, I'm always traveling.
Oh, yeah.
So then my neighbor saw me in front of my house and then said something to me like I didn't live in my house.
Right.
It's like I can't do that
That
bit
bit
right
won't
now.
work, yeah.
No, it's because it's like no, I've been home for 3 months. They know me now.
I would start jokes. Like I would start a joke and then go, I got to change that start. Like that quick math you do in your head.
Right,
Yeah.
like, that's not gonna work.
Yeah. And only a comic would notice, or only like quickly shifted.
I would liken it to where if you've ever done those shows at the Laugh Factory on like Christmas and Thanksgiving where they feed the homeless and then they have the comics go on stage and perform for the homeless. There's some bits you don't want to do for homeless people, like when your car braked. Oh fuck,
yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
like when you're
Yeah, this dinner's pretty good. Where's all the hooch? They're like, what?
like, I remember watching Joe Coy in one of these shows, and this is years ago, and he was doing his bit about like orange chicken and Panda Express. He's like, you guys know what? He stopped. It's like, you guys know what Panda Express? And like,
That's pretty. Like they're like,
It's
of
like-
course, we take a shit in there every day.
but like no
They
one
know all the businesses.
But like no one knew about it in that room. You're like, oh fuck. But
Yeah.
like you felt bad. You felt condescending. You felt like But that's what a professional
Yeah.
does is you have
Yeah,
to
you wanna-
adjust. And then Paul Mooney just went on stage and destroyed the room.
Oh,
Like
really?
he he killed.
Wasn't he homeless now? Isn't that how that works?
I'm not. I have no
He's a
idea.
crazy
I hope
person, I
not.
thought.
I hope
He had
not.
a special out a couple years ago.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
I mean, he could also be homeless now.
Well, he's just a psycho.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So I thought he's like, a lot of homeless people are psychos.
Oh, yeah.
Speak the language. But
Well,
yeah,
this-
so it's
he
that
like
thing
knew
where
what they. He's like
Yeah.
able to talk to him.
Dude, the homeless people so I was jogging the other day, and there's a homeless, I live right by a park over in Westwood, and so there's a lot of homeless now living in the park, but they got campers. The city got campers and put them up since the virus.
Wow.
Got the campers and put them in different
nice.
campers. So a lot of times at night,
Upgrade.
it's really pretty nice. They're nice. They're nice campers. So I'll jog by at night, and the other night I'm jogging by, and there's a guy out there smoking out on the. He's like sitting like on the step of the open door of his camper, and he's got music going, and it's like James Brown or something pretty fun, pretty loud. And then behind him there's a sewage truck backing up. There's a guy with a hose in a full hazmat suit and PPP, like the shield and everything, walking up to it with a to drain the sewage out of the camper. And I'm just like, this is so bizarre. I'm like, here you have a homeless guy who's just doing whatever he wants.
Yep.
And then you have like, how much is this costing to have this
government
sewage guy?
employee.
Yes. I mean, and literally walking up like he was in Armageddon or something.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I
so
mean,
scared, full bodysuit
We're
walking
in a
up.
pandemic, and this dude's job is to deal with the piss and shit of homeless people.
That's true.
I'd be sleeping in a hazmat
right,
costume.
dude. I'd need a cup of breast milk.
Job.
right
He's
here.
not telling jokes.
Yeah.
He's not telling jokes to some middle class people in Utah.
Yeah.
This dude is.
Yeah.
That's the job.
Did it feel like it was just the audiences that came out? Did it feel like it was just rich people or anything like that?
No.
Did it have that vibe, or
No.
just felt like just regular people?
It's
Quite the opposite. No, I'm just kidding.
no, all walks of life, because there was definitely people that. Do you ever have someone come to your show and tell you all the struggles that they're going through, and you're like, bro, maybe you shouldn't be spending money on a comedy show right now? Like, because there were some people that I got some messages afterward. It's like, yeah, the whole family like lost our jobs, and and we haven't had anything. And
we're all drinking each other's breast milk.
Yeah, and our lights went out. But man,
The fact that your show-
but we bought tickets to your show, and I'm like, dude,
And for
maybe
$50 a ticket, it was worth every penny.
Yeah.
No.
It's like, whoa, that was $15 ticket. Well, I don't know. You pay a scalper? But there are some people where you're like, whoa, don't like save your money. Like save your money for. But then there was some other guy that because I wasn't doing the meet and greet, I wasn't selling merch, and I got this message from a guy that was like, hey, you didn't sell merch this week? I go, no. He goes, so you probably lost out on some money? I go, yeah. He goes, what's your Venmo? And he Venmoed me a little bit of money, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Wow.
Nice.
And so thank you, that guy.
Yeah.
Wow. So were you guys allowed? Were you allowed to sell merch there?
I
Brad?
could my feature act sold merch,
Okay.
so I could if I wanted to. Which now that I think about it, the fact that my feature act sold merch and then we were in the green room together probably defeated that whole purpose of me
Right.
not selling merch. But
Yeah, the skipping the meet and greet didn't help anybody.
yeah, no. But
Yeah.
I
it's
sold
just-
merch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because nobody wanted it.
Yeah.
I saw like my old album that like most of it's like been out for years.
Yeah.
And also it's CD.
Oh yeah,
So
dude.
it's like,
I used to
you know.
sell CDs. Dude. Bro, the craziest part was I used to bring the CD duplicator on the road.
Oh,
I had one of those
that's
yeah.
3-discers.
Oh, the 3-discer.
During the day you're working.
And it would say
Yeah.
read on it. It would say read on it whenever it like started to get the disc.
Oh.
And then you would hear it heating up. I had like one that was pretty cheap.
Yeah.
So it would heat really hot. Like in the
That fan would start going. Yeah.
Who knows if some of those even work?
Oh dude.
That's a roll of the dice.
Then I would take
I got
them-
one of your CDs was blank. Like that happens, man.
Yeah.
I
They're
would
doing
get-
3 at a time. I don't know, I pull them out early sometimes.
All right. I got half a bit.
I would be like, bro, it ain't that good
Yeah,
anyway.
don't worry, I'm new.
Bro, you're lucky. You're lucky.
My
You're lucky.
first CD is humiliating. When people tell me they got that, I'm like, just take this new one for free.
yeah, it's fine.
I
Yeah.
have your first album. No, you don't.
Updated.
You don't
Dude, I
want that.
forgot about that, and I would go buy the clear cases and put it in, and then
So it
get the
looked real?
Xerox and cut the freaking thing and put it
Sure.
in,
I mean,
and sell them.
yeah, now it's like you just have now they already have your album, or they can stream it for free.
Right.
Like it's hard. Like
That's what sucks is because merch is a big way for comics to make money.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you make that extra
So-
$200-$300. It's huge.
It's tough to like not have something to sell to them.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so yeah, you had to leave a lot of money on the table if you didn't sell merch. But it's just I'll get to that point. And if you want to buy some Brad Williams merch, just go to bradwilliamscomedy.com.
Yeah.
There you go. There's the commercial.
I'll send it to you.
The good thing is you could probably know, like, okay, I'm just going to bring 30 or 40 shirts. It's like I'm only going to bring this many things because so and where you were at Salt Lake City, it was 100 people.
Yeah, I think it was 100 people per show.
And
I mean, it was like between 100 and 125.
Wow.
Per show. But yeah, I tell you what saved my life during the damn pandemic was being on Cameo. that saved my ass. Because St. Patrick's Day happened, and I said on my social media that
nice.
I will dress up as a leprechaun and send a message
personalized
message.
Praise God, bro.
I made so much money.
I bet.
A day.
That's a big day.
It was great.
I didn't even think about it. Those are the best ones.
Thank God for
you
Cameo.
have some sort of like shtick, like Scott Steiner, that old wrestler. He's like,
oh, his are hilarious.
You send me, and I'll punk your wife. I'll do whatever you want. I'll run a what is that called?
Train?
No.
That's what Nick was thinking, wasn't it, Nick?
Scott Steiner, big
messed up his
If you look at
cut a promo.
Well, I'm just saying, because he and his brother always did everything together. That's all I'm saying.
His
Him and
cameos
Rick,
are hilarious.
And so he just talks shit to these people, and it's so good.
Yeah.
And why is he dressed like
That's how he used to,
Minaj?
That was his WCW kind of like gimmick when he would come out wearing that kind of
Holla
stuff.
if you hear me. Yeah.
I miss remember the old one when he had the things on the wrestling thing?
That's Rick, his brother.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
From the University of Michigan.
He always just kind of looked like a strong, weird collegiate wrestler with like big hair. And then Rick would come out like a dog and like pee on the turnbuckle.
Yeah, Rick was crazy, man.
There they go.
There they are.
But then
Steiner Brothers.
Then go to the next one, the steroid Scott. That's like the man. Look at that.
Yeah. And he's like 50.
Look at those biceps. You can't build a bicep like that.
That guy will buy your breast milk right there, man.
Frightening. That is
Hey,
frightening.
Scott, if you're listening,
That guy makes breast milk.
I got breast milk. I'll make that happen.
Guy's serving his own stock.
He's got
It's so awful.
He's like, I don't. What is it like where drug dealers like steal drugs, but then they use them sometimes? He's
get
like
high on their own
dips in
supply,
his own
man.
product.
Yeah, you see, like he gets high on his own
Dude,
supply.
Hey, have you been doing
love-
some of this? No. And he's like, just all jacked.
I love how every sports league shut down and pro wrestling was like, fuck y'all.
Yeah, Vince McMahon owns it.
We are going to keep going.
The dude killed a wrestler on accident and then sued his wife for breach of contract. That's how evil Vince McMahon does not care at all. The only reason he didn't do WrestleMania in Tampa as scheduled is because the city of Tampa had to be like, hey, man, you can't.
Right. He's like,
They had to interfere.
You can't do it. Yeah,
we're going to do it.
He's like, do you know how much money this makes me? Damn it.
We're going to do it for our fans.
dude. A lot of places are. There's like a lot of pushback now. It seems like because cities are saying you can do certain things.
Yeah.
Didn't we have an article, maybe something about that, Nick? There's cities saying you can do certain things, but then people are now like filing lawsuits that they just can't take it anymore.
Well, something that doesn't make sense to me is like they've said, all right, the lockdown's going to be 3 more months, but also we're opening businesses. You're like, well,
Right.
what?
Yeah, it's really confused.
That's
you see,
very confusing to me.
Yeah, you see some articles. Go to the article, man.
This is it.
Okay.
Stay-at-home orders.
Aimed at reducing the spread of coronavirus are now facing legal challenges from residents and state officials alike. One of these is pretty wild.
You can't really
down,
sue the
Nick.
government right now. They're already giving all their money to people
I
who
know.
are stuck at home.
That's tough. But I get the frustration. Like you want to make money. You're willing to go out and make money, and then the government says no, stay home and don't make money, and you're like, oh, so you're gonna pay me? Well, no, we're gonna give you like $1,200.
Well, but it's also just
Right.
tricky. The government isn't making the virus. Like the government's
Yeah.
like, dude, we're trying to kind of save your ass. Like it's tricky. It's like the wrong person to
absolutely.
blame.
Well, like, look at in Texas. It says the attorney general warned that he could take action against the cities of Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas if they do not scale back orders that are more restrictive. And that's the attorney general. Then the governor is moving towards reopening the state, and said that while businesses have the freedom to reopen or remain closed, local governments do not have the option to keep them closed.
California faces a dozen lawsuits that claim the state has unjustly closed down gun shops and religious services and infringed on freedoms of speech and assembly.
Yeah, what do you think about that about religious services?
Yeah,
I think it's kind of like stand-up, man. You got to go to that responsibly.
yeah,
Right.
That's what I say. Like, if you want to go to it, then go to it. But it's just like you got to understand. That's one of my biggest things, and this is might make some of the listeners annoyed. people don't take like their own responsibility. So like they'll smoke for 40 years and then go, isn't it sad I have cancer? It's like, no, dude.
Yeah.
Yes, we love you, Mom, but like you don't get to smoke for 40 and they go, oh, well, I need disability because I'm a big fat lardo and I eat McDonald's 75 times in one day for the last 30 years.
No responsibility.
And so it's like they all want healthcare, but like a lot of the healthcare, like you don't even take health precautions. Like that's the beauty of freedom, is that we get to do what we want. You don't get to do what you want and then be a victim. You don't get to go like, well, I should be able to jog through the park naked and nobody. Yes, but that's not the reality we live in.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't. You jog through the park naked, stuff's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You eat McDonald's, things happen.
If you're a lion tamer for the circus and the lion bites your arm off, you can't sue the circus.
Part of it. And, and also, I love that you're a lion tamer. But don't cry to me when your arm gets bitten off.
Yeah.
And if you want to eat McDonald's 75 times, I love that. But don't cry to me about your diabetes. That's how that works.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a way, though, because, like, it's always...
Same with me. Actually, let's do this. Sorry, not to interrupt you.
No, go on.
If I get coronavirus tomorrow, that's my fault, because I'm the
'cause we
stupid
went.
idiot who's doing comedy shows.
Because we went.
So it's the same thing of, like, personal responsibility. Like, that's on me.
Yeah, it's like it'd be way safer if no one played professional football.
Right.
But these guys, it's their choice to
Exactly.
play professional
Yeah,
football.
it's
to make
it's
money.
got
kind of
our
that same
freedoms,
argument
man.
when people are always like, man, these football players keep getting hurt, but it's like, but they're playing football.
Right.
Like they signed up to play football.
Yeah.
There was a doctor a week ago, I think, who put a picture. He's on an airplane. He's flying from New York to San Francisco, and it's a full plane. And he's like, I can't believe they said that this plane is full. You know, this is so dangerous. It's like him and 25 doctors, but it's like, but you're on the plane.
Right.
Like, if
Yeah,
you
there
don't
is.
want to be,
Sure.
like, it's just,
yeah.
it's like we want our creature comforts, but once they start to, like, I don't know.
I
You know
agree.
what I'm saying?
That's the whole road I was going down. Is like everyone is so victim-y and soft about that kind of stuff. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, here you go. Dr. Ethan Weiss, I guess United's relaxing their social distancing policy these days, every seat full on this 737.
Yeah.
And but at that point, you have the opportunity if you want to get off the plane.
Yeah, I mean, it's you have the freedom to make those kind of decisions. I know that when I flew on American Airlines, there was a couple in front of me that had their infant child, like, and and I just kept thinking to myself, why does that baby have to fly right now? Like, but okay,
Wow, yeah.
that's your shit.
Well, and I'll even go a step further. This might, like, so I would say, like, oh, maybe they should have drove. You know, like, don't be on a crowded plane where we share air with other people.
Yeah.
Maybe they should have drove. Rent a car, drive to wherever this emergency destination is that you're taking this infant, right? And then people will say, oh, well, Jeff, what if they can't afford it? Well, they should have get a better job. They should have worked harder.
Yeah.
Like even those things, they say, well, some people can't. Well, then work hard. Just take your burden and bear it. If you're broke, get rich. If you're fat, you don't like it, lose weight. If you're fat and you're happy, great, flaunt it. What you just do whatever is working for you.
Hey,
I mean, like, do better.
Hey,
Yeah,
but
there
Jeff-
has to be some social record. There's no responsibility. Like, we keep making it so, like, we always just keep helping the lowest common denominator, which in America you can be. Like, I mean, I remember I've been to India before, and like they'll have handicapped people like dragging themselves on the ground because they don't have a wheelchair. They don't, or like if they're lucky to get like a skateboard or something or make something like that, you know. Where it's like in the U.S., it's like everything we really get catered to. We're really comfortable, but they keep like catering to like, okay, somebody can, you know, not do anything their whole life, live in a bubble. You know,
It's the worst.
Yeah, finally come out once to gun down both their parents.
He was born without thumbs, so, you know, we better send him a check every month. And he's like, well, I can't work. I got no thumbs. Like, dude, and I learned all this, like, my ideologies from traveling the world. And I see things and I go, oh, man, if they can do it. I was poor. I lived in a car, and I found a job where I didn't need a high school diploma, or I didn't need to, like, I found a job
like,
that
hey,
works.
I'm a moron, so I need to find a job where morons can make
the
money.
fact that I'm rich is ridiculous. And it makes me go, just figure it out. Do what you gotta do. At least these morons with like McMillions, at least they found a scam to get money. Like they did it.
That's a great doc.
Find something, you know? Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, it's like I can't be a professional basketball player because you know
you had to find another way
because I'm white.
Right. That's a good joke.
I had to write that one down. But like, so I found a job where I could be a professional.
You figure
and
it out.
Do it.
Did you ever think, because you were a smaller person, Brad, that in stature only, that you should have got like an extra something from the government or anything
Like a
that?
TLC show or something.
Like a TLC show. Every dwarf gets a TLC show. That's
all they do.
Dude,
That's what it's going to be like one
should,
day.
They should just have the dwarf network. We got the WWE network. You got like DIY
There's
networks.
everything.
Just have the
It really
dwarf
should.
network.
It'd be
just
cool,
have
huh?
all dwarf shows all the time.
Serious.
Yeah.
The only problem with those shows is they're always trying to convince that there's nothing unordinary.
Right.
The entire time. We're just like everyone else.
Yeah.
No.
No, we're not.
You're not like everyone else.
I'm not
or
like
the
everyone
show would
else.
be super boring.
Yeah.
And the guy runs and jumps up into bed.
We want to see how you're navigating your life because it's inspirational to know that you're just like all of us.
Yeah.
Except you're dealing with something that makes you different than us, but like how you're. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not like everybody else because
Yeah, at all.
I have to put my bag up in the overhead storage bin, and I got to get fucking creative.
Yeah, black guys don't come up to me and go, "Hey, what's up, big man?" Like look at this one. Look at this little guy. Like that never happened to me.
Life is different. Okay.
Yeah, we
You
do.
adjust.
But yeah, it's like we don't make people like have to be better themselves, really. You know, it's like we'll just keep making it more comfortable. We don't challenge. It doesn't seem like we challenge
Look at food.
people.
What's that?
People just eat for taste.
Yeah.
All they care about is their mouth. Food is to fuel you. It's supposed to like make your body operate at a high level. But all we care about is the taste part. It'd be like filling your car up with like Mountain Dew just every day. And then the engine seizes and the mechanic, a doctor, is like, dude, have you been putting soda pop in this car? It's like, yeah, dude, loves Mountain Dew. You're like, no, this runs on fuel. And you're like, dude, it loves Mountain
But it
Dew. You're
loves
like,
Mountain
okay, well,
Dew.
you're going to have to keep coming here.
Yeah.
And the engine's going to have to be stripped and fixed
Yeah.
every single time you put Mountain Dew in this thing. You're like, Mountain Dew is what it likes.
What do you know?
That's what we do with our
Doctor?
own bodies. We get one body in our entire life, and we just put shit in it. And then once we get like to 40, we realize we've got problems and we need pills and medication. It's like, yeah, stupid. You've been doing it to yourself.
And we get them. That's the thing. In the U.S., we get them. I feel like I wonder if we didn't have those things like to help us. Like if we didn't know that like there's some bailout program that's going to be there. There's a way. Like if we all went completely broke, we know there's probably a way where we're going to get housing somehow. That we're going to probably be able to get medicine.
Or our parents.
Like it doesn't make us challenge ourselves any. But I don't know how you do that. I don't know how
we'll know that like worst case scenario, you can go stay with your parents until you get back on your feet.
Right.
Or like worst case scenario, especially if like you're a clean person, like if you don't drink and drugs and stuff, like you'll probably have 1,000 couches you can rent. Like you'll never be homeless.
Right.
If you can keep up like what you're doing. But people that don't have that, that's why rich kids statistically famously don't do much because they're comfy, they've never had to.
Right.
They always know that backup's there.
They're
And that's
never
what people
forced
might
to.
be doing subconsciously with their health. It's gone, they'll take care of it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I think
out.
I'm sure I've done it in my own life. I smoked not a ton, but I smoked semi decently probably till about maybe 2 months ago now.
Cigarettes?
Yeah,
Really?
over 2 months off of cigarettes. Yeah,
There you go.
but
dude.
it's like I
Feel
can't blame
better?
it. I definitely feel better. God, it was the
Oh,
worst.
you have to.
Yeah, that's the like whenever I actually eat like a kale salad with very little salad dressing on it, I go, damn it, I feel like a lot better.
Well, even the placebo of that, of like I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah.
I've
Right.
made a good decision.
Like I feel
Yeah.
good. Like I have like I don't
I
have
can
to
still
take
go
it.
walk. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
why I
still walk
never
around.
smoked- you know why I never smoke cigarettes? Because I'm pretty susceptible to peer pressure. I just want to be part of the gang. I want to be friends. So like when everyone was smoking weed, they were always like, "Man, this is the best. Let's get like a marijuana sweatshirt I'll wear to school, and like weed's the best. Weed,
Oh,
weed,
yeah,
weed."
yeah.
And like
Dr.
like,
Dre.
we're gonna go to Janine's house and we're gonna drink. You guys, we want to drink alcohol, but even like so everything looks really good. You can get it. Anybody who would smoke cigarettes around me and be like, "Man, don't do this. I hate this shit, man." Like while they're smoking a cigarette. So like I just saw that commercial and I was like, I'm never gonna do that. I've never seen anyone enjoy a cigarette.
That's really true.
They're just sitting there going, "I can't believe I do this. It's
Right.
expensive. It stinks. I hate it. Don't ever do this. This is bad."
It's so true. People are like, "Don't ever do this."
while they're doing it.
Yeah, that was me. Oh,
Yeah.
I'd be miserable and fucking smoking.
Yeah, because no one ever does that with like good sex.
No.
Like
Don't do this.
no, yeah. No one's ever fucking like a hot person and be like, this is horrible. I hate
You
this.
would eat a sandwich and you're like, "Ugh, this is the worst. Don't eat one of these later." It's like, what?
Brownies.
You're doing it.
yeah, it looks
And that
great.
comes with the placebo of self-loathing and stuff. So like when you're doing that, you're kind of feeling gross
Oh,
about
yeah.
yourself. Like, man, I shouldn't be doing this. I said I was going to quit, blah, blah, blah. So there's the opposite effect of that kale salad psychologically.
But then there's like, we could like they have cigarettes. People can have them if they want to, right?
Yeah.
They're available. But do you blame like the government for allowing
Nope.
like there to be cigarettes that people can have even though they're addictive? Or
It's free will, man. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just don't cry to me when you get lung cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
as long
say
as
it's so
doesn't hurt
sad
anybody
you
else.
died early, but you chose that. But good for you. I love that you want to do that.
Yeah, it's like why do we watch the dude walk across the volcano on the tightrope? Because in the back of your head, you're like, wow,
I'd never do
he
that.
could fall.
Yeah,
into
and
that.
also I'd never do that. That
I'd
makes
never
him
do
heroic
that.
to me. 'cause
Yes,
I'm like,
and
wow.
then if that dude fell in the volcano and died, would we feel bad for him? No, we'd all be like, well,
Right.
he walked across the volcano.
I always think about that with the football analogy of like, I wouldn't have posters of these guys on my walls as a kid and think they're like these hero titans if it was safe.
Yeah.
That's what makes them cooler than my dad. Is like they can like go crush skulls and like they're like literally like throwing footballs 50 yards.
It's not like I have a poster of my stepdad Willie on my wall.
Here's Uncle Al. He got his graduate degree from FBW or whatever.
Yeah,
these
he's an
things are. I
accountant.
don't care.
Done. Look at his stats.
Miss Bobby. I got
Look how many
Miss
returns
Bobby.
look how many returns he filed last year. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Silly.
What a legend. It would be pretty cool if they had like heroic posters for just regular dudes, man.
Yeah.
Mr. Sensenbaugh. He's taught physical education in school for 40 years.
Yeah, what a
Done.
legend. What a
Legend.
legend. What do we got in the news, Nick? Anything exciting going on?
This was kind of funny. Chuck E. Cheese, because people didn't seem to be wanting to order them on some of the food delivery apps, they changed their branding.
Nobody wanted crappy pizza?
They changed their branding to Pasquale's Pizza and trying to
Ooh, trying
pretend
to get
they're
that
like
urban market, huh? Or that Latino.
What does Pasquale's mean?
Pasquale is actually another member of Chuck E. Cheese's rap band.
Oh,
but no one knows
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I hate that I knew that.
You knew that?
Fuck yeah.
The
I knew that.
animatronic rapping.
How
I
did you
also
know
love
that?
that you have a
Pasquale. And then there's the purple one, and then the
Grimace.
Not Grimace though. And then there's his name is Munch. Munch.
When
See-
little people are
see if I'm
smaller
right.
people, when you guys
Come
see
on.
like
Better be Munch.
characters, do you guys feel like there's like a sense of like it doesn't seem like do you know what I'm talking about, kind of?
What like?
Because you guys get like a lot of the same attention, I feel like, as like maybe Snow White at Disneyland, or like
Oh yeah. Oh dude. Like because all right.
when you see characters like Pasquale or like Chuck E.
Yeah.
Do you
Who's
feel
the
like a
purple one?
symbiosis with them? Like, do you feel like
Kinda. I just go, well, they all get stared at. But no, it was funny because like my job before I was a comic is I worked at Disneyland because I grew up in Southern California, and that's a great way for a high school
Great
to make
job,
money.
too. It's
Yeah,
a fun job.
it's great.
Oh, yeah.
It was fun.
great place to meet
Everyone's
gay
happy to
dudes
be
too?
there.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You're
not wrong,
bro. It is
Theo.
really a homoerotic hotbed down there,
I didn't know
dude.
that.
It is,
Oh
it
yeah.
is very. It is
That's
very
horrible. I
gay-friendly.
go to Disneyland all the time with my guy friends.
Yeah,
And no idea they're probably going, hey, there's one of us. There's another gay guy right there.
A couple
Great.
graduates.
Yeah, no, it was fun because I got a lot of attention from the girls that worked there because I was like one of the only straight dudes that
Oh,
What'd
yeah.
you do?
worked there. All right, I was not one of the 7. That's not.
Okay.
I was a bodyguard for the characters. It's called being a character host.
Yeah, you walk around with them.
Yeah, and just like make sure. No
well, the
one
7
fights them and
dwarfs
stuff.
are actually gigantic when they in the costume.
Yeah.
they come out there huge. They're not. They should actually hire dwarfs and then make the costumes smaller. That's
Yeah.
what they should do.
Yes, Mr. Munch. I got it right.
There he is.
Ha!
The current
I am a loser.
current incarnation
Not
of
at
the
all.
character
It's
is
good.
called Munch's Make Believe Band.
Oh, it's his band. You know
Chucky-
the band leader.
Helen Henny, Mr. Munch, Jasper Jowls, and Pasquale.
Here's the thing: if you're gonna open a restaurant, right, a restaurant arcade for children,
Yeah.
why pick a rodent to be like the man? Like that's the number one thing you don't want in a kitchen.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
I
Disney and
think-
stuff?
For like Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like what are they
Chuck
doing?
E. Cheese. Yeah. It's a mouse.
They're like, hey,
he
Chuck
hangs
E.
out in the back.
Cheese. You're like,
TMZ has a thing out for Chuck E. Cheese. Would you admit that, Nick? Do you think?
He is out for Chuck
Y'all
E.
but
Cheese.
your buddy-
TMZ hates Chuck E. Cheese
Your
every
buddy
week.
hates Chuck E. Cheese.
Who is it? Your body does?
Oh, your buddy, man.
Gianni.
Gianna.
Gianni
Gianni.
hates Chuck E. Cheese too?
He
Posted
tweeted
something.
about, it was actually kind of funny. He posted something how he hated people who were getting takeout from Chuck E. Cheese before this actually happened. One of his friends the next day dropped some off at his house, and a couple hours later Gianni tweeted, Chuck E. Cheese is better than In-N-Out. Fight me.
Well, he drove to
Converted
Chuck E.
him.
Cheese. He like filmed it with his phone. You know how like all,
I skipped through most of their shit. I don't know.
but you know how all young people like that's what the new like YouTuber and TikTok is, like them ranting in their car.
Yeah.
Like that with like quick edits for some reason, where it, like just jumps from like random, like that's the whole video, and it's like them just like taking a hard take on like pineapple on pizza or some shit. But that he did like a hard take on how Chuck E. Cheese, they should all be closed. They're all creepy. The food is shitty, and he did like a whole thing. But he definitely did it before all this.
Man.
Yeah, they go after Chuck E. Cheese all the time. There's always, I remember they found a piece of scalp in one of the ball pits or something there once, and that's what set it off.
That's a big deal.
But we used to go on dates. I remember people would do like I remember like if your mom and somebody else's mom that had like a cute child or something, they would set you up on a little date at Chuck E. And they would sit you at the other table. You'd sit at one table to parents, and the kids would sit at another table, like a little double date kind of.
I always liked their pizza. I might get Pasquale's takeout.
Really?
I always thought it was good.
I'm not. I mean, it's hard to screw up pizza, in my opinion.
Maybe it's because I was 8,
That's
but
the thing,
like,
Bro, I
might have
no
changed
joke.
since
I had
then.
my 34th birthday at Chuck E. Cheese's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I could only invite 5 people. And
Why?
Why?
That's the rule. That was like the amount we paid for in the package. And
it was.
Were they a little alarmed that it was 34-year-old birthday party?
well, the funny part was it would be like they had the birthday tables, and it was like Hannah 6, Jonathan 4. Theo 34.
Oh, it was your family. You were
yeah.
the family. That's
and then the band would come by. I loved it, man.
You know,
That's so
this
awesome.
So this is a bit I do on stage, so I'm going to try to not do it as it's a bit. True story. I went to Legoland on my day off in Kansas City, and it's just me. I was like, I could spend a day at Legoland. I'll just check it out. Like I do Disneyland or something. And I was going to convince one of my guy friends to come down. And so I get there in the parking lot. I felt too weird being alone at Legoland. So I called my buddy Derek. I said, hey, I'll just wait in the car till you get here. He gets there. I'm 30. I think I was 35 at the time. My buddy Derek's like 37 or something. So we meet. We go to the front gate, and they wouldn't sell us tickets to come to to go to Legoland.
Really?
And I said, why? And they go, because you have to have like a kid with you. And I was like, well, we don't have kids. And they're like, yeah, but we don't just let random men walk around.
Respect.
And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, we have adult night twice a month, and if you want to come to adult night, it's like, I'm not here for adult night. I'm only in town this week. I want to go to Legoland.
Wow.
And they were like, well, and I was like, why are you doing this? And they're like, well, because we don't want, kidnappings. We're trying to prevent I was like, well, you're going to cause a kidnapping because I'm about to go steal a kid to get into Legoland. well, also, like, would I be the best kidnapper in the world? Like, that kid would be so happy.
You're like, oh, this guy's great.
My dad never takes me to Legoland.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now,
He dropped me back off at home.
No sex, just fun.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't try to fuck me or anything.
Yeah.
now would they
This guy's great.
Now would they let 2 women go into Legoland without kids?
We should test it. I don't know, because they
That'd
were
be
pretty like
interesting.
weird.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Because because I've kind of a similar story. I was at a mall, and they got those. I think they're called Busy Bees. It's like a Chuck E. Cheese. There's tubes and ball pits and shit.
Cool.
And I was in the middle of the Midwest doing shows, and I'm by myself. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I can still fit in those tubes. Let's go.
Yeah,
That's right.
Let's go to Busy Bees. So I start walking in there, and they got like an employee stops me, and he goes like, hey, do you have a kid in there? And I go, nah, I just want to go in there, and like I'm small enough to run around the tubes. They go, yeah, we can't.
Oh, really?
We can't let you do that. I'm like, you know what? In this case, probably a good idea. Just some single white dude just walks in, just like, yeah, I want to go run around with the kids.
That's so funny.
Does it feel like
You
a
should have
lot?
just went to the bathroom, shaved, and been like, I'm a kid, man.
Yeah. Yeah. man.
Why are you hassling me,
Like,
man?
oh, I'm late for school. Does
Have
it,
you seen Peepaw?
yeah. Does it feel a lot? You have a shirt on that says Grandpa's favorite on it. Does it feel a lot of times like you, because of your size and stuff, that you get to relive your childhood in some instances? That
Fuck yes.
Wow.
Fuck yes.
Really?
I
That's
could
pretty
do
cool. Think
I could
about
do
that,
all
man.
That shit. Oh, my
Like,
favorite.
give me a good one.
My favorite ride is at Knott's Berry Farm, Camp Snoopy. It's called Huff and Puff, and I could still ride that ride. My friends can't.
Oh, we can't? We're too big?
Too big. Look up Huff and Puff. You'll see why. It's a train that you sit on.
Oh, cool.
And then you can move the thing back and forth, and then that controls your speed of the train.
Nice.
Oh,
They're
Yeah.
gonna,
There-
they're gonna pay you to like be the guy on
There
that.
it is.
Oh, there it is.
Look at that. I can still do that.
Adorable.
oh hell yeah!
It's awesome.
There's Bobby Lee and his girl. Obviously.
That it's like it's always funny when I would do it because I would go to Knott's Berry Farm and just be I'd be with my friends and be like, hold on, I gotta go ride Huff and Puff real quick.
Oh, that's great.
And like
did they take photos and stuff? You gotta
Yeah.
there must be a photo of
yeah,
that.
so there's like a video somewhere of like the train going by and it's like
That's
kid,
awesome,
kid,
Brad.
kid, and then Brad
I
comes
love
by
that.
and waving.
Yeah, and I bet the people love that too. They're like,
yeah,
yeah, they should
you
like
see a midget riding Huff and Puff, you're like, fuck
Like, God,
yeah.
that guy's been
Knoxbury
on
should hire
forever.
you. He won't get off.
Yeah, that guy's been on for 25 years, man.
It's awesome. I go, yeah, well, if I can't ride some of the roller coasters, then the payoff of that is I can still ride the kid.
Yeah, that's great.
Kid rides. Yeah, and then I was watching I was watching the Chicago Bulls documentary, and
good.
I was hearing about how like Air Jordans are costing people like $175, and I'm like, oh wow, they've only cost like $50 for me for like.
I didn't even think about
for
that.
For years, they've cost me $50.
I didn't even think about that.
I wonder what the cost of savings is if you're a little person. The overall life.
Well, for there
savings.
you get savings, but then you buy like a pair of pants, and then you got to get them altered and shit like that. Or God forbid you buy a suit. I got a couple of suits that cost me a little extra money.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I had
Well,
to
they
get them
tailor
altered.
suits anyways. I mean, so it's weird that that must have gotten easier as you got older.
Yeah.
With like the internet and modern times, right?
Yeah, because now there's like services. I'm sure some of them even sponsor your podcast where like you like measure your shit
Right.
and you send it off to them.
As a kid,
then they
jeans
send you
must
a
have been a
suit.
nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible. Now it's like now there's like great places that do that.
Did you always, not to ask questions, I don't know any other little people except for you.
Cool.
Or different types of people that aren't
I'll be your dwarf Google.
super tall. Yeah, but do you,
Dwarfopedia. Let's do
did
it.
you always know that you were, or at a certain point, did your parents sit you down and say, hey man, we have something to tell you?
Oh, so they told me I was a dwarf, but they told me before I went off to school because my dad, my family's all tall. So my dad told me, he's like, no, when you go to school, there's going to be some kids that make fun of you because you're a dwarf. So let's you and I write some comebacks for them.
Nice.
So
Wow.
so my
Good
dad,
ass cool dad.
yeah. So my dad and I wrote jokes.
My dad was like, just stop being a pussy. Why are you crying? Kids pick on kids. Grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we wrote jokes. So then when I went to school and kids made fun of me, I had comebacks like written.
Nice.
And I would say it to them, and then they'd get all sad, and I got sent to the principal's office.
Did you feel
once.
bad stealing your dad's material?
Do you think that helped make you into a comedian? That
Hell
sounds
yeah.
like exactly
Hell yeah.
how I would become a comedian. I feel
Yeah.
like.
But also just being different is probably why you're a comedian.
Yeah, that too. But that attitude with being different.
Right.
That's probably why I'm a
What
comic.
makes you funny.
Yeah. So then when I go to some city and some guy like yells out leprechaun, I'm like, really? You think I haven't heard that shit before?
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay. And then I fire back at him. Like,
And he's never been funny, that guy. If he's still yelling
Yeah.
leprechaun at this age, like that guy.
How sad is it? How sad is it as we get older when you have your friends that still tell like jokes that are just like from or just like the worst like little comebacks or
That's
whatever.
my biggest pet peeve. You know what the worst one is when people, especially grown men and grown women, anyone I'd say over the age of 11, if you think you're funny because you're saying like a line from a Happy Gilmore movie,
Yeah.
or like you're quoting Michael Scott from like, you stole a quote from a thing and now you're putting it in your own life and you think you're very funny, like you suck. You're not funny at all.
Yeah, you're my boy, Blue. Somebody
Yeah, or
keeps
something
saying
like
that
that.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Except there's one guy who did a cool
I'm
little
rich,
video.
bitch.
Yeah.
He had a friend that had drowned or something. He's like, "You're my boy, Blue," and he kept fucking turning the camera to the fucking body. How crazy is that?
See,
man?
that's where that guy's sense of humor is.
No, that was your blue, my boy.
yeah.
Oh, you're blue, my boy.
oh, well, see, that's creative.
You twisted a little.
Did
I like
something
that,
different.
actually.
That's good.
You're Blue, my boy. And then a fish jumps
I
out
don't
of his
mind
mouth.
that. Yeah.
That's like, I don't fear anything about like being a dad in terms of stuff that I'm going to do with my daughter. The thing that I fear is like once I have to start interacting with other parents who just aren't funny. And then
No,
they
you don't have
find-
to put up with that.
Oh, and then they find
he
out I'm a
does.
comic.
No, you can be polite, but like you don't have to like. You don't have. I mean,
Yeah, no, when they find out you're a comic, that has to be the worst. When you have a child, think about that. You have a child, so you have this connection piece
Yeah.
to somebody else that is a child. So you have to mill around while your children do whatever they're doing,
Yeah, and the
lick
kids
each
are
other.
friends.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, now I have to, like, you're friends with Sally. So
well, we'd have
so-
to deal with it. He can just go jump in the ball pit and start running around the tubes.
Dude, I can't wait for that day when me and my daughter are both running around the tubes at Chuck E. Cheese. Oh, I'm gonna go back to that Busy Bees. And be
Like, I can't listen to
I
your
made a
friend's
kid.
dad tell bad jokes. I'm gonna jump around playing the tubes with the kids.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Is your
man.
daughter dwarf?
Yes.
Right. I
Yes.
think I think you told me that. I
Yeah,
forgot.
yeah. Got the Asian dwarf baby, or as I like to call her, the ADB.
Wait, were you hoping for a dwarf?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, cause like I don't want my kid to grow older and get bigger than me, and I gotta like discipline her. Like, go to your room. Fuck you, Dad.
Well, now she's kind of on your team.
There she is,
You
a
got
cupcake.
it.
Yeah, look
now
at that
she's on your
adorable
team.
child.
So if it comes down to like you and your wife are having, now it's kind of like Team Dorf is dominating the house.
Oh yeah, now it's like my wife can't complain if she like trips over a step stool or something because they're like, this is the world you're living in now.
This is you. You signed up for this.
Look
But
at,
if she was like if she was a average height person,
Yeah,
it'd
now
be
I'm
her
the
and her
outlier.
mom, and now you're out.
Yeah, now
look
I'm
at that
outside.
smile, is so cute, huh?
Yeah,
Is there another one? Oh, that's the picture behind it.
that's my baby. Yeah,
I thought there was one on the ground.
yeah. My wife is Chinese, so we made an Asian dwarf baby.
And what are the odds that she was going to be a dwarf?
50-50.
Wow.
Yeah. So we were just kind of that might be my favorite one. She
Oh,
So cute.
someone gave her a robe with her initials on it.
some pet,
She'll
somebody.
grow into
Oh,
it.
I knew who it was. Probably somebody who tries to get into a Legoland by themselves. That's who.
Don't put that on me. Also, that person has no idea how newborn babies or dwarfs work. That's a giant robe. That's like for like a 1-year-old, like 2-year-old.
That's the best part is like because like when all the pandemic stuff started happening, everyone some people started talking to me like, oh wow, that's gonna suck when like your kid outgrows her clothes. I'm like, no, we got clothes for like
What are you
2
talking
years.
about? Yeah.
We're hunkered down. We're good.
I'm the worst of that when I buy clothes for like my nieces and nephews or something. Like I was like I don't know. He's like 4. Does this fit? Like I'm like holding up like I'm like at Target like going. It looks pretty little to me, but like
You're calling over another 4-year-old.
It's not how it
Hey,
works.
how old are you? 4? Get over here.
serious. That's what it feels like. My ex girlfriend was
Try
like, "How do you
this
not know
on."
this stuff?" I was like, "I don't know. I don't have kids."
You want to go to Chuck E. Cheese after?
You're telling a little 4-year-old like, hey,
Try this on.
try this on. Come out. Do a little turn for me.
Dude.
Let's see how it fits.
Do they sell lingerie for little people?
No, dude. And they,
No, not for
not
little
for.
people.
I thought you meant for children.
Is there? No, that's my point. It would be the same.
No, it's not. It's not because we got big asses and my type of dwarfism. The girls have some big old titties.
Wow,
Oh, okay.
really?
Yeah, so she's gonna have to.
Oh wow, it's
It'd be
beautiful.
like you'd have to have customized lingerie.
Yeah, sometimes there's customized lingerie, but I think for the most part stuff just fits because like, I mean, not as much stuff fits, but there's stuff that fits.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, it's out there,
Because I was
but
gonna say that would get a real dark world.
Oh, Bronx fan, huh?
yeah, there you go.
She isn't.
Is she-
Look, she's not a Bronx fan. Look, she's like, why'd you put me in this?
She's like, God, all over the line.
I'm a LA baby. That's what she said.
Is she
the
getting
Rams.
to the part where she can? How you said 4 months?
Yeah, 4 months
Wow,
old.
yeah, I love like 5-6 months. They start to really kind of get interactive and stuff.
Yeah, well,
like
dude, like, and not to get like too cheesy or whatever, but like when it crushes me in the best way when I wake her up in the morning and I walk in, and she's kind of crying, but then she looks up and sees me, and then just gets a big smile on her face. It's
the best.
Like that's it sounds stupid and cheesy and
I don't
Hallmark-y,
think it
but
does.
that's like
Jesus.
No,
that's
it's human.
literally the best feeling I've ever had in the world.
I love
Wow.
that.
Is just my daughter like looking at me and smiling. It's the best feeling I've ever had.
Better than Saturday Late Show when they're like, you hit all your bonuses.
Ooh,
that's a good feeling.
Pretty good feeling. Yeah.
that's a damn
And
good
you're just
feeling.
killing and
Yeah, you know, it's certain things like that, and I got friends that don't have kids, and they're like, oh, so you change the diapers and stuff? You're like, yeah, you do. They're like, well, but you like wiping shit? You're like, yeah.
Is that Adam Ray who said that? It sounded just like him.
1,000%. No. But
you're
like,
like, what?
yeah, it's like. People,
So what are you like? Gotta go get the diapers and everything?
Oh yeah.
You
He
should give
sounded
him
like
you should give him like a marriage diaper. I'll get it for him, Uncle Adam.
But yeah, people are like, yeah, you like you clean your daughter's shit. You're like, yeah,
I know.
because if you don't, they're just in their own shit, and you don't think about it.
Also, I'm
when it's
not a
your kid.
monster.
Yeah.
Just let my wife do it, and I'm a like.
Yeah, I mean, like this 1950s Mad Men dad, where I'm just in the other room with a martini. Like, how's that shit diaper, honey?
Yeah.
Also, that
Handle
might
it.
be the bad part of having a dwarf daughter, like you rooted for, because now she's gonna be like, if you guys get in a fight, oh, you're the dwarfs, you change her, you know, because now it's Team Dwarf. I'm big on this. There's like an average person war going on in their house at all times.
Well, if something shits near me, I'm gonna help it out. That's where I'm at. I don't care what it is.
what? I
You got
feel-
old parents, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I
So,
feel
yeah.
like
Learn that.
I feel
Yeah,
like
that's
you.
probably
I
true.
feel like you should play the More You Know theme right after you say that. If something shits near me, I'm gonna help it out.
Well, it shows you're a good person.
Well, it's just crazy to let something have shit on and be running like, who's that? Where's that dad? You know what I'm saying? That's a
Yeah, that's a
horrible
monster.
idea.
Yeah.
What else we got, Nick? Any other news?
Brad did have a hard out at 12.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I got to go because my wife has an appointment.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then I need to go watch the baby because
Nice.
you can't just put the baby in the crib and say deuces.
It's not like my puppy that's sitting in a kennel right now.
But yeah, you guys continue. But do you mind if I plug some shit?
No, let's
real
plug
fast?
it, man. Where can people check you out at?
BradWilliamsComedy.com, on Instagram at Brad Williams Comic, Twitter at Funny Brad. Please check out my tour schedule because it changes almost by the week.
know, now especially.
Because things get canceled, but then other states open up, so they get added. So things are changing constantly. So yeah, just go to the website and book me on Cameo.
Yeah.
Go to cameo.com/Brad Williams Comic. The best one I've had so far is one woman told me to tell her ex-girlfriend that her pussy was stanky.
Oh my gosh.
Stanky, not stinky.
She paid for someone. I guess that's good. She
and what's
doesn't
the
want to tell
medical
her.
term on that?
It's a stanky pussy.
I think that's medical. I think you nailed it.
yeah.
Just so we know, there's some real outliers out there.
Yeah, so you know what? Go and book me on Cameo. I'll do it. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say a racial slur or anything like that. But if you want me to call someone's pussy stanky, I'm in.
Yeah. Look, for $500, you want him to dress up like Dwayne Chapman, the bounty hunter.
Oh, fuck.
He'll
I
do
want to
it.
see
do
you
it.
dressed up as a small Scott Steiner
Oh,
with
I'll
the
do
chain
it.
and the
With the
glasses,
chain?
and you'll just do
I'll
the
do
same smaller gimmick.
Bro, it would be funny if for $300.
Amazing.
Yeah.
For $300, you're like, I will do a small version of whatever your favorite.
Yeah.
So I'll do a small dog, the bounty hunter. I'll do a
Dude, it'd be
smaller.
so great. You'll make
Scott
$1
Steiner.
million.
Vaginitis, it's called, or trichomoniasis.
Wow.
That's what the women can have.
Whatever it is, ladies. You put whatever word you want on it. Get it fixed.
Yep.
Tomato, potato. I don't care what you
Vaginitis.
call it.
Trichomoniasis.
I'm losing
Brad
my
Williams.
baby.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. Congratulations on the
See you guys.
on the
Thank-
4-month-old.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, you bet.
Love you, brother. Good to see you, man. Miss you.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, be good, man.
Yeah, man.
This will go up tonight, okay?
Oh, tonight?
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
This is a tough wall to have to change. You know, like it's not like at the Comedy Store where they just put your name in cursive on the wall.
Yeah.
For this, you want to add someone, you want to take someone away. That's quite a thing.
Yeah, well, we have a guy who does animation that helps us out. We don't have a guy but we have a guy who does some awesome animation that we know. This guy Pappy O'Toole, and so he drew this one time, kind of based on the Simpsons characters.
Kinda.
And is it very much so? I have no idea. I'm not a big Simpsons guy.
1000%.
But okay, cool. So then we just blew it up and put it on here.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's definitely been something that people like to see. Yeah, man, it's just so crazy. You guys went out there and got into it.
I love it. I was excited. I wanted to get out there, man. Like they could have said, like I said, the money is the tricky part.
Yeah.
But I think if you did it, or if I think Joe Rogan's gonna go to Wise Guys. That's what the rumor is around there. Keith Stubbs, the owner, was like, "Yeah, Joe's gonna go." And I was like, "Well, what are you gonna do? Just make it like $100 a ticket, but still limit it to like the 100 people?"
Right.
And he's like, "Yeah, something like that. We'll probably just make the tickets $40 or something like that, and put 100 people in here." I was like, "Wow."
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's certainly ways to do it. Like,
It's not. Also, it should be noted. Like, it wasn't like I sought it out. Like I didn't go like, hey, someone book me. The offer came through, and I was like, really? What, does Utah not have news? Like, how does this work?
Yeah.
And then I was just like, sure. I guess I'll just say yes the way I always do.
well, I was in Utah a few weeks ago. We went camping in southern Utah.
Nice.
Or
Beautiful.
So-Ute. A lot of people call it So-Ute, but they had we went to restaurants and stuff.
So you.
We went and ate in restaurants.
I went to a gay bar after the show because it was like
normal.
the closest bar that was open.
Yeah, sure, buddy. the old distance gay
Yeah,
trick.
you know, I'm
I've
on
heard
foot,
that.
you know, so I got to go to the gay one. No,
Yeah,
and
my car wouldn't start,
But it
so-
was sucked, man. We went into the bar and it was just like a restaurant. Like they're like, oh, you have to sit at a table. You can't go anywhere. You have to stay with your people. And if you need to go to the bathroom or something, you get up, but you got to put your mask on. And I was like, well, this isn't a bar.
Yeah.
What I like about bars, you can walk around, talk to people and stuff like that.
Yeah, you get your ass kicked by
Yeah.
someone you don't know.
It's fun.
Yeah, I miss the old bars.
You don't drink anymore, right? Right, but
Not
you
right
still
now.
will go to a bar?
Oh yeah, I'll go.
Yeah, socialize.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I think it's fun sometimes. What I don't like, I notice that I start to not like is when people, especially women, but if somebody's really wasted,
Oh, yeah.
just like
That gets irritating real
especially
fast.
if you're not drinking, that shit is such a curveball.
What's this guy's name? I'm trying to think of this name of this guy. Is a comedian, and I should know his name. I'm just blanking on it. He's like,
Gay Jimmy, is it that guy?
it doesn't matter. Anyways, he don't drink, and he's like, gay Jim.
Oh, I thought you were going the other way. Drinks a lot.
No. I
Gay
don't know
Jimmy,
who Gay
he's
Jimmy
a real sipper.
No, there's a guy who doesn't drink, and he opened for me, and I was like, do you still want to come out with us afterwards? He goes, yeah, I just won't drink. I was like, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So we go out, and he left because he was so annoyed with how hammered the girl was that I was talking to.
Oh.
He was just like, I couldn't even be around her. Like, I was just so embarrassed for her and so annoyed. And I was like, if Jeff can put up with this, he can put up with it, but I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I've never even thought about that. It's kind of like one of the perks of being drunk, too. Is like you just
Yeah, it's one of the perks of being
You don't
drunk.
even notice that everyone else is.
Yeah, it makes
blurry.
you judgmental. That's one thing I don't like a little bit. It definitely adds a level of like kind of like what I think comes off to other people as judgment. So now I'm like, if people are drunk somewhere, you
Yeah.
know, and you're not, and you're like, oh man, this girl's like I just can't communicate with this person, you know? Because
Yeah.
if you'd have had 2 drinks, you'd probably be fine talking to them, you know?
That's weird. When I heard you stop drinking, I was like, I considered it. I actually considered for the first time in my life not drinking.
Really?
Yeah. Because Jordan Peterson always talks about that all the time.
Yeah.
He's like a big on all that stuff. But then I was just like, I don't think I can. Which might mean I have a problem.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we don't cross paths a ton, so I don't know if I've ever seen you. So I don't know. There's a couple
Yeah.
of guys where it's like, you're like, oh, this dude.
It's a problem.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
guy's way
I'm always
drunk.
having fun. And I don't have a wife or girlfriend or kids or anything, so like it doesn't affect. Like I mean, that's never
Yeah.
negatively affected that.
You're probably fine.
Yeah, I
You're
feel
probably
great.
doing good. Yeah.
Yeah, I go to yoga every day after like the next day, sweat it all out, and I don't know.
Sounds like you're having a fucking blast. Is what
Yeah,
it sounds
it's
like.
a great life. But also like that does make me when guys I admire, I'm like, oh man, they stopped. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I should stop.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's like, you start to think, is there like insider trade? Like, would it help me? Like,
Am I gonna start working more? Am I gonna like start like organizing things? Like I'll knock out 7 podcasts in a day because I had so much I didn't sleep in until 10:30 or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you feel more productive?
I think I have over the past few years.
Yeah.
I think that I have, but then sometimes I start to think that I get too much, like, that you get a little bit disconnected from the fun sometimes.
You feel that way?
Yeah, I think there is a level of that. Like, you get a little disconnected from like the everyman, like, but you don't waste as much time. Like, you wouldn't spend time with like some drunk chick, like,
Yeah.
like just little things like that. I feel like you save time in.
Okay.
Like, if somebody's like, hey, let's go do this, and if you were drunk, you would go do it, and it's just the fucking worst idea. But
Right.
it's when you're sober, you're like, oh, I could see that's a horrible idea.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I feel like the idea that the fear of not fear of missing out, but like the fear of like it's not a fear. You feel like you're missing out on some of the fun. I feel like every comic goes through that. And maybe it's because of social media. Maybe it's because whatever. Like I've had conversations with Eric Griffin. I mean, the people on this wall who, when they look through the scope of what they're looking through, they're scrolling through, going, "Oh man, look at Theo and what's the fighter guy? You know,
Dustin Poirier. Oh, Brendan.
yeah, Brendan. Let's you see that and you go, oh man, I've never. They're like they look like they're having a good time. Look at them laughing, and I mean, I've never been on that. Like you do feel kind of like these. Like left out. Like everyone feels that. And I think that no one's left out, but everyone is feeling that about each other. And I think that's like a stand-up comedy thing.
Yeah, I could see
We
that.
can't work together. You're a headliner. I'm
Right.
a headliner. What are we going to do? Some weird double-hour show with no openers? Like, so because I'm watching you go have fun doing something, I'm thinking, oh man, I've never played that. That'd be...
Yeah.
So we're
good point.
forced to kind of be like separate in these things, and then occasionally you'll see like all of these guys together in Montreal, and you're like, "Well, I didn't go to Montreal this year, man. Look, I'm missing out." On, like, wow, that's. And then you feel it on a smaller scale too. You'll be like at Montreal, and you see like Chad Daniels will walk away with some other comic, and they'll be like, "Where he's going?" They go, "Oh, we got tickets to go see Chappelle," and you're like, "Well, I didn't." So this is just a human thing, I think.
Of just feeling left out.
Yeah, it's such a comedian thing. You're not missing anything.
Yeah, and especially with social media now, it's like there's always an advertisement for what somebody else is doing,
Yeah.
no matter what it is. So yeah, easily you could scroll through and see 70 things of feeling bad. You
And
know?
you can't be at any of them.
Yeah,
How
can't
could
have that
you?
hot dog. Can't,
Can't
be
be
at
at all
that
of that things,
carnival.
yeah.
Can't be at the they're out there riding dune carts or whatever. Can't
Yeah.
do it.
Oh, I should have been out in the mountains hiking
Yeah.
right now,
Oh,
like
but
the
he's
way
in the
they're
hospital.
doing it.
Oh, lucky fuck,
I saw a girl I haven't talked to in years, and we just worked together on a TV show. It wasn't like we weren't like together. She had a boyfriend. Now they're married. They have a kid. I haven't talked to that girl in easily 2 years. We haven't worked together. We didn't text, nothing. I saw her husband, their like baby, and then another family, and they're like jeeping up in like Joshua Tree, and I felt left out on that.
Damn.
Oh, they should have included me. 2 cute families that are like out. Like, of course they didn't include. Why would they? But my initial brain went, oh man,
I'm left out.
come on, man, I should have been there.
Yeah, there is this whole. I think that it's just. I wonder what the long-term psychological effects of that are.
Yeah.
Of that FOMO, that thing where you constantly see things that you could be doing.
Yeah.
That people are doing, and they always appear to be joyful.
Yeah.
I can only imagine the long-term psychological effects that aren't really good.
Because what are we supposed to do? You can't beat all those things.
Yeah, it's impossible, man.
Like, I have to coach my brain all the time. Like, you don't have to be jealous of these people. They're your friends. You should be happy for them. Relax.
Oh yeah.
Like that whole comic thing where you see someone do
yeah.
something and you're like, well, I should have that.
I got to do
and you're
that
like, well,
too.
why did I think about me? Why couldn't I just said, hey, good for that comic?
Dude, what about this? This is the last thing I want to think about real quick is, do you see I see a lot of these commercials and it's like, let's go, thank you to our first responders. Thank you to our, our frontline workers and stuff like that. But then sometimes at a certain point, I'm seeing even friends of mine put up videos like we took all this food to the hospital and literally on the video, you could see the hospital is inundated with food. They're like, every day we get this every day. And it's like, and I'm not saying it's not good. I'm not saying we shouldn't always do nice things for other people. But sometimes it just starts to feel like, what is all this? It's not like it's the military. There's tons of people out in the street and half the hospitals are empty. I'm like, what are they? I understand if you're buying lunch and doing something nice for these people. Mm-hmm. But most of the frontline workers, it seems like, are like Postmates or people that are, Amazon.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. This
U.S. mail.
I agree with that. Pizza delivery people, maybe not now as much as when this first started, when we went in real scary lockdown, where people are just a mystery of not knowing. Pizza delivery guys were saving people's lives.
Oh yeah, like the Postman, like that movie, The Postman.
There's lots of people with yeah.
I'm like, are you Kevin Costner? Yeah. And the guy's like, nah, dude.
Think about it.
Hector.
They're risking their lives coming to people's houses. I mean, at that time we didn't know. And they're just giving people that have no groceries or anything like that's, I don't know. I think it's heroic.
Yeah.
But not now.
Yeah, well, sometimes it just seems like, I guess sometimes you just see people, it just seems like a thing, like, look at me being kind.
Oh,
but I
agree
guess
with
that's
that.
okay. I guess you're just creating kindness, so.
I don't think you're wrong. It does feel weird to boast about it. Like, look, we made 100 of these masks and we're going to go drop them off today. It's like kind of this braggadocious kind of, look how good we are. But it's them just staying busy.
Yeah.
And also, I think there's a lot of positive, but I see what you're saying.
One time I was with a group and we were in.
People can't just do a nice thing anymore. They got to get the credit for it.
Yeah, it's tough. It's just a human thing, I think, that we're like that. I was in Barbados one time and we had a group and they're like, let's take a day and take toothbrushes over to this youth facility where they don't have them,
It's nice.
So we took them over there. And the kids didn't give a fuck. They all had iPhones and shit.
Oh, that's
we have
hilarious.
fucking toothbrushes, dude. We don't give a fuck, bro.
That's really, really funny.
And then I just felt like a fucking idiot.
I guess we should have brought iPads or something. I don't know what. That's really funny.
Some guy's literally putting me on his Snapchat like, look at these motherfuckers, dude. Thinking we don't brush our teeth.
These buster pussies brought us toothbrushes, man.
Too much.
You should have brought Sonicares.
Yeah, that's what I should have done. Those are real pieces of shit. Jeff Dye, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, dude.
Where can people check you out at, man?
All things at Jeff Dye. Just the big whirly A, at, and then Jeff Dye.
JEFFDYE.
Yeah.
Where are you performing next? Do you have a spot yet?
I'm doing LOL Comedy Club in San Antonio next.
Nice.
I think next weekend.
I love San Antonio.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be fun. Hopefully by then some of the bars will be a little bit more open and stuff like that. That's what I'm hoping that this is. I don't know.
Loosening
I'm
things
excited.
up.
That's what I'm hoping. But, I mean, maybe not. Maybe we'll go back. I'm also going to do some virtual shows in between there just to make some money, just so I can start working on some stuff.
Yeah.
I also have a podcast called Jeff Dye's Friendship Podcast.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Is this on All
You
Things
tape
Comedy?
tonight, Monday night, don't you?
Yeah, well, usually I have a bunch backlogged.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which are great.
It's a good feeling.
But the, yeah, that's been really fun because I get to do stuff like this. Like
yeah, I
a
was watching
podcast
some
is
clips
great.
yesterday of it.
It's fun.
I'm trying to think. I can't remember what interview it was.
Because there's some people that they're not going to just come hang out with you, but like if you have them for an hour, they'll sit down and say, yeah. Like Brian Kiley's got like a wife
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jonathan Kite, and welcome to Kite Club, a podcast where I'll be sharing thoughts on things like current events, stand-up stories, and 7 ways to pleasure your partner. The answer may shock you. Sometimes I'll interview my friends. Sometimes I won't. And as always, I'll be joined by the voices in my head.
You have 3 new voice messages.
A lot of people are talking about Kite Club. I've been talking about Kite Club for so long, longer than anybody else. So great. Hi, sweetheart. Here's it Theo. Anyone who doesn't listen to Kite Club is a dodgy bloody wanker. Do you know what I mean?
Hi, I'll take a quarter pounder with cheese and a McFlurry.
Sorry, sir, but our ice cream machine is broken.
No!
I think Tom Hanks just butt-dialed me. Anyway, first rule of Kite Club is tell everyone about Kite Club. Second rule of Kite Club is tell everyone about Kite Club. Third rule, like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts or watch us on YouTube, yeah? And yes, don't worry, my Brad Pitt impression will get better.